have to make sure my correct mic is
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, you still have some other familiar
on
names that we
today,
want to talk
unlike
about.
yesterday.
See Rocklow that we got to have on string, Gonkra playing Annie, because there's not just Prismat at this tournament playing this legend. There are quite a few others, and I'm excited to talk about
I was
them.
watching Muted
CCG, we have
yesterday. I
here
didn't
again
even
full
know.
representation for the Secret Sauce, but
Yeah,
Challenger
for like
TCG is still someone and a
a
team that we
solid
don't want to
2
forget about
hours, I was
here.
using the
So
wrong
these
mic.
7-1 players are 100%
Huge.
going to
Push
put
it
Pull
themselves
down.
this.
Great.
an
Pull this
undefeated
thing
player like
up.
these could continue to lose in these rounds even before we get to the last few ones.
And I want to point out there, we even
Okay,
have
one
one
vote
set
for
set
Aurelia.
on
No
right
set option is
right now.
crazy.
So that's awesome to see.
What's up,
Cam
fellas?
Rains is on Lilia,
What's
and something
up?
that
What's
wasn't
Hello.
going
past
on?
him earlier, and seeing him be successful on this Lilia and for the team Secret Sauce as well.
Alright, got that
Absolutely.
pulled up, got this
We're over
pulled
here
up.
talking about standings as we continue to let them fly through. I'm ready to talk about a couple of these deck lists as well, because we want to highlight a few of these before we dive into the action today.
I need
So
to share
we're
the
going to
link.
pay attention to maybe some of these legends that we necessarily didn't think or have 100% on our radar, with also looking at some of the discrepancies that different players are bringing with the same legend. So first off, we want to dive into that Azir deck that we kind of got to see at the top of this. This is for our Rat69LY's list, and you know, I love Azir. I think a lot of us here on the caster desk are a lot of fans of Azir. This deck isn't necessarily anything special or crazy out there. Lots of 3-ofs, but the deck is so consistent.
Most standard Azir list I've ever seen.
Aurora matchups.
Exactly. The big thing was the Soul Sword being added from Unleash, allowing for that bit more consistency overall into this deck, something that a lot of these players have gravitated towards.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of extra tools for extra draw power being added, things like meditation and even defensive tools like back off that also still replace themselves as long as you play them from hand. It's just a strong deck. We already know how powerful Death Grip can be, and when you're just killing off tokens, you know, these Sand Soldiers, and moving it over to another one, it feels like this temporary power you're just delivering to another unit.
Yeah, and something else is On Guard is kind of a tech that we haven't seen from a lot of players, and the reason being is that usually you have a lot of Sand Soldiers, so you don't have one unit going in at a time all the time, but this On Guard has added for really great early game trades, especially with things like mid-range Yi.
One last call out for this deck list, the 3X here of the guards. I think this card is obviously very strong and a lot of people like it, but being able to have a sort of accelerated version, a ready Sand Soldier at your disposal, and the fact that it has hidden as well means you can play this for a lot cheaper. But we're going to keep things moving along. We've got more stuff.
Shared it everywhere.
To interview one of our undefeated Kaisa decks for Senzari yesterday. So
how do you feel about this undefeated Kaisa?
Well, because 8-0 Kaisa
I'm kind of psyched because I really liked playing Kaisa before, and I fucking got rid of that shit, and now kind of excited that it might be back.
I
don't know if it's back.
Well, the thing is like with Kaisa, you can. Oh, this is the same Kaisa list. So, this is the thing with Kaisa, right? This list is the most interesting Kaisa list I've seen so far, because every other Kaisa list I've seen is just 3 Turn to Dust inside and 1 Smite in main board. And that's the only difference between set 2 and 3. But this has Eclipse, this has a Turn to Dust in main, it's got 2 Infernos, which I just assume is instead of Rengar.
I think, you know, I would probably have more Smites in sideboard.
Yeah, you probably have 2
2
Smites inside,
yeah.
2 more Turn to Dust inside.
I'm trying to think
I mean,
of what the
Smites
matchups would look like for a deck like this. Honestly, it feels strong overall from what I could tell. I feel like this would have a pretty good matchup into LeBlanc.
It's good into LeBlanc. You just have to worry about an Aurora match.
Yeah, Aurora could be
just
because, especially only running 8 2-drops.
It's less the 8 2-drop. It's less the 8 2-drops and more the fact that you need to getting rid of Aurora, right? You get the Turn to Dust, which is great, but if you want to use some of your spells to get rid of shit, and it's very difficult to get rid of shit that way. Like with just damage, if you're trying to kill, like Mind Splitter, obviously not, but Elder is, you have to put a lot into it to kill it.
Yeah. Cool to see that we have a Pike. This is an interesting matchup here.
Is this Rossum? This is not Rossum, right? I don't know what Rossum's in-game name is. Okay. So I know Rossum was doing well with Pike.
I think we have to highlight Fizz Fizz as well. I think Fizz has been such an instrumental card, not just for
Yeah,
this
we can
deck
look at the
because of their
standings
ability
really
to add
quick. I
it
can
back
pull
to your
those
hand
up.
and get another use of a Fizz. I mean, it just
Round
tells me why
9, I
those
kind of want to see
two
if there's
options
any
are in it, but being
interesting
able to reuse a lot of
matchups
these
as
spells
well.
that
Let
we
me pull
can
this
have
onto
and
the
bring them
screen.
back from the trash pile, as well as being able to have a very strong
So we
Your
have Alan ZQ going up against a LeBlanc in round 1.
LeBlanc.
Dwally on his undefeated Diana is going to be facing against a Kaisa. Shout out Dizzy. Dizzy will be going with his Sivir mirror match here. We have a TSS versus Challenger TCG matchup, which is definitely interesting.
What's Sam playing? Sam Sherman.
He's on Rengar.
No, I know he's on Rengar. My question is, who's he playing
who
against?
Is he playing against? Oh, Frozen
Yeah, 'cause-
is at table 9. This is actually somebody that beat Elijah yesterday, I believe. I think it was Elijah. Maybe it was Mahir. One of
Is
our
that?
teammates.
I think Frozen is one of the guys who was prepping with like Randy and Prismat and Allen.
Yes, he is.
I think
Randy
he's
is going to be facing against an MF. Sam is facing. It's a Rengar mirror at table 16. Wow, who would have guessed that was going to happen? And who knew that Bronny James was a Riftbound player?
Yo, famed Riftbound player, Ronnie James. The second he got out of the playoffs, he moved right into Riftbound.
Shout out Ratley. I don't know how he
They-
wants to
that was the-
pronounced.
That was the deck that they just put on screen. That was the easier deck. That was
really?
super.
So that's
yeah.
actually the player from Max Rarity, who Joel and I played against at the case event.
They put
he actually has a win over Prismaticism, who
yeah, they're looking at
afford another
Prismat's.
loss to keep his streak.
They're looking at Prismat's list right now.
All right, let me get this off screen.
He took one Grim out and put a Kha'Zix in. But I
not.
and
This
I
is the
took a
anti-China list because there's no one-ofs in the entire deck.
so he swapped from 2 abandons to an abandon and a hard bargain. He added a Kha'Zix for a Grim Apothecary, and he took something else out. Oh, he took a Vex out and put something in. I don't know what the other thing in was.
Because there was another Annie on by the time
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
This Annie having 3 pikes, very interesting.
This feels more
Fresh
like what I'm
beans.
used to in terms of Andy. This feels like a more aggressive list.
Fresh
I
beans.
like this list better. Fresh Beans is one of the cards of all time.
So I don't
I'm
know
not
if
sure
anyone
it's
has
good or bad, but
heard, knows, or doesn't know, but there was a
I absolutely love just seeing these different takes on
the
meta,
Aurelia player that was on stream
because they're both being
shows his
successful,
hand
too. That's the biggest thing, is these are
holding
successful
no
anti-decks
discipline
with very different game
without
plans,
change of
different
board
ideas
state
how to
after the
play
next
these
play is
decks.
made. Combat showdown begins and he plays a discipline, which obviously is not possible. According to the eyewitnesses, he was holding his hand below the table, keeping it kind of on his lap. He was apparently disqualified from the entire event.
Yeah, I heard
Lee Sim
DQ.
player was given the win. There was another ruling thing that, see, maybe I'm missing something here, but yesterday, since we have time here, there was a moment where Ali,
Famed Sivir player,
challenged a Rune Rex with an unequipped Elder Dragon. The Elder Dragon is obviously 10 might. Rune Rex is 6. So Rune Rex dies. Elder Dragon takes 6 damage. The Death Knell of Rune Rex does 4 damage.
Yeah, that should be the Elder.
LeBlanc points at the Elder, the LeBlanc player, but they both kind of just move on as if that's not enough damage to kill the Elder. I don't know if they didn't realize. They were playing very quickly because of the situation they were in. They kind of had like 4 minutes left, I think, and it was like 2-1 at this point. But I don't know if I missed something, but that Elder should die.
That Elder should have been dead, yeah, because it doesn't heal. It's not shut down.
The LeBlanc plays a Harness Dragon, targets the Elder to kill it, but he could have done the same exact thing, targeted the Annie, and the Annie would have never been able to conquer with Last Rites, which ended up bringing back either another Elder or like a Mind Splitter or a Sivir or something, which basically helped the Aurora players stabilize and take the lead. It would have been like 4-1 in the LeBlanc's favor if they realized that Elder Dragon should have been gone.
All right, let's start. Come on.
Start what? The regional?
The first game. Yeah, the first
yeah.
like let's go.
Yeah, I would very much like that as well.
So we're gonna start with units or gear. We got
That-
Okay,
going
most
first.
used
So we
gear,
have
Zhonya's,
I mean, it's not really a big surprise,
GA,
Aurora being
and
here in the
Aurora.
middle, but still not the number
It's
one
kind of
player.
surprising that Aurora's second.
Calling your units back. Zhonya's Hourglass.
Yeah, I think Zhonya's is
So
just
all that we're
used in
probably
like
seeing
every
from
green
are-
deck,
are really a
pretty
dice.
much.
I'm a little bit surprised to see the Hourglass be a little
Mm.
bit higher. Of course, Yi
Yeah.
has it as well, so it's probably really coming down to the Yi and Irelia and a few other of
Pack of
those
Wonders.
Okay,
and
so wait,
Treasure
there's-
Trove. Pack of Wonders and Treasure Trove being a different percentage is weird to me.
No, it's because there's Ezreal decks that run Pack that don't
And
run
not
Trove.
That's so weird to me.
They
Yeah.
also run like a 2-3 split sometimes, or a 3-2 split.
Yeah.
Heart of Dark Ice.
I think when I was-
Baited Hook only at 7.1%.
And someone was explaining to me how
Well, maybe what's the LeBlanc percentage of decks?
I think it's like 9% or something.
Is something that's just not really replicated somewhere else in the game.
So,
There's also
like-
Fiora Hook list.
This is a singular
No, I know, but my point is like Beta Hook is for two very specific decks.
It's so good. It's so good.
Most used units. Wow. Purple Vex.
Vex
You know what's
apathetic.
you know what's impressive on this list though? Kaisa not in the top. What is this? 10. 9.
Hand information is so big right now.
Yeah, I
This
think
was
just
so
red is
stable.
not strong. It's just not strong in general. Ash and Vi representing yellow, Action on orange. Everything else is purple, green. Well, and Watcher. Watcher is just such a staple. Crazy that that card came out in set 1.
Hopeful.
Hopeful's up there. Kha'Zix, not surprised. Elder, not surprised. There's Kaisa.
Yeah, there's Kaisa on the list. It's honestly Baron being at the same number as Kaisa is kind of surprising.
So drastically different when I look at Vex Apathetic at 33, and dare I say,
Vex Apathetic being at 33% is just an absurd number.
Because Thousand Tail Watcher is just finding a home in
Just
all of
absolutely
these
crazy.
across the board. LeBlanc is playing this card. You know, we see people, Diana's are maybe even playing a version of it. Ezreal still likes to play it. There's just so much of it across the board.
Oh yeah, Victor as well. We saw earlier, so a lot of options there. And I do like to see that.
What's next? Show me most
used
used spells.
And then our last most used list is going to be for spells.
Ew.
Gus being that high is interesting. Because that's telling me that there are decks that are running Gus but not Stack Deck. Or running more Gus than Stack Deck.
Trying to think of what decks would do that.
I don't know. I feel like Stack Deck is a 3 in every single purple deck.
Something that we saw is Alan went from 0 Gust all the way up to 3 Gust in his
Turn to
Diana
Dust,
deck,
Salvage,
saying,
Challenge,
you know what, I actually
Dupify.
do love
Back
the
off,
people
seeing
that
a
they
lot
go
of
for Gust.
representation.
It is
That's cool to see.
No-
Very good card.
No acceptable losses. Sad.
It's just not good in my mind.
I think it's good
okay.
into MF and
Okay.
terrible into Sivir.
I think the players are starting to get ready for some real action. The tournament is really heating up. I can feel the tension in the room behind me.
Oh, I
honestly.
feel it.
So we're gonna talk about conversion rates, and that's the last thing that we're really gonna.
Ooh, I
set
do wanna
our
see the
players up
conversion
before we
rates.
send it over to our
Yeah.
casters. So
That's definitely
for the top
interesting.
decks in the room, we want to really pay attention to a lot of these legends. So the ones that we.
I was
saw
really
that
expecting
I
Yi to have the highest conversion rate just because of the graphic in the back. I got really
Yeah,
fucked
I
up with
thought-
that.
I thought that was pretty
pretty
low for LeBlanc.
Honestly,
It's a pretty low conversion rate at only 20%. Yeah, Sivir being at 17% is very surprising.
Yes, the Kha'Zix one is the first
I
I'm
think
actually
that
not
ev-
surprised by Kha'Zix. I think Kha'Zix is very underrated.
I'm not surprised by Kha'Zix. What I am surprised by, if you look at Aurelia and Kha'Zix, at the photos themselves, they did not Photoshop all of the background art out of here, and it's annoying me. Diana's got like some floating bits near her hair.
They did their best.
I mean, a big thing
No,
with
they
most
really
of these
didn't.
players just
Yeah, that's
miss
true.
their auroras, and
None of these
Yeah.
really stand out too much. Obviously, Kha'Zix being at 41% is very good. I think Sivir and LeBlanc are a bit lower than I would have expected.
Same thing with Misfortune.
Victor, that is Vi. That is a Victor.
Yep.
What are we doing? Okay, now I'm on board with you. These graphics are terrible.
Look at the Ezreal.
Ezreal's floating in, I don't want to say what. Victor is Vi, and Vi is Victor. Interesting. Okay. Better conversion rate for Misfortune than Sivir. So do we see a little bit bounce back on?
I think the MF deck is easier to play, but Sivir has a higher skill ceiling. So I think you would generally see higher conversion rate with MF, but you'll see better results from Sivir.
An absolutely abysmal performance from Pyke.
Yo, shout out Lee Sin!
Oh, here's
3
Vi,
converted.
Vi Victor. I believe. So this is actually Vi, just with the Victor picture. The pictures are flipped.
Yeah.
Because Vi being at 8% makes sense. Jin being at the lowest with 6.1%. Other nope. 0%,
No.
0%, 0%, 0%.
All right, so I'm
one
looking at this
Renata,
Jax.
one Garen,
Alright, so
one Ivern, one Yasuo.
So I'm looking at this Jax, right? And I know I really wanted to play Lee Sin in Hartford, but like, if there are 6 Jax players here,
It's not bad.
isn't that just the same deck?
It's not bad at all.
That's what I'm kind of thinking here.
5 more rounds of Swiss as it is Championship Sunday here, and then we will cut to a single elimination top 8. And I genuinely think, Silver, that it could be anyone's game.
It definitely can.
I'm trying to put some tags on this video.
I'm glad we've decided that this could be anyone's game, because that's really funny to me, considering there's still 5 more rounds. Like, of course it could be anyone's game.
This is why you listen to our stream and not theirs.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's 5 more rounds. It's anyone's game. Yeah, of course. There's 5 rounds worth of people that are still, like, can still make top cut.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people that are specifically here just to go and get that. Of course, they want to go for the win total, but it's also one of those things that you have to show up. And the extra prize wall tickets, of course, there's plated legends that people want to take home. But our last little stop here for today before we get to some actual action, I must applaud you all. You guys had some excellent.
These are cast predictions for who's gonna win. Bro, I don't know.
3 Dianas and a LeBlanc. No Aurelias. I respect that at least. They didn't take like the top deck.
Oh, of course.
I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know.
And I am really happy to see Diana being undefeated, so I can't wait to see more of her.
It would be cool to see 2-time champion like Diwali, potentially. Or Allen, Prismat, they're all still in the running.
My goat.
It would be really cool to see Randy make a run at it. He's sitting at X1 currently.
I mean, Randy hasn't had a... He doesn't have a chip yet.
He does not. Furthest he got was top... Might as well just shut this off now.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have some fantastic.
Okay, so like unironically we are. I'm wearing like a maroon shirt. It's a Dickies like little pocket red maroon brick colored shirt. Like, no, it is matching time.
Versus Diana, press A in the chat, and otherwise for match B, Diana versus Annie, press B in the chat, and we'll see what ends up winning that.
I think both of these matches could be, I mean, absolute master classes. Obviously, Diwali is a.
Can we watch Prismat?
Qualifier champion from.
Actually, no. I want to watch match A.
So I kind of want to watch match A as well.
I want to watch Prismat, but like on the other hand,
there's a lot of B's. I think B is gonna win. People want to watch Prismat. It's Prismat, but I think it's gonna
yeah. Well, I want to watch the Kaisa. That's the thing.
Ooh, lots of A's. Oh, that's all the same guy.
So I'm not really upset on either of them, right? And we're gonna see,
Alright, but if you just spam A really hard.
But it looks like we're gonna see, I think, match B, Wise Guy versus Prismaticism is gonna be Diana versus.
Alright, we're watching.
Yep,
Prismat.
we are watching Prismaticism. Are you more of a color caster?
This is gonna be really exciting.
I've done both.
Hello, Saf.
In my casting career.
So
Oh,
if
I have to
folks
check who
are
the
looking
top
at this
fan
real
was for
quick. So
yesterday.
we got Wise Guy here
I think
with
it was
Diana,
Val.
and we've seen a couple builds. I think the
Val
biggest
Starlight.
choices, if we're playing Frigid
The
Door,
famous
that's
Val
been a kind of
Starlight.
decision point. But I do see a
Our
little bit more
guy.
other gear, right? We see the Boots of Swiftness and Last Rites in this build, which
Can
I
I
don't normally
check?
see in it.
Whoa,
Yeah,
Last
it's gonna be
Rites
really
in
interesting to see
Diana?
Oh no,
I
it
think
was.
we may have seen a Last Rites yesterday. This
Yeah, it was
semester,
basically a
may-
three-way tie.
Definitely not Boots of Swiftness, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not
I'm gonna
a
give
Boots
it
of
to Val.
Swiftness at all, and we're really excited to see how ganking can affect this gameplay.
I
Obviously,
like this
also
Diana
wasn't
list a
expecting
lot,
to see
actually.
Sydney, but I mean, we haven't seen it as much at this
I'm
tournament
concerned of only
as
7 2-drops when you're playing arenas, but I assume that there's more 2-drops inside then to play arenas with.
List in a second here.
Mm.
Obviously, Prismaticism's been known for playing Annie, known for being, an owner of some of those best ofs who want to continue that streak.
Only
sure.
one
And,
Kha'Zix,
there has
only
been, I think,
2
a couple
Vex.
updates, as we've seen
Yeah, so he took
I'm
a
not
he
na-
took
I'm
a
not gonna
Vex out for a
tell-
Kha'Zix.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell the Annie player how to play Annie.
No,
But
no,
it
no.
is
He, and he
surprising
took
to me that he has 3 Ferris, but 2 Vex in such a purple meta.
so he took a Vex out. He also took a Grim out. I don't know what he replaced with the Grim though. Like I can't tell what the other thing was. It may have been another cleave. That's maybe what it was.
I cannot wait to see what we have in
See,
store
they
here.
should just
It looks
have
like it's gonna be
dual
the
streams
all
that I should be able to
guys
tune into
see
either
the
one of
power
them.
for Annie.
I
In
support
general, I think
this.
it's gonna work really well
I
on
or
the
non-commentator
spells.
streams.
Loves them as well.
Yeah, and then we've got
Wise Guy waking up first thing in the morning in Vancouver
being able to get that
And has to play against
Prismaticism
Annie is a deck that we have a lot of
in
runes, but not necessarily
on stream.
active cards to play with them all the time. So that
He's not even
for his
flexing with
top 8
17
life.
Annie cards.
Yeah, he'll save that for top 8 or for finals if he makes it.
Kind of have that like extra energy that you're not really gonna expect
Tough
from
draw for
their
Wise Guy.
legend ability.
He
Diana
is
obviously
facing
does
probably
get an
the
energy during
consensus best player in the
showdowns
world
that can
currently.
exhaust her that you can use for spells, as well as Annie
I would
during
probably have
the
him
game
ranked
does
number
get
1
those runes back as
personally.
well.
I would.
Yeah, and also
The only hump he had to get over
the
was something that
one of
we
the best, if
joked
not
about a
the
bit,
best
which
Annie player.
was
Prismaticism has
actually
the
winning
necklace
the,
he was wearing.
a big
I have
tournament.
not, is it
When he
in-
moves his
Yeah.
arm, you're gonna see he is like.
But yeah, the
I
consistency
play
of
Annie.
making
I know how this deck
was
works.
it 3 or 4
Definitely
straight
my
top
favorite
8s is
Yeah.
just
Oh my
absurd.
God.
Yeah, very fun, very fun. So,
Playing Seat
with all those
first.
arm mulligans, we're getting started here, and looks like Wise
If
Guy
I remember
is
correctly, it's
across
Seat,
two rooms.
Arenas, and Zon. So is he playing Zon third? Oh, is Zon going second then?
Poro here coming down from Wise Guy. I mean, really nice to start generating some different resources when it conquers.
Not
is
sure.
able to
Interesting.
generate
Interesting.
gold.
We'll have questions later.
Coming up, the Grim Apothecary and passing, and,
I like
this is
Grim.
also
Grim's good.
kind of an interesting matchup, right?
It does suck to have to if he has to play if Grim was the only thing in his hand and then he had to play Grim. That does suck because you want to play it later to get around stuff like Starcrossed.
Yeah, there's always a possibility of potentially getting it back to hand somehow.
He can gust him his own thing if he really wants to.
Both of them, I mean, they definitely work in different ways, so it'll be
I
cool
like
to
this
see
play
how it affects
out
the
of Wise Guy.
combo.
No reason to put the Planetary Portal in now if you have no interaction. You don't open an action window just in case Prismat has anything that he could play for 2. Maybe
Long Sword would be the only or Inferna, but he can't
but
play
Inferno would be
no.
on defense, right? Would be surprised.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want to do that because it would just die.
No, it'd just be Longsword, and he wouldn't play Longsword. He shouldn't play Longsword anyway. Let me rephrase that.
Could be stack deck as well.
You're so
Yeah.
inclined to be able to take both battlefields at the same time. This could be like I'm going to take a turn off from getting points,
But
make it
much
easier for me
better
to get the double
to attempt to double conquer next turn.
That makes a lot
Go
of
on to
sense.
Seat of
Honestly,
Power.
staying sometimes on those even points can be really important as we move into those last
units. You may
points.
move up to 1 enemy unit to that location. Enemy units at that location get -2 might this turn.
All right, and I think just
We're explaining Moonfall.
Prismat just wants to see the wording on it.
How Moonfall works, yeah. So
Yep.
choose a battlefield where you have units, and then move up to 1 enemy unit to that battlefield. Then give
Pretty sure Wise Guy just did that word for word. So
obviously a
I
signature spell.
honestly shout out.
yeah, good for him knowing his
Where
cards.
we don't necessarily use our signature cards. Obviously, like the champion unit for Annie has been very.
The -2 sucks for this though.
Into other decks, right? We did see
There's a comment: judges are allowed to tell you what cards do.
Yeah,
This
build
is
of
true. You
Sivir
can
yesterday and did some work, but, yeah, just gonna play out the
find out what cards do. It is open
Yeah,
knowledge.
that was so interesting seeing Annie in.
You're not allowed to
that
look it up
silver list
yourself
deck
because
that
you're not allowed to
obviously did help a
use
lot, and I really
technology
think
of
that
Your
that
phone.
sort.
Annie was pretty good
Oh,
on
sorry.
as well.
My
But
bad. He's
understanding
wearing
that
his best of Annie around his neck on the badge.
That's a flex. That's
That's
crazy.
sorry, that one's on me. Didn't notice.
That is so funny.
Yeah, it's such a good ace in the hole for
I like this patient approach from both sides. No reason to really cause these big interactions just yet. Potentially going in for a double conquer here, but I think with the 3 runes up on Prismat's side, you could definitely see something coming. He could have accelerated Kaisa and kind of gone for the double conquer draw 2, but it would be a very committal play. Especially if you run into a gust on the Grim, then you're kind of just sitting there, doing nothing. Plays out Hui, and once again, just playing patiently, building a board. And once again, he's not opening these action windows for Annie to get any value out of her untapped 2 legend ability, which is something, obviously, Prismat, being the best Annie player in the world, is great at using.
Both of these more kind of aggressive decks work into our turn 3.
Kind of interested to see how Prismat plays into somebody that is just developing and developing on curve, no less. Plundering Portal into Diana into Hui, very strong opening.
Yeah.
Definitely in a better position, I think, board state-wise compared to a Grim and a Kaisa, but obviously it's Prismat's turn with an opportunity
The other thing
to
is
maybe throw down a Ferris or something else.
Wise Guy will get action with 2 things, right? So
So he plays an Inferno.
Why play the Inferno first?
I'm not entirely sure.
Right, like if it was me, obviously I'm not one to question the go to Vanny, but you play the Inferno after you've drawn twice for this turn because you want to hold the Inferno in case there's bullshit around.
Must be some type of reason as to why he would play Inferno first. Though we might be missing. But
yeah, I'd rather have the runes up to be able to play it either as ambush or
it's
in.
like a Starcrossed. Yep, that's why. So if there was a potential ride the wind, you can Starcross the Hui away.
Yeah.
Because Diana obviously gives an energy, so you can have 2 energy for a ride the wind there. Send in your Hui, and then it gets Starcrossed.
Shout out Nox is hopeful.
Nox hopeful, such a good unit. Also crazy that this is a set 1 card. Such a good card in Kaisa early on. And been pretty strong stints.
Yeah, it is just so much value.
Yeah. Huge swing from Prismat. Throws the first real punch. Draws a few extra cards. But obviously he extended a strong resource there, which is Starcrossed. He can get it back with his Annie, with a Fizz. But
He's not
obviously
playing
a
Fizz.
very good... Oh.
He's not playing Fizz, just Annie.
Very good target in the Hui to bounce that back.
We've got 7 runes here. I believe for Wise Guy.
Going to be fairly tough for Wise Guy to conquer here. He's playing out Boots, which means that Hui will not be coming down this turn.
Yeah, so
right now it's Boots, Diana, and Kaisa, 5-4.
Considering the ability from the Kaisa here, or not from the Diana here.
You do not pay until resolution on Diana. This is a ruling that actually was made aware to me today.
For this Diana, where it goes on the stack and then you don't pay it until it resolves. So I know that this is kind of a newer ruling for this today. So just confirming on that one.
Yeah, you have to commit to the chain. You have to tell if you want to go on the chain. So I have to pay 1, and then it's on the chain. You say, I want them to go on the chain. Okay.
You put it on the chain, you don't pay.
I have to pay 1 for... Okay. So I've heard this ruled literally both different ways, I think, at multiple points, but no worries. So, yeah, I will...
All right.
Pay for this. Yep.
And think about... Okay, so we're here to interact with it. We're just going to flash back.
Flashing back here, very strong out of Prismat. And he's going to hard bargain this.
Good
So
hard bargain.
The Kaisa. I love this play. It's Some people might say, "Oh, you're committing your hard bargain this early just for a flash," but you're gonna be
No,
able
it's
to
worth
kill
it.
this Kaisa. Super worth it.
It's also not just the Kaisa. You're forcing the Grim to stay there too.
You are forcing the Grim to stay as well. So now, if you hit him with a Gust, you know you're basically clearing the board. Other than that knocks hopeful. Then you're gonna double conquer. You're gonna get a gold. You're going to get that stack deck off the Diana trigger. You're gonna get a draw off Seat of Power.
Well, it's less the Gust with the Grim is whatever. It's more you're not allowing Prismat to reconquer on seat. Right, because if Prismat swings in this
Potentially
Noxus
that as
Hopeful
well.
plus the Inferna in hand into the Diana, he can win that fight and
Yeah.
then swing Grim right back into seat and get a free draw off of it.
So he's gonna hold to 3. So we both sides are on odds right now. We have 3 to 1. Very slow start to the game. In that way.
Yeah, that part is so nice. I mean, a lot of times we're talking about how much information we get from someone's hand, from cards.
Tapping out on the Diana side,
knowing that your opponent can't do anything this
not the best feeling. I would assume that we're going to see, you know, some type of Rengar or Inferna ambush unit along with this Noxus Hopeful, maybe a Cleave. There comes the Cleave. So this is gonna keep Prismat on evens. Now he can pull his carry back to base if he wants.
This is a thing I've noticed. Prismat will do spells in base, actions in base, but for this specific one with Abandoned Hall, he would get an extra +1 if he did that.
Very true, and it could be something that's relevant later on. The Diana being tapped out obviously probably makes him more comfortable to just, you know, do his play the way he was doing it. But yeah, definitely something to keep an eye out later on. A detail that you wouldn't expect somebody like Prismaticism to miss, but
I was really ready for you to say a detail that you wouldn't expect somebody like me to recognize.
That's not what I was gonna say. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is so true. I just know there's so many options that Prismaticism could have. Obviously, again,
hey, you're not allowed to float like that anymore. It's illegal.
Obviously, those spells, and you know, Starcross is in
This is true. Judge, get this man a dice, please.
That Boots of Swiftness to the Ravenbloom student and up into Abandoned Hall.
Yeah, and so we are going to go.
We have a stack deck coming down
into this 3 here.
No, he doesn't have a floating anymore. Oh no, he tapped Diana for the stack deck. Okay.
Yeah.
Essentially an additional +2 might off of the Abandoned Hall and the student. So looking at top 3.
Yeah, it feels like Abandoned Hall is just like so nice with Ravenbloom student. Both with a very similar ability that when you play a spell, you do get that extra might.
It's not 5 to 4. Is it not 6 to 4?
So start off as
okay. Thank you, Showdown Counter at the bottom for switching.
Sorry, 4 to 4.
Oh, I never look at that. I always look at the board.
I don't really either, but I looked down and I was like, oh, it's the wrong number.
Psych, that's the wrong number. Sorry.
No, you're. Yep.
Internet brain.
You know, in the Fury domain, and I have to wonder, like, does Prismatism have something? He's got 5 runes up.
Yeah, and like
5 runes up. Do we see something coming down here?
Could be Kha'Zix.
Could
he has Inferna in hand. Inferna doesn't help him here though.
Inferna doesn't help him.
Rengar would get him over, but there's so many runes open that it shouldn't. Like, it wouldn't be worth it.
I think maybe there's a Rengar to base. Nope.
Nah, you just sack it.
Just lets it go. Interested to see what he's going to play next. Could you consider a Starcrossed there? Is what I'm
I wouldn't. The value is just not good on to Starcross the Ravenbloom. You know he's playing Huays. You know he may be playing a Baron. You know he may be playing Watchers.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of want to just keep it in hand until later.
You can't Starcross Baron.
You're right.
Cannot be chosen. I think
bro, this Baron card
might want to Starcross there is just because he already committed the boots, so that's 1 rune. Then he's gonna have to equip the boots, Plundering Poro, and then do something else as well on top of it in order to get over your Noxus Hopeful. If the Starcross gets resolved.
Both of them are kind of have to you know, respect each other.
And then your
You have to
hopeful
make
will
sure
also
that
go to
when you
5.
get
And then you could just
yourself
bounce your
a bunch
Annie
of
back and
high
continue the
resources,
cycle of
you're
Starcross
kind
Annie,
of out of
Starcross Annie,
resources, so they're trying to find the
which
best
is
way
kind of
to
gross.
effectively use
So,
everything.
you know, once you bounce your Annie, on if he decides to play Sway down, that obviously commits most of his turn. He would only have 3 runes left. And then on your following turn, you could drop Annie, ready to, and have your Starcross available again.
This is kind of like a resource
Because you're going to 9 runes, so you could actually Annie Starcrossed immediately, get Annie back in your hand
spells to spin them with,
again,
ambush cards to spin them with,
and then
you need the number of cards to do it. And
so we do see the Rengar to base,
which
I like this play.
especially when you already have control of the other battlefield as
Excuse me.
And so I have to wonder, like, at some point, do you think I'm going to spin stuff to starve them?
Oh, we got some more viewers. Cool. Glad to see people joining. Prismat being on stream is always exciting.
Hello, viewers.
With the Rengar to base. Another thing to kind of really balance is that, you know, with everything having really open timing, for Annie specifically, you can leave a lot.
Averaged around like 8 to 10, 12 on the high end yesterday, so not bad. Trying to get to the 30 subscriber mark, 35 maybe by the end of the day. That would be nice. Just get these first couple hundred out of the way because it's the slowest part.
Alright, so it's 3 points for Wise Guy.
We have to do some shorts, Logan.
Bro, we got
Shorts
it.
is the way to go. Hello, streamer, says Landon. Oh, Landon, sorry, I forgot to send you the link.
Oh my god, I cannot believe it. Promising things and just not actually executing upon them.
To some extent, as in that you don't want, when it comes back to your turn, to not have been able to use them to the best of your ability. It does look like it's going to be that Fizz, allowing us to then play one of these spells from our
Rengar to base seems good.
Okay, so we see Fizz getting back a stack deck, which probably isn't the best, the best indicator of a strong hand.
Or maybe it is. Maybe he's just really certain.
I mean, potential
So
cross target.
I would say if he's grabbing a stacked deck over, because the only other card he could have grabbed was Hard Bargain. That reads to me that he has another Hard Bargain or Ben in hand. Or he's not worried about spells from Prisma.
Well, Fizz, you have to play the card right away.
That's oh yeah, it's on Annie.
Unlike Annie.
Bro, my Annie brain just is so cooked.
I do want. It's really hard from the Diana side as far when you have something like a Starcrossed to actually find a good target. Unless a Ferris is played, there's really just not much that you want to actually Starcrossed because Annie and Prismaticism List is played out of his hand so often. Didn't really see what Prismat has in hand other than the Starcross that we already knew about, which he's holding on to. Playing this Ravenbloom 2 Seat of Power is interesting to me. Not sure what's going to happen here. 3 runes up only. Double Ravenbloom plus the Abandoned Hall. Prismat not taking his hand off it. Not sure if this is what he wants to do. Swings in 5 into 4. On Abandoned Hall, this could potentially switch very quickly. Ravenbloom Abandoned Hall is a great combination. I saw a 14 might Ravenbloom once. Shout out Joel.
What in the... Bro, what?
He had a 14 might.
Speaking of which, how's Joel doing right now?
Unfortunately, he did run into some tough matchups, got high rolled, and did not day 2. He did day 2 in Atlanta. Stupefy.
Seems good.
Seems good indeed. That is a 3 might Stupefy swing. So we have Stupefy / Defiant Dance because of this stupid battlefield.
We have Defiant Dance at home.
But Joel will definitely be in the rebound, and I believe he will do very, very, very well.
Just on that.
Interesting play here with the Gust. It is a bit dangerous because if another spell comes down here, that Gust will fizzle. Gust goes through. Stupefy goes through. +2 on Ravenbloom, -1 on something. I'm not sure what he targeted, whether it was the Rengar or the Annie. see the longsword come down, so that's a 6 might Rengar. If it is
7.
stupefied.
Oh yeah, 6 was stupid.
Oh, the Gust Abandoned Hall canceled out the Stupefy -1. Because Prisma played it.
That's a good point.
Well.
Good point. Good point. Good point. Good point. Good point. Good point.
So it was 7 into 6.
Versus I'm already in a fight, and maybe he doesn't want to.
Really strong play for Prismat. He goes to 6. He draws a card. I think this interaction locks up the game for him for the most part. He's still holding the Starcross, so you can basically never play your way unless you have Abandon or Hard Bargain or something along those lines. Now he holds up Starcrossed and Hard Bargain runes, so it can't even get Hard Bargain. Or Abandoned, because he could just replay it, or he could tap the 4 runes for Hard Bargain. Really tough position. I think maybe the turn he played Hui, he could have potentially tried to go for the double conquer and draw a card. I think maybe the patient play in the beginning was cool to see, and I like it, and I think it's, you know, not the worst strategy ever, but I think it was maybe just slightly too slow.
Not the worst strategy ever. This is truly my favorite.
Like,
you could have played worse.
I don't think he was throwing or anything like that. I think he maybe just waited 1 turn too many. I like the patient play on turn 1 or on turn 2, not, you know, forcing the conquer just to get conquered over. Obviously, you want to play slow. But I think the turn where he played the Hui, he could have tried to do something a bit more there. Get control the battlefields just a little bit and see what the response is. But I also don't know his hand, so you never know. Could be wrong. Could be totally wrong.
I have to wonder, do you want to stop the attack here and win off that hold? I mean, you know there is, what is this, 8 runes up on Wise Guy's side. It looks like we are just going to let that Grim Apothecary die.
Yeah, so got to 4 points here for Wise.
There's too many runes up.
This
feels super illegal having this many runes up.
Fanaticism's just offering a lot of pressure to try to take the win next turn.
Yes.
Let's see.
I think there's 4 cards in hand as well. We are just going to play out.
Okay.
We are going to see
that
Vex apathetic. This could.
That's a pain.
This could potentially do something here, but the problem is, once again, you have no way of stopping a Starcrossed. You know, there is a deflect, and it will be a heavy commitment out of...
Yeah, but if you can win off it, who cares?
Yeah, exactly. If you deflect for a win game is a good trade that I would take.
Valuable trade. Seems good. Seems good. What could that hidden be? Consult.
Tide Turner.
One of Existential?
That purple pike, if that was this guy's list. Oh no, that was an Annie list.
That was an Annie list. I think he was running one Existential?
Obviously, you could also
Existential's hidden, right?
No.
It's not?
There's so many questions, right?
It is not. Action repeat.
Repeat. There's too many flipping little card bits at the top.
Little card bits, aka
the keywords. They all look the same, okay?
Yep, so here comes the Starcrossed on the Rengar, which means that he could just replay the Rengar after equipping the longsword to the Annie and win the game, pretty much.
He has Inferno in hand as well.
Yeah. The Inferno won't matter. Oh, yeah, they will matter now, because there is no...
Yeah, the Inferno and the Rengar both can be played to field.
Yeah, and they're not stunned, because Vex is no longer a thing.
Correct. So if he still needs it, he can play Inferno. I think he's not going to show it immediately.
You could flip the Tide Turner here, yep. Bring in the Ravenbloom student, and then attempt to...
Bring that Ravenbloom student up into the seat of power. We mentioned
so we have 10 into 7.
grow if needed. 7 to 10 right
Is
now.
there a
He's got a-
moonfall?
We'll have to see what Wise Guy has with the 2 runes.
Can you-
Moonfall could be strong.
Ooh.
Starcrossed
And we are
comes
gonna use our
down.
own copy of Starcrossed here on the Tide Turner.
Okay, but he can just Inferno. Oh, he's got another Rengar in hand. He's so okay.
For another point
He's so okay.
Yep.
Ravenbloom, so
Rengar number 2, and that's GG.
Another Rengar, though. This is going to be a full
And we go game 2.
and that's going to be the game.
Shout out Rengar, man.
With a
What a
really,
card.
really strong performance. Very clean, as the comment is saying. Yeah, that was just textbook prismaticism game.
You know, it goes back to like, you know, I would say
He just
pretty early,
played it
into
perfectly.
this game.
He is going
Getting
Zone
Starcrossed
Warren's
a little bit
second.
earlier than, you know, generally you play Annie, you
So
get
that's
the spell you need
interesting.
immediately, right?
Yeah, for
but
sure.
having the foresight to say, I think the Starcross is going to be important later in the game. I'm going to get it when I have kind of.
Because like normally when you're playing any, like his third battlefield is arenas. It's arenas going first, Zon blind, Seat of Power going second, because you want to get all the value off Seat of Power.
I'm excited to see Zon Warrens. It's definitely
I mean, maybe it's just like he has just noticed he's not rolling well this weekend and said we're going seat first.
Maybe there's something matchup specific.
Conquer.
Yeah.
Zon Warrens, you discard,
not sure.
you draw a card, and then
Yeah,
Arena's
oh.
is also a really strong.
I dunno.
Since it's set 1, does allow both players to start with 1 point.
Yeah, I mean, with Annie specifically, right, we have all these extra runes and energy to play with, but that means that we need more cards to play.
Okay,
So,
real quick, I'm gonna go
having
grab a drink.
lot of
I'll be right back.
Heavy battlefields makes sense.
All right, stream now that we're alone.
In the back for Wise Guy, and then sending it back to Prismaticism.
Ravenbloom Student is a really
I like
strong
first turn
card.
Ravenbloom.
We'll
Ravenbloom,
have to see
good
if
card.
it does have a turn 1 unit. It does look like
Traveling Merchant, good.
Traveling Merchant.
Yeah, we haven't seen.
That was the quickest sideboard in the history of the world too.
Game 1, but it's returned home, and we're gonna see if it's able to
Like
get
he-
us some, you know, extra draw.
that
And
was
Zon Warrens, that's, you know,
What,
two
like a
cards
minute
that
of sideboarding?
Yeah.
This is known from both players, like what they were gonna side in and out.
Warrens just really helps you find the exact cards that you
Merchant's
want.
really good with Zon too.
Even
It's
if
so
you
much
only
filtering
have
if you
zero
need it.
cards in hand, at some point you do get that draw still.
And I'd hope that
And
this
we are looking back
Diana
at
subbed in.
Blue Student to the Zon Warrens, so we'll be at 2 points for Wise Guy here. Both players start with 1 point due to the arena's greatest as well.
Subbed in more
And we have
2 drops.
to play with on Diana's side, and looks like we are gonna
Okay,
play out.
what do we got
Sorry,
so
get the discard
far?
of the Tide Turner for the draw off the
Merchant, it's arenas from the Diana.
Yeah, it makes sense
With-
to me.
we could play something
No, makes sense going first, but the way this Diana list
Yep,
looked
and it's just that.
didn't scream, I want to play arenas.
Yeah, I'm interested to see
Obviously, I guess
how
he's
they
sideboarding in
do
more
obviously
2 drops, but I think he was
with
running like
the
6-2
strategy
drops
of it.
before.
But in game 1,
Mm.
we saw them really stay back and wait
Longsword
for
into moving
before
merchant,
taking any of
so
the
you can avoid the
battlefields.
gust potential off
Arena's
the
race
Diana
really kinda
legend
shrinks
ability.
that time that they have, so they're gonna have
To kill this
be
Vex,
a lot more aggressive.
and then maybe you drop
And
something,
I think we
you
saw
know,
already, I'm
Grim
pretty sure
or another
Prismaticist
2-drop or
Battlefield is
Rengar
also Arena's
in your
greatest.
back
You don't need to,
Uh,
but you don't need a
obviously
longsword. You just move the merchant first,
a lot.
and don't
I think
discard the
in
longsword.
this format, you know, going
No, I'm
Then
saying
if they-
you put the longsword on merchant, then move it,
I think a lot of these champions like
so
Diana,
that
right,
you avoid
can just
gust.
play it for 3 from the
'Cause you
No, I'd
react-
rather-
but we've
I'd rather him
seen
waste the gust
in
and
particular
slap the longsword on after.
of a bane for a lot of these Fury decks, when
He
they
wouldn't
want
get.
to be
There's no
playing
reason
well
for
and reacting
him to
well, because
gust
you really can't,
if you just
you
move
know,
in
get
the
as much
merchant.
value when that Vex is on the battlefield.
Yeah, that is.
He
for
can just
sure.
trade with the Ravenbloom student, and then you have no field.
Oh, I was saying going to arenas. I wasn't saying going to.
Oh, I was talking about a way to remove.
Okay,
the Vex.
okay.
You basically
No, I was
attach
not type of Vex.
longsword, go into Vex.
You are correct in that ballpark.
As recognizing that we do have the Inferno, we're just playing out for 2.
Oh, Carson Bedge Homer.
And, you know, it also just
Woohoo!
another
Let's go
ambush,
Mets.
especially like an ambush
Let's go
unit, you
Mets.
can pay for 2, which is great for
That's my
Annie's,
goat, Carson
legend
Bench.
ability too, and helps you out there. And the Nox is hopeful. Both were stunned and couldn't move, but you know, that does fall off.
Oh, I'm gonna pull up the ESPN on the side.
Yeah, I
Let's
have
go
to
Knicks
wonder,
as
do
well.
we- like, obviously, Inferna can't really use that ambush in the same way because of the stun right now. But in our first game, we saw the Inferno played kind of specifically to do the Star Cross,
Yeah.
right? And I wonder if how we'll see that work out this time.
Yeah, we haven't seen it, but I can definitely see some times where, like, okay, I react with Inferna, and then I react with Starcrossed. and
dead
then,
center.
Being able to, you know,
Off
for
a slider,
essentially
no less.
5, be able to return one of their
Good
cards back
start to
their
the
hand
game.
is pretty nice.
For sure.
We're gonna move these two
Moves the Raven Bloom back.
base here, and then for 3, looks like we are gonna play out our Diana champion here,
I would assume he's gonna.
and pass it back with 3 open.
Yeah, I feel like we're just like slowly.
I don't know what he has in
moving our
hand.
board here
Could
on Wise
be
Guy's
Star-Crossed,
side,
holding up
keeping
3.
That Vex up there just to make sure that these stuns stick.
A little scary
7 runes
to
for
keep
Prismaticism
the
here. We
Vex
still also have our Annie champion in it, and again, with the
alone
Vex
at
on
this
the
battlefield.
battlefield here, it will
With 7 might that can swing in before you
Yeah.
touch anything in hand.
Yeah, 7 unstunned might. I think you potentially just swing in the Nox Hopeful here if you're Prismaticism,
Look at the trade.
and make your opponent play something. And if it trades, that's obviously a great trade for you.
Go for it.
I mean, Prisoner has to
You
win
basically
with this
force your
Vex
opponent
off.
into playing something,
Just because
which
it feels like a lot of his
Yeah.
deck is set up
is something I
around
like to do a lot in my
units.
games.
We don't have as many damage
Um,
spells in this
You know, you
list.
want to put the pressure on your
So
opponent to act first, and
this Vex
this
putting
game
a
is
little bit,
inherently
really,
reactionary.
you know, stay on those is a little bit difficult.
Double Falling Star, really strong here. Ton of value out of this. This is kind of along what I was saying also, because if he wants to save one of those units, he has to play something, and if he plays something, then he has obviously less protection for Vex. So once again, this is kind of putting it on your opponent to either play something or to take a trade that is, you know, just good for you. So he takes the bad
He's nothing
trade,
for it.
and now
He still may have it in hand though. That's the thing. You can't just assume it's nothing in hand now.
no, because he could be saving it for the Vex. But what you could do is you could now not engage with the Vex if you didn't want to, and you could play it slow, and your opponent basically just wastes those 3 runes, didn't get to save anything, and you're only giving him 1 point. And then you're probably holding on arenas anyway. So there is that option. I think that is what he's considering here. Does he swing in? Does he not? Because obviously your opponent is a strong player, sitting at 7-1. He's not going to, you know, pass with the Vex active on Zone Warrens without some type of protection. I did just see a longsword in Prismaticism hand, which means that either of these units will be able to kill the Vex if he star-crosses the other one.
Looks a good card.
Eclipse on the Hopeful. So that means it's going to be 4-4, and he'll get a predict. Which means that if the
4-3. 4-3.
Oh, correct. It's not. It's not a minimum of 1. If Longsword comes down here, it'll be 5-4, but you can see a gust potential. In reaction to that, which would then be kind of really backbreaking for Prismat going forward.
So we do also get the predict, so we can look at the top card and recycle if we want to. But currently 4-3.
Good cleave. Good cleave.
Cleave comes down. Did not see that sitting in his hand. He still has enough runes for the longsword. Oh, it's the Existential Dread, which means that the longsword no longer matters. It's the only card in Prismat's hand. This means that the Hopeful will die, the Inferno will get bounced back to base. A huge play coming out of Wise Guy. This is really played well. He allowed his 2 units to die in the back, and this is why I said, is there potential of just allowing a pass? Do you just play your longsword to base, move your merchant back, maybe discard your cleave, or discard your longsword and hold the cleave on the merchant trigger, see what you draw, try and develop if you draw a unit, maybe you play your Annie to bounce back the Falling Star. I mean, it was a lot committed from the side of Wise Guy, so that's, you know, not the worst. Do you attach this to the merchant? And I think you have to move this merchant back to base as well.
And then that means that when we move with the merchant, we have a discard 1, draw 1.
Free draw. Always like that as a
yeah, that's gonna be nice to try to build our hand back up, but that's gotta be
merchant
a huge
player.
help
Always
for
good to get a
Prismaticism.
free draw.
clear out the entire back line.
Free draw is so good.
Not react in any way to it, even though he did have runes up, and he was so smart in saving those runes, saving his cards to be able to protect Vex. And again,
Double
these
Vanguard
stuns are doing
assaults.
so much to Prismatic
Rebound starting up soon.
because
Let's go, Mahir.
He's kind of just built around attacking.
Yeah. So making.
Yeah, so who's in day 2 from us? Mahir is?
Nope.
Mahir's not day 2?
Since it's stunned something, you can
No.
target
Oh.
something that's stunned and it gets returned.
None of our boys made it.
No one made day 2. Sad.
No, very different from Atlanta.
It's okay. Everyone will make day 2 in Hartford.
I know this one of the cards was
Atlanta was
just to
like
see what we do to
pretty much
side
everybody
with
made day 2 except
pull here.
no
That deck
shade,
is so
Christian,
nice to kind of, get
and
to
Tony,
try to
who ended up
curate
winning a
your
best
hand
of.
to have exactly what you need to beat your opponent.
But yeah,
we looked at the
pretty much
statistics
everybody
at the
else
beginning
that
of the
I
day, right?
know
One of the most
that was
Yeah.
there
spells,
made day 2.
in the game right now.
I think
Only
Gary
second to,
came
I
up
think,
like
Dust,
one
which
game,
we were able
one
to
match
play
short
both here.
potentially.
Very good for our consistency, and obviously with the likes
If
of,
he
like,
did the
Rift
main
and
event,
Soon
maybe I'm
and Paul,
misremembering that.
paying one to give a +1 and look and draw.
Oh.
Kind of curious to see what comes
Irreplaceable.
through
Yeah, that
here.
is for
A
sure.
Hwei could be extremely strong.
It looks like
You're
just
sitting
looking
at
the resource
4,
between these
so
different
maybe you
two
retreat
players,
the
Wise Guy
Vex,
seems to have
play a
lot
Hwei
more
if you
cards
had
than
it.
Prismaticism does, and a lot more
Doesn't look like
runes.
that's going to be the play.
And again, Vex
Just
can
tapping
just be quite the
3.
bully
Nope.
here, when it comes to
He reached towards his
getting
Diana. Did he
dramatic
think his
plays.
Diana
It
was
really
still
slows
over there
down,
or something?
Prismaticism. Yeah, I will say that Prismat's kind of in
That'd be really
a
funny.
spot, though, 'cause it's going to be kind of easy
Nope,
for
tapping 3 for
Murphy
something
to
else.
draw
This is like
ones
a
on
lecturing
top of
girdle?
Vex, by using their cards.
Fizz? Could be a
But we'll
Fizz.
see. Looks like for 3, we're gonna
Moonfall.
play with the Moonfall.
Okay.
I'm assuming
So
you're going to
aggressive
pull
play.
over the
I
hopeful.
love this signature spell, Moonfall. It's kind of almost like a dual charm.
I feel like you're definitely pulling over the hopeful.
I think you're right.
The Inferno would actually be
Does so
stronger
much,
than the hopeful here because it would
and
be a
also
3
it's,
instead of a
gives
2
everything a -2, and
after the
also
-2.
fact that, it doesn't have the,
I was thinking like you may want to pull Inferno because it gets rid of the. It's a threat right now in backline.
very, very
It
important.
is definitely a threat,
Knocks his hopeful there
but I think it's
off Arena's
less.
greatest.
It's still a gust
Probably
target
wasn't
if it doesn't have the
when you do it on
assault.
the Inferno, right? It would've been a little bit
Um,
tougher. It would have been a 4 to
Oop,
3 if we did that.
Fizz.
Oh,
Is
and
he
we're
gonna
gonna use
Moonfall
the Fizz
again?
here, though. Are we gonna use it
He
on
is gonna
once
Moonfall again.
Ooh,
Shout out.
He's pulling in the Merchant. I don't know if I agree with that.
This card,
Oh,
and then-
no.
Oh, it
Mm.
does force him to discard a Star-Crossed, which is really painful for Prismat here. Obviously, another way of getting rid of this Vex.
I mean, he knew it was one card in hand, right? Like
being aggressive, and now this
Mm.
is the low resource game we're at. now.
Somebody just
If it's one
commented,
card in
"Looking
hand,
rough
you-
for Prismat."
So,
I
mean,
agree.
now
Yo,
Wise Guy
what's
is
up,
at those
Intimidator?
lower
Oh,
resources,
that's
just like Prismaticism. I have to
how's it going, dude? Yeah,
Prismat,
welcome.
even though we're only at 6 runes, might want to try to build out that
one of
base
our local
as
players.
much as
That's what I was
possible,
gonna say.
since he knows that if when the Vex comes up to a
The
battlefield,
Long
he
Island
won't be able to
Riftbound
play
scene,
those
aka the
amplifiers.
most competitive damn scene
And so
in
for
the
Showdown,
world.
we're gonna use our
She's like it.
legend ability.
Unironically, it's way too competitive.
That From the Soul, aka Gary video that was put out was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the one from X Rarity? Where it was like all the top
Mhm.
10 players in NYC.
That's kind of like an extra card in hand sometimes.
That was a really good one.
Especially since it does
I enjoyed being a part of
draw
it.
Card too, so we're thinking about
Little bit of a banger.
these 6 runes and what we want to do with them. Obviously
Tough position for Prismatic because you're really relying on your top decks.
Well, this is the problem that Annie gets into, and this is why Annie last set felt so weird comparatively to Draven, because you could play Draven, you can play Annie, Draven very similarly to how you would play Annie, but you would get so much more card draw, and you had cards in hand.
Yeah.
And as someone who played a lot of Annie, right, like you get to this point where you are just like one of in hand or no cards in hand, and you have no way to draw, and it sucks.
And we'll see how they want to try to pick apart this Zon Warrens.
Stupefy your Kaisa.
Gonna try to stupefy the Kaisa here, so get a draw 1 and a -1 here. So currently on that battlefield, it's at 6 might.
Sends in the Fizz. Interesting play here. Prismat famous for holding when other people would not attempt
Yeah,
to
this
hold.
does seem to be really nice. I do have to
He does
When other
really
people
like
would
to
be
stick.
sickos.
He really does like to stick to battlefields and put pressure on the opponent to
have
you know,
4
push
runes up,
in.
and that's a lot of options.
Not sure what could be in
could see
hand. We
Radar,
obviously
but
see the
still,
2
just the
Star-Crossed
fact that Fizz is
Engrave.
going to be trading with one of these
I
no
believe
matter
the
what
longsword is a
really
1 of,
strong.
but it could be 2.
Obviously, we do want to get rid
It's
of
a 2 of.
Flash.
Flash to get rid of both.
Flash is super strong
a hard
here.
bargain though. You know, paying 4 could be everything.
But this
yeah,
does
we
allow
are
your
gonna get
opponent to just go
rid
to
of
6 if he
just the Kaisa
wants.
here.
Oh, he's just flashing the Kaisa.
We're gonna stupefy the Inferno.
Stupefies
and get the
Inferno,
minus there.
so now
the
conquer
Fizz
for
does
free. Now you get a
survive.
discard draw. So obviously you're
Very
seeing
nice.
3 different cards,
It was
and your
definitely a
4th
risk that
card,
Prismatis
which
doesn't
is
took,
your turn
only
draw.
flashing back the Kaisa.
Only a Kaisa
I
and
think
base.
he was kind of hoping to trade probably.
Prisma has no
Flash
hand
for
right now,
free
right?
That longsword. Sadly, it
No,
did
Flash
end
was the
up
only card in
dying
hand,
to
so he
Fizz
is completely
surviving,
empty
but
at this point.
longsword is free.
Yeah,
Cool.
so,
We got some more
that
people
can
coming
offer-
into the
sometimes
stream.
you're right,
Awesome,
like,
welcome.
you just have
Currently,
a,
Prisma
you know,
is
you're
on the
stuck
back foot in
to
game
one
2.
of my, units, so I think
We will be potentially going to a game 3, pretty low on
likely
time,
like
and
the
it will be
Yeah.
Prismat's Arena's greatest
100%.
game, so could give him a really strong advantage. Wise Guy, obviously he needs to win this game, so you can't just, you know, play crazy, but I would
Yeah.
like to see him try and pick up the pace a little bit, for his own sake. Not that I'm rooting for anybody, but I think he's really going to struggle in game 3 if he can't, if he doesn't have, you know, a decent amount of time.
Wait, hold on. We weren't allowed to root for people? I
We
misunderstood
are
this.
allowed to root for people. But,
Okay.
I have no dog in this fight currently. I am a fan of Prismat and his team. Everyone that I've interacted
Yeah,
with,
clearing
that
out
he
Prismatis'
is,
board would be such
you
a
know,
huge
at least
moment,
the
just
people that he
because
playtests with are
especially when
really
that
cool
Vex in
people.
Battlefield, you can't really just get
Ooh,
into
another
engage with
fizz.
Blitz because
So
of
what are we gonna go
stacks.
for here? Just for a stack deck, okay. Maybe looking for a specific out.
But we will get another draw, which is going to be pretty nice. We're going to have also 6 power here.
Don't mind
which is
that.
enough to tie with a longsword Kaisa, which is good as well.
You really want to go to 6 here, but you also don't want to just sacrifice your Vex Apathetic to this Kaisa. So if you don't have a way to play around it, you might
Well,
wanna
maybe that's what
hold
he's
your
looking for.
base and then hold to 6, and then you could retreat your fizzes, build your base, and then make that final push on not your next turn, but the turn following.
It's probably
Which
just what
those
he's
kinda
looking
seem-
for
Yeah.
in that. Like that's what the sack deck is for. It's just how can I protect
Cleave off
Vex
the
if
top
I
would
want to
be
win.
gross.
Cleave off the
or,
top
like,
would be
I think it
sick.
represents how much we care about keeping this Vex alive, even though it's not currently stunning units.
Okay.
Ooh.
Heck, that could be cleave off the top.
It does seem like we're kind of hoping to hold into that 6 with
Another
everything
one of those
is,
like really good
but
feelings to just draw a
if we
stack
moved
deck
up to 6, there's
when
some
you're
world
top
that we
decking
could've
because you're
won
like, oh, I
next
get to
turn,
pick.
where now it's not possible.
I get to think about it.
Stack deck looking at the top 3. You know, one of the probably better draws, at least from a consistency, right? Like you get the best of your top 3, not just the best off your top 1. You do have to pay a rune for it, but there it goes. We're going to pay 4 and recycle 1.
Top 4, recycle 1, get the Annie.
Unit here, and we're going to go back and pick up maybe a
Falling
I like Star
Star
here. Star is good here.
Oh, it's gonna clear so much.
That unironically may have broken it back for a minute.
Reconquer draw off of this.
Draw of Sun Warrens, or draw of Kaisa, then discard draw
Yeah,
Sun
and
Warrens.
it's gonna be really nice with.
Interesting that he gets rid of the Rengar because he could play that in reaction.
Lacking in cards earlier, but between this Kaisa, between the Zon Warrens, we're gonna be getting a lot of refreshing cards in hand.
Yeah, and you know, Falling Star has shown once again one card that can get rid of 2 has been very strong. You know, it's kind of like a draw 1 in those scenarios. We are going to go 4 to 4 on the Kaisa, and we're going to spend 3.
Another Eclipse. Oh, a Moonfall brings in the Annie. It's gonna be 3 to 4. If there's no cards out of Prismat's side, it's going to be really hard for him to come back in this game because this will be a conquer to 6. You will have a Vex Apathetic at the board. You will have your opponent seeing another card off Zon Warrens, and then you will have literally no units on the board.
Yeah, I mean, we could have maybe equipped the longsword last turn. We have
Is there
potential
a
of
Grim
Rain
Apothecary?
Guard here, and
There's a
also
Rengar
No,
response.
Rengar to
Play it
base.
to
make sure that
base.
we're using our runes
Well, he can't play it to field. Playing to field is
Playing
just
at
bad.
field does nothing. Yeah.
to also play around kind of the stun
I
ability
guess the
too.
Vex
It-
would technically get pushed back to
We're not
base,
next turn with it, but we're
but
at 6 points
that's
for
not
Wise
worth it
Guy.
because you're still going to lose
Wide
2
open.
units.
Yeah, like just staving off having a completely wiped board is gonna be so important for.
And you
Prismatic
want the
to
Rengar
so
in
that Rengar
base
goes down
So
in
that you
this.
can retake over the
Just
help
Vex.
out with that.
well,
on the following
retake
turn.
over the Vex, and you Rengar attacking is the best place for Rengar to be.
Also, now I understand why. Oh, he does get the Vex to safety. Holding up 3 runes still, so obviously Star-Crossed is something that comes to mind. Moonfall would not do much here because Rengar is obviously going to be 5 into 2. Now I understand why Prismat discarded that Rengar, because I guess he just had another one.
6-6 now it looks like, and yeah, I would love to see like.
Do you not just have a Rengar in your hand at all times?
No, I play LeBlanc.
Nerd.
What a nerd I am.
In the nice way. In the nice way, you know.
I'm not cool, apparently. LeBlanc isn't cool.
You play a deck with beta hooks.
Hey, I just started that. I haven't lost a game yet, though, which is fun. I literally have not lost a game, like online or in person, since I changed the list to what it is now. Kha'Zix coming down is, and well, it looks like he's thinking about equipping the longsword. I'd probably equip it to the Rengar, just to spread out the might a little bit, avoid Star-Crossed being the absolute nuts.
Kha'Zix will go to 6.
Yeah,
On defense.
Yeah,
I have to
exactly.
hope that if that obviously Prismaticism would be thinking about that playing the Kha'Zix.
Yeah, he's at Rengar.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose to Star-Crossed.
Is there something like a flash that can move these 2 units back to base ready and then take out
4
the
runes up for Prismat,
like
but only 1 card in hand, so it's a little less intimidating.
I mean,
Could
it could
we
be a
see
hard bargain, right?
That's
4 runes with
obviously
hard bargain
what
is
came to
gross.
mind. Could we see a hard bargain?
We haven't seen one abandon this entire series, by the way.
So if we do go to game 3, we're going to have to do a quick one. I mean, again, these are both kind of more aggressive leaning decks, I would say, and we've been really grinding it out.
Yeah, that is for sure. And these players
Now,
are
seeing only
so
1
hard
card
for
in
each other
Prismat's hand,
to be
is there
able to
ever
find the perfect way of doing it
is
to
there
keep up
ever
all
a
their
world,
generation
depending on what you
changes,
have in hand, where you just
and
conquer Arena's Greatest, go to 7, and hope to hold with whatever interaction you have in hand? I think that might end up being the play. Kha'Zix plus the Rengar plus the Longsword is just so much to go into on Zone Warrens.
Yep, he is 7.
Looks like he goes to 7 here. He is on the battlefield, so once again, unless it's a Ride the Wind or a Star-Crossed or
Flash.
something of the sort, or Flash, yeah. There are outs for sure. Another Fizz to get another stacked deck. Interesting, he's not going for
Yeah, really nice to get a
Moonfall.
stack deck right
Moonfalling the
here. Obviously,
Kha'Zix could be
Flame
really
Blade
strong
Kha'Zix
there
is
because he
so
doesn't get his
important to
bonus.
Wise Guy and Prismaticism,
And then
so having those
he does have a
perfect
Moonfall on
cards
Grave. Yeah,
in
he
hand
has 1 Moonfall on
kind
Grave,
of
so he's not
overwhelming.
Moonfalling the
Now, this
Kha'Zix, which
looks like we
is
are gonna
interesting.
keep
Plays another Vex.
reinforcing that Arena's Greatest,
This
though,
Flash here would be
and keeping
huge
alive
because
those
you'd have
very
9 going
bloodless wounds.
into
It looks like we are gonna leave ourselves
11,
Oh.
and it's
really
Flash.
open, and that Diana, and
Actually, you'd have 11 going
Fucking-
into
at least
11.
does have that flash we talked about.
Yeah, Flash has been
Oh, and
super
you can
good
juggle
here.
the longsword
I think we're going
to win
in
the game.
Yep.
one at a time. This is going to be a total of 7.
Well, Kha'Zix won't get his...
He won't get his buff, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, now he will. Now he will. Now he will.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the Rengar had enough to get over twice.
By itself into something, we get the longsword.
Shout out, Flash, man.
Yeah, I'm really curious
Good
as to why
card.
he went for stack deck there and not
Yeah, what a close match.
Moonfall?
and not Moonfall. I think you just absolutely have to Moonfall the Kha'Zix over. It goes to 2, so it doesn't trade with anything. Prismat only had 1 card in hand.
But also then reattaching that longsword to Kha'Zix as well, just to make him such a mighty beast.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
also Wise Guy,
good on Prismat. He came back in a game that I really thought he was not going to
really
win.
tough for Prismaticism, really playing on low resources. Luckily, a combination
good game.
of on Warrens and the Traveling Merchant. really
You know,
provides
he
an
played it well.
extra card
I think his
draw,
opponent
and
could
that
have
Flash
potentially.
made a huge difference.
Yeah, you
Um,
can tell they really just like planned.
I mean, it depends, like, really what he had in hand on Star-Crossed.
Win the game. But Wise
Yeah.
Guy
Not for
Nine-
for
no,
Moonfall.
that's not true. Prismat is now 8-1.
There, and
He did lose to our local.
8-1, I think, for the day. I think they started the day at 7-1, so currently 8-1, and Wise
Our
Guy
local
currently
Azir player.
7-2, but still being able to win out these next 4 rounds can put you into a lot of these different
Ratley.
prize brackets.
Ratley?
Yeah,
Is
there's
that
so
how
many
he
things
pronounces
that
it?
these players are
I think
converting
so.
for,
That was
Forgot
the
his
third
real
Azir
name.
player in my mind, by the way.
They're definitely
Oh.
very strong and have practiced a lot.
I had to think for a minute there.
Both are things that they're shooting for.
Wise Guy versus Prismaticism. Prismaticism able to take it 2-0, but again, quite a match. And again, I think
I'll
Wise Guy
say it.
really showed
I'll
that
say
they
it
know
verbally.
what
My local
Prismaticism
Zero
is trying to
player
do.
plays
They were
green
making it
Azir.
very tough for it. Prismaticism able to still find a way, but
Me and you played
it was
Azir
just
at
so
Depot.
tight, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I played one game of Azir.
Oh yeah. LS tweeted, the Riftbound stream really needs a way to show the hands of the players. Part of watching card game, even poker streams, is the immersion from being able to see what the person is holding and then compare it against what you do as a viewer. Suggestion below. Have a giant size version of Scrabble plaque on the table that players draw and place a card into for a brief second for allowing a fixed position camera to Snapchat it and add it to the hand. This is superior to over-the-shoulder cameras that would have to be adjusted angled every game due to different body sizes of the players. The location can be fixed and help casters and everyone enjoy everything better. Player is free to pick up the cards after placing it on the plaque. And also this even helps prevent cheating like the discipline incident from yesterday. I do agree. This is something that I've seen, I believe in One Piece in China. They do use a kind of like the Scrabble plaque and all the cards are just kind of placed on it. I do think it is important that you need to allow people to pick up their cards because we all love to shuffle and it is kind of a bit of a stim and a way to think and go through your hand and, you know, understand what's going to happen and all the different interactions and kind of just it's part of the culture as a TCG player. But I do think they should implement some type of way. I was saying it yesterday, honestly, trying to fake place, but it does do it better. They do it better when it comes to their Riftbound streams. The table is bigger, more size, like everything is clearer, the dice, you know, everything is very neat. And then on top of that, you see I would love to see Kaisa do well again. You see their hands.
Other update, Randy is 8-1, won against MF Aurora.
Yeah, 100%.
Randy being 8-1, beating the MF Aurora. Very nice.
Star because of how they can use the power, right?
2-1
with the legend ability.
I'm seeing. Let's check up on Alan.
Those 2 runes every turn.
Definitely. And we do have an interview with Prismaticism, so let's see them over there.
Prismaticism interview.
I'm Bear Bryant, and I'm joined by the wonderful Prismaticism.
Alan
It's always good to have you here on the desk. So first of all, I want to say congratulations on your match win. I know we were talking a little bit beforehand. You know, you said no, not entirely warmed up.
I'm gonna pause this really quick. TSS, at least from what I've seen, has beaten Challenger TCG twice now. 2 different occasions. So houses are big from TSS on Master Yi. Beat C-Rob's Kazakhs. But
on the very last turn, I need to just develop my units to play around the Vex. I don't know, just forgetting about cards is really bad. And then game 2, I forgot about Existential Dread. I was only thinking about Gust. So with the Longsword Cleave in my hand, I could have beaten that combat, and the game would have been over instantly. Like, both those games should have been way more decisive.
And you were kind of telling me, obviously, this is a deck that you have a lot of proficiency from testing against, quite a bit. And so, you know, those are all these things that you already know and want to be doing.
I played against Alan. I know what's going on. Like, I know there's hard bargain there. I know Moonfall is going to punish me if I stack battlefields, or if I'm too reliant on Flash, it can also pull me back in and clear me. Like, that's why. I mean, I made a good play at least game 2 or game 1 where I just kept. How was it? Whichever game it was. Oh my god. I'm out of it. It's like where I played Kaisa in base instead of accelerating her.
Yeah.
I believe that was game 1, where I could have accelerated Kaisa out. I had the flash. That's like the traditional anything you do when you go second.
Yeah.
But it's too risky.
Yeah, no, and it makes a lot of sense to me. But you're here. I mean, you guys are having to make the hard decisions in this game because you have to constantly know what you're playing around, knowing what the opponent might have or might not have, and then sometimes in this game, if you play around the wrong thing, you can put yourself in a slightly disadvantageous position, and then that same train of thought has to happen on a future turn or 3 turns later, of course. But I kind of then want to ask you in a similar situation, the Kazakhs in your deck. I'm really focusing a lot on the Kazakhs, and you already know how successful you are with ambush units. You've literally won a regional champion or a regional qualifier because of these ambush units that are so powerful and strong. Has it been successful to you? Because when I
he in fact has
Alan,
not won a regional qualifier because of ambush units. His ambush was not a thing when he won.
A bit more spell focused list, but it's been all right. It is very, very expensive 4 runes, even on the opponent's turn. And there's
Matt won in Atlanta, which was last
There's a lot
Spearfish.
of decks that are going to put multiple units on battlefields. So
Oh, was that
he's
in
been inconsistent, but
Yes.
when he works, he is very,
You are
very
correct.
strong
I am
in a lot of
stand-
situations.
I will shut up. now.
Perfect. And we've had a little bit of talk on
He
the
wanted
decks, so the last
Atlanta,
question for
and there
you
was
is
no
you're
ambush
obviously
then.
not the
The
only
closest we
deck
had
right
was
now in contention,
Rengar,
not just for the
which
big shows, but
was-
making a run
Know
for top
this.
cuts, of course. But I gotta ask
Correct.
you, can you tell me the strengths,
Um,
maybe necessarily of your deck versus like
Well,
some
we've
other
heard him talk
Annie lists
about
that
it
are
before,
existing
so
right
I'm gonna
now in
go
the
over this.
field of just
Interesting
like
to
Yeah.
see.
they're
Challenger
playing the
TCG
game a
having
little
a
bit
rough go of it
differently,
right
but
now.
still
They are
using
now
the
down
strengths
to
of both
only
Fury and
one
Chaos. And why do
player
you
that
think
is
your
still
deck
in
is maybe
contention for
tailored
top
better
8,
for the
which
field
would
right
be
now versus
Alex on
other
his
So
decks?
I
Azir,
think my deck
beating
can
Frozen, who
flex
is
depending on
somebody
the
that
draws
has
between
played
being aggressive
alongside
and
Randy and
being
Alan
more controlly or more
at Table
mid-rangey and
9. So
holding.
that is their only X1
Like, my
player.
draw in
Everyone
game
else,
2
including
was very
former
aggressive. I
champions such as
dumped my
Coco
entire
Lopez,
hand
Colin
by
Kaiser, Awesome
turn 3
Rossum,
almost.
Zidane,
And
Coco never
are
won either.
all at
and I go
X2.
very quickly, but depending on
Okay.
the hand, my opponent doesn't get that.
He
Coco
won
lost to
25K
Prisma.
Houston.
Whether they need
So not regional
play
champions,
slowly or
just
play
champions in
quickly as
general.
well,
Okay.
or if they're
Okay.
vulnerable
Okay.
with me,
Okay. Champions in
I'm
general.
going to
Okay.
develop a
That's fine.
partner. And it splits them between
I'll take that one.
decision where either they have to put
So
themselves
some of
on
the other
battlefield
big games, we see a
to
Lux
stop
at
the
table
Forerunner,
8.
or if
They
they put themselves on battlefield
had
and
a
just cleave
draw
over them and
against
clear their
Ezreal.
units for free. The other version, so you were telling me
Shout
it's
out
a very
Ratley.
hidden-focused version of Annie,
He did win, so
which
he
is
is still
interesting. I think that
X1.
leans you completely into the
Beating a
aggressive side.
Sivir
Yeah.
on his
And then that
Azir,
can get you
2
into
to 1.
trouble, especially going second.
Galen
you really
is
need
now
a
X2
different
on
plan
his
when you go
Lilia, so
second
he is
because
out of
that's not
contention
going
for
to count
top.
a lot of the time.
You're right. But
8,
sometimes I've heard that
would've
going
been cool to
first
see
is a
a
little
Lilia top 8.
overrated.
And
But
no
here we have
veggies,
some great
Diego,
insight here
somebody
from
that, Joel
Prismaticism.
has played against
Congratulations on your
that
first round
was
win for
Former
the day.
Sivir
Of course, you have 4 more
player.
rounds to
That was-
go.
I don't think he's playing
Excited
Sivir
to hopefully
anymore.
see your
He is
name
on
still at the top of
Poppy
that leaderboard for
Aurora,
those
and
today.
he is sitting
Congratulations.
at
Oh yeah.
We'll send it back.
he is sitting at X1. I
All right.
believe.
Well, thank you for.
I
that
hate his
review.
list.
Always great to hear the insights.
Well,
of
maybe
Prismaticism.
you're
I know. I looked at his
Trying to
list
get
and I
another
hate
one
his
or two
list.
today, to match
Yeah,
with
he
it,
is
but yeah.
He's
currently
playing.
Yeah, great
X1.
interview.
It's
I
a
love
8
seeing
and
how
1 going
confident
into
he
round
was,
10.
and even just
on
knowing his own
Poppy,
constructive
which
criticism
is-
for himself. That's how these players
Get your Poppy
keep
cards while you
continuing
can.
getting better and better.
because
Yeah,
it's
I think
gonna
his
they're gonna go
biggest
up.
critic is himself. At
He's
the same
so
time,
he's
like,
playing
there's
3
definitely
Harness
something that
Drake,
you can do to be
1
better,
Rift
but
Herald,
that
3
kind of
Elder
mentality
Drake.
definitely shows with, you know, the
And then he's
results and being able to
playing.
consistently be in
There were
those
a couple other
situations.
weird things
Yeah,
in
and
his,
I love
like
the
not
insight
weird,
on
but he's
the
only playing
different
2
types of
Forges of the
Annie
Future.
lists as well.
He's playing very
Yeah,
late
and
game
with
oriented.
Annie specifically, right? You
Yeah.
just have
Well,
all
it
these
is working
kind of
out for
smaller
him.
cost options.
Yeah.
The
Shout out to
sequencing that you
our
do, what
undefeated
you're playing
the 4
into when you
players
play
that are
around.
left.
There's
Diwali,
always a lot
big
of
name.
decision making, so I think that's something
Swag
when
Gillo
you are really
420,
confident
yeah,
that
aka
shows in
Ali.
your gameplay and
Big
your
name,
standings
obviously.
as well.
Alan ZQ,
Yeah,
huge
it definitely
name.
seems to be the case with
And then
Prismaticism. I
Sketchy
mean,
Man
he
on
was
his
very
Aurelia.
confident in
Not
interview,
sure
very
who that
seems
is.
confident with Annie. I even talked to him
But
before
yeah,
the
we have
tournament
2
began,
Dianas, an
and
Aurelia,
he was
and a
just like,
Sivir
I think
as
my
the
list is the
4
best list
remaining
that Annie
Okay.
can have.
Good.
undefeated.
Well, I mean, that's good to know, right? And so, you know, that's
lots of
the
Sivir, lots
critique.
of
Like,
Diana I'm
if the
seeing
deck is
in the
perfect,
top.
then I have to be perfect with it as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, if the deck's
know, few
there, you gotta
tables.
match it.
Definitely. So I don't think we're going to be able to jump into the other game, unfortunately, but we did have, you know, another Diana. It was going to be Kaisa
Zito or
versus Diwali. We'll try to see what the
XX
results
the
were.
LeBlanc
But
player
I'm
from
sure
the
we're
last
gonna
match
see
of
what
yesterday was
4
playing against Ali.
decks
Cool to
are
see him
left
bounce back. He
undefeated
won 2 to
after
0
this round
over
since
Master
we started
Yi.
with 8. Good variety, but again, we've
I
got
do believe that's a
5
strong
full
matchup,
rounds of Swiss, so 4 more left
for the
today.
hook list.
Yeah, and then we
If you
still
can get
have the
going.
top cut as well. So many
Cool to see him bounce
fantastic
back.
games
So
of
he's still
Riftbound
sitting at
played.
X1.
Yeah, so I know Prismaticism still in the
Flex
running for it,
Duan
definitely
on
trying
LeBlanc,
their
also
best.
sitting at
You know, and
X1
even without that, we saw all the
losing
prizing.
2 to 1 to Allen.
We don't only
Taking
have
a
our top
game
8
off
prizing,
Allen,
we've got
which
top
he has
32,
barely
top
lost any
64,
games.
the new top 128 with the
Diwali
Vex
sitting at
play
an
mat. Very exciting.
89% game
Honestly,
win
and
rate
everyone
from day
seems
1,
to love
along
Vex,
with
so
Allen.
why
believe
not also play on a Vex playmat?
That's like
Well, I'm
one
sure
loss?
there are times in that
No, that
previous
would be
Prismaticism maybe
2
didn't like Vex
losses,
as
yeah.
much,
2
right? It
losses.
definitely was a little
to their
obnoxious to
16
prevent
wins,
some of the
which
movement
just
in
pretty
playing that was
absurd
trying to happen. But
to win
yeah,
that many
obviously,
games,
clearly a
especially
really
going
good unit in this game right now.
Yeah, these stuns are really coming so so handy. I remember obviously like set 2 you had like Thwonk and a couple of those, but now it's just you could see how important it was, especially
Really
during that
excited to
turn
see
where
what
it
the
was
next
stunned
match is.
Inferno.
Yeah, it's just so flexible.
Oh,
and
am
ends up being very
I?
nice, obviously. I don't think we've really seen that many Vex Legends this weekend, right? Obviously, having that in your champion zone is really nice because it's just always a flexible play.
Yeah, we were talking about it at the beginning with even the Annie chosen champion. That chosen champion slot can have so many different options. Obviously, maybe it's your turn 1, your turn 2 unit that you always can access, or something like Annie that can bring out the spell. So kind of interesting to think that like Vex seems really strong.
But,
Why wouldn't it have
bumping.
been in your chosen spot?
Maybe
also
they're
seems
waiting for
strong.
top 8.
Yeah, and
maybe
they
they're
like
waiting
these
to see
decisions in
what's
general for a
top
lot
8.
of the
I
decks,
never
right?
know.
With domains not being as unique as
Somebody
every
in the
set
chat
we get
said,
another
"I'm still here."
combination
Thanks,
of
Tony.
domains again.
You're the
so,
goat.
there's
I'll
a
buy you a
decision.
pack,
This isn't
even though you don't need
either
it.
the misfortune or the sivert, right? Which one of those are
Thank
You realize if
you.
you buy him a pack, it
champion,
will
I
have
think
an
makes a big
ultimate Baron in it,
difference
right?
because
Oh
their
yeah,
own usage
obviously.
for it.
But there's gonna be
But also
stipulation.
saying,
If
I
you
have
pull
an
an
idea
ultimate
for a deck,
Baron,
and now I have to find a
ultimate
home
Baron
for
number
it.
3.
One of my favorite deck building constraints for this game.
Yeah, I think that's such a interesting
If
part of it for sure.
there is an ultimate
between
Baron I
the
want to cut,
domains,
but I will still buy
can
your
it
pack
synergize
because
with
I
your
really appreciate
legend?
it, even with
Do you really
how much of
care
a pain in the
if
butt
it
I can be.
synergizes with it?
Yeah,
We're still
yeah.
here.
So
Still
we are
pulling.
going to go to a break. We've got 4 more rounds.
Going to a
of Suicide.
break?
Looking
Going to a
forward
quick
that,
break.
and we'll see you guys in round
They should
number 10.
be. This round is about 20 minutes past time, so should be looking.
It looks
to
like a
go.
minute and a half. You see the timer in the
This
background
is
right there.
old,
One. Oh.
Yeah, that is just a wide shot for some. That is not live.
And I'm playing Pike.
Then every single one of these.
Coco Lopez
Yes.
on Aurelia.
Coco Lopez jumping to
I'm
Aurelia is
Zane.
interesting.
Oop,
I mean,
I'm Zane. I'm playing
he
Kha'Zix.
loves meta. I know that.
Colin Kaiser on set.
But
Oh, Colin's on set. Wow.
Alex Brandon on his
X2
ear.
going into round 10.
Trevor Coulomb, and I was playing Diana. Billionaire on Volibear, of course.
Of course.
Minwin on Aurelia.
So which of you guys do you think is going to make top 8 today?
Ooh, ideally, all of us. All 9 of us in top 8. No,
All 9.
But Alex for sure, and Zane back there. Kha'Zix, that'd be great.
So, unfortunately, that is not
Let's
possible
go.
for any of them other
Yep.
than Alex.
We just saw Prismaticism close out an
Ugh.
fantastic
Alex is the
game.
last
And I mean,
remaining
listen, for Annie, there's a lot to go through
CTCG
with Diana, so let's actually go to the clips here and take a look
player.
at what we saw.
So we'll see what
right off the
happens
top
for
here,
them,
what
but
we're gonna see
TSS
is
with a really strong
Starcross being
showing.
utilized to get rid of Hui. Hui is one of
right
those major
now.
units that is being utilized to
Tryna-
generate a lot of
let me
value
see
for
here.
Diana, and so Starcross being used to good effectiveness
Dizzy
here
just dropped
to
his
get it
first
off the
game,
board
so he
and just
goes
not
to
allow
X1.
Hui to generate value. And of course,
Houses
because
are
you're
big,
Annie,
sitting at
you don't want to
X1
necessarily
after
just
beating
leave runes on
Zane.
you. So why not
Houses
get a
are
Noxus
big.
out on the field of
Incredible.
play, get
Yeah.
that 4-white body, and of course at the
Diego,
end of the turn, you're
aka
going to
No
ready those runes
Veggies
and be
on
ready
his Poppy,
to defend.
X1,
If
and
we go to
then
the next clip
Vig
here,
Z on
Starcross is going to
Kha'Zix
make a
X1
new
as well.
appearance because one of
So
the
they have
absolute
4
Damn,
arch
people
nemesis
currently
of Fury
that
is
are
going to be
in
Vex
contention
Apathetic.
for top 8.
What you're going to see here is Vex Apathetic
Would be
on
really
the
cool
bottom
to see a
Kha'Zix?
of the
Poppy
field
top
here.
8, a Kha'Zix top
And
8,
Vex
something
Apathetic
along
is
these
one of those
lines.
units that obviously
I
is going to
personally am
be a
rooting for
death
Dizzy.
knell for
He's
a
an
lot
awesome
of
guy,
the Fury
very,
units.
very
You can't ambush
cool
him because
person.
it just simply shuts that down.
Have met him
So
a few
we need to
times at some
find
of the
a
bigger
way
tournaments.
to deal with it.
Pittsburgh,
Well,
I
what
think
you're
he was
gonna
at.
You're gonna play
Houston.
Starcrossed. You're gonna get rid of
Ooh,
that
let's
Vex Apathetic, but the key
we can
thing
talk about
here is
this.
you're actually gonna target
With
targeting the Rengar is gonna
the release of
the
Riftbound
long circle,
showdowns
right?
or whatever they
Attach
are,
the
the
long
showdown
circle
circuit.
and
Very
bring
exciting.
Which
it in.
events
Now that
are
Vex is gone,
which
you
events
can
are we
ambush again.
attending?
Rengar is gonna come back in.
I was looking at the
absolutely loved
schedule.
this
Mhm.
play. Now, of course, you have answers if you're Diana. We have a hidden card.
believe
Because I-
that hidden card
that
might
is
be able to kind of flip the script a
July
little bit, and it is a
4th
tie turner, so naturally you're going to want to
weekend?
bring in the Ravenbloom student, which is going to have that like
Okay.
ramping might
Which
as
is
you
actually
cast
something that I would be
additional
open
spells.
to.
Well, what spell do I think?
I don't
that
remember what
Diana is
what they
gonna
were.
play? I mean, spoiler alert.
I'm looking
Now I
at
have
it
to go
right
pull it
now.
up.
I bet you
I
know
can put it on
exactly what
screen
spell it's going to
as
be.
well.
It's going to be Starcross.
Riftbound
Again,
Showdown
Starcross
series.
used
Oh,
to
so this is cool. So
target
they're
the
tiered.
Annie that
So if
has
there's
the long sword,
128
it's
Yeah.
gonna
to
release the long
255
sword,
players,
and what's going to happen here
then
is okay,
regional.
now
You get top
the
4
might is
get
favoring
regional
Diana.
qualifier pass.
What are we going to do? Well, Vex is
And then
gone.
the winner
Prismaticism
gets
wants to win this game, so what do you think we're
a
going to see?
regional
Another
invite,
Rengar pounce
a
in
full
to
regional
close
invite.
out game 1.
And then if
You
there's
absolutely love
256 to
see it.
511, it goes to top
I'm here
2
with
for
Team
regional invites,
TSS,
top
and
8
so many of you guys made it into
for.
day
Oh, there's
2.
Dizzy
Would
and
you like to
Diego
introduce
right in
yourselves and
front.
what deck you're playing?
Yeah, sure. I'm Nightingale, and I'm playing
And then
Vex.
512 plus goes top 4
I'm
get regional
Viggs, and
invites,
I'm
top
playing
16 get
Kha'Zix.
passes to regional qualifiers.
I'm Dizzy. I'm a villain, and I'm playing Sivert.
Yeah, July 4th is in Fort Worth, Texas. So
Veggies,
that one I'm
here, I'm
open
playing
to. July 11th in Pittsburgh,
I'm
I
Houses
will
Are Big,
definitely
and
be
I'm
attending.
playing Master Yi.
I'm
Unless
pretty
something
sure I
goes
will
wrong,
be
I
there.
will be in Pittsburgh
and I'm
for sure.
on Lilia.
So how
And
many of you
then
guys
Milwaukee, August
do you think will be in top 8
22nd.
today?
I will not be there. I can't
I'm
make
really
that one.
confident in all my guys here. I didn't make top 8, but
Orlando,
everyone behind
Florida,
me-
October 30th.
everyone behind
That's
me
a possibility
is an
for me.
absolute star.
Baltimore, September 12th is a possibility for me.
I will 100% be in Baltimore. I was supposed to be in DC for SGC
September 12th?
DC this weekend.
I will probably be in Baltimore as well.
To be honest with you,
so definitely Pittsburgh, definitely Baltimore, potentially Orlando, potentially Fort Worth, Texas.
I'm looking at Quebec. I'm interested.
Well.
It's been an absolutely remarkable
I like Quebec.
No
Vancouver.
place, no venue.
What have you seen thus far that has really caught your attention?
So hopefully they get
well,
that
of course,
together
we have
soon.
a lot of meta diversity with the number
Yeah,
of
like,
so those are the four that I'm looking at. Two definitely. Ooh, Mets are up 3-0.
For instance, we did see the
Yes, sir.
Really excited.
Marcus Semien homer.
Something along those lines.
So just seeing those
You can register for Pittsburgh right now.
Yeah, the meta seems really solid here in Vancouver. And why don't we take a second to take a look at the standings?
And you can register for Ottawa.
The Wally.
Oh, so it says there is a place in Quebec. Yes, the Palais de Congrès de Gatineau.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
$90 entry. It's anywhere from a 10K to a 25K, depending on player amount. They need 450 players in order to get to 25K, which
8-1, and I think that they're looking to take.
Well, I mean, now that these are like official Riftbound events, that may happen.
Remarkable game that we saw yesterday.
Yeah, because 450 players, that means that it would have to be over $40,000 in the pool, and 25,000 going out to the players.
Before we dive into the vote here, look, we're going to dive into the vote right now.
But either way,
oh, please, can we watch the Lux match? I understand Alan's on stream. Please, can we watch the Lux?
Lux is not going to get voted for when Alan is the other option.
Hold on a second. Is that
also, I would really like to see an Aurelia versus a Diana.
In the chat, you get to spam whether you want A or B to choose the results.
I think we should stop letting chat choose, and instead we should let me choose.
We're expecting to do extremely well in this tournament, and then it comes
Just saying.
down to, do you want to see?
I wanted to see the Kaisa.
Or do you want to see Lux, which we have
Sure,
not seen,
I'll
weren't really expecting to do as well as it is. So
okay, but like,
I'm
actually excited for all of these matches, and if anything, I hope that we see a little bit of both. That's something that we've had the pleasure of doing here, as I think that the competition has been fast, it's been furious, and it's given us an opportunity to take
fast and
multiple games
furious.
here. So make
Damn
sure you guys
straight.
get your votes in. Now, Lux, is this one of the top performing Lux performances we've seen at a regional?
We have seen multiple Luxes make it to day 2
So
recently, so it's really going to be dependent on how this Lux player does on day 2.
Well, guess what? The people have spoken. It's going to be match B.
Oh, we get to see Lux?
Diana versus Lux. Guys,
it's
time to see some Lux Riftbound gameplay.
Thank you, chat, for voting for Lux.
Here are the decks. Here we have Golden Monkey here. This is going to be the Diana deck.
So this is a Frigid Jewel Diana list. This is the more control version of Diana. With Vex Cheerless and the Last Rites.
Not play this in their Diana decks anymore. So Last Rites just having a little bit extra recursion, being able to recycle cards from your deck list has been really big. So also, of course, we wouldn't be able to talk about Diana without talking about Frigid Jewel, because so many players have decided, yes, I love this. I love being able to get over Elder Dragons. I love being able to sometimes instead draw with my way instead of discarding a unit. So Frigid Jewel has been an interesting card because we've had
good card.
decks of Diana
Famed good
perform
card.
really well with it, as well as decks that just say, no, I don't want it, and they're also performing well. Either way, we've seen Diana perform.
One of the key cards for Diana has been Hue. It generates a tremendous amount.
Yes, Casterman. Hue is good card. Agreed. Can confirm.
As to how you wish to use this
Hue
card.
very strong.
You know what? It's actually
Hue good card.
in the Prismaticism game. It's targeted by
I don't know what else I need to say about Hue. Hue good.
Want to get it off the field of play. They do not want it to generate the value for their opponents.
Yeah, Sway's biggest weakness, of course, is removal and getting bounced. So he is such a strong card that you have to react to him, because if he does generate that value, he will absolutely run away with games.
All right, so let's take a quick look at the Lux list as well from Raid.
All right, this Lux list.
That, people don't spend that much time looking at Lux playlists, but here
Portal
we are.
Rescue.
Here, and
Is that Portal Rescue for Watcher?
absolutely. It does have a lot of value. We have a 3 of the Ruination in this deck list.
This deck list is psycho. I love it.
Game where so many decks that once they get
Looks like
ruinated,
I can't speak right now.
Heavy power cost to pay, but you have so much gold generation here. Even something like Wages of Pain. We've talked about so often.
I like this deck list. Triple Ash I think is really good in this deck.
Battlefield can be remarkable. We have Rocket Barrage as well, which can be used to clean out the units at base, but of course
1-0 Rocket Barrage, not 2-0.
Yes, and something I want to touch base
Big
on
Rocket
with the
Barrage
Wages of
guy.
Pain is because it is at a battlefield. Something that we've seen over and over again is Flash from our Diana decks do very well into responding to these Wages of Pain. So this at a battlefield can be a detriment.
We got the Lux match.
On top of that, we do have salvage our gear removal in the main deck, as both players had gear in the main deck.
But on the other hand, we got the Lux match, which means Time Warp draw 1.
The idea of this list, how you have a number of very fast attacking plays. You have the Sprite Fountain, the Sprite Burst, get on the board early there. But you have so
Time
much
Warp draw
control.
1 is on the board. Very excited.
Let's go to the action here at the tables. We get started in our next round. Battlefields, we have Aspirin's Climb and Raven Blue Conservatory.
Yes, because Lux is such a deep control list and it does go for that long game, starting off with the Aspirin's Climb does favor it tremendously because extending the game just a little bit longer
This guy
helps
does have a
Lux out.
stash.
Garbage grabber.
As a control deck, you definitely want to just have that longer game. You want to allow your opponent to just kind of run out of steam.
Triple Ruination
and,
main
the
board.
entire deck is designed to just
I like it.
punish every single unit.
Decks can get like just absolutely screwed by a Ruination.
5 2-drops.
So something really interesting about Diana is
Wow,
it's a deck
this
that
is
can be
an
very
interesting
proactive,
deck.
but also very reactive at the
Not
same time.
surprised to see him
so
just
you
passing
have to
here.
decide, are you the reactive player or the proactive player in this? And of course, against Lux being a heavy control list, the Diana deck is going to have to be a bit more aggressive than it tends to be.
Yeah, and having Diana come out.
I do like the
on
list,
on the
though.
draw turn
Like
is absolutely perfect. It's one of the absolute superpowers of being a 3 cost with no power cost as well. With 4 runes here, we're going to see 3 come down, and it's going to be
Gadshap.
And taking a look at that card here, the player is offered if they would like to create a gold. The Lux player gets to create a gold no matter what, and if the player declines it, then they don't get to take an extra gold. But if the player accepts, then they both create a gold.
And I just want to mention something here. I absolutely love the fact that, you know, you have Golden Monkey pick up that card, reread the text, and you even have Ray Bowser kind of explaining
classic
how that card
rookie
functions.
mistake.
And what's
Not
really
to call
interesting
this guy a
about that, you do see
rookie,
Golden
but
Monkey take the
you
gold,
can't ever
which,
say yes to
we've
Card
talked about in the
Shark.
past, is an interesting decision. And
Or you
it's interesting
always
like
say
when you
yes
play
to
something
Card
like a
Shark.
Lux,
No,
people are
never
well-practiced
say yes to
against
Card Shark.
Lux. They might not really anticipate some of the
No,
ways
you should never say yes to Card Sharp.
Yeah, for example,
Poor
we did see
decision.
that triple ruination, so being able to not have to deramp over and over again can be really big for this deck. Obviously, Diana has to have a plan here, whether they maybe have
So we do have a
Moonfalls in
Conquer
hand.
here in
They
Raven
likely have something
Conservatory.
in their hand that costs power
I
that
would
they feel
expect to see
very
a Fallen
that this
Comet
gold will
or
be very
something coming
effective
down
for
on the
them.
following
Yeah,
turn.
they definitely can use
Triggering
the gold
Lux,
as well.
drawing an extra
The
card.
concern might be that you do have Lux that can definitely use
Play
as well.
the way,
Hwei does
spend
come
the
down. This is
gold.
a card we talked about prior. Hwei is an absolute
Singularity
engine
here
for
would
Diana.
be
So we'll
a
have to see if
huge
Ray
card
Bowser's
to
going to
see.
want to get rid of that rather quickly.
You don't
It
deramp
seems
at
to
all.
be
You clear the
a
entire
massive
board. You
target
conquer Raven Bloom
throughout the course of
Conservatory.
this tournament thus
You
far.
probably end up holding Raven
Yeah,
Bloom.
Way on Curve is always a bit scary.
don't
and
see it in
as noted,
hand.
we
I
didn't have
see
to spend a power there because we
Wages,
had
Falling
the gold.
Comet,
Obviously,
Call the
did have the
Weak.
plan said, oh, I have Way in hand, and this is the way that I win the game. So that was.
I mean, I don't
decision
mind
there.
Conquer
You
Call.
see a Fallen Comet in
Wages
hand.
call-
Wei
well,
does have
Wages
to be out of
call.
battlefield to punish him.
Yeah,
You see
after
the Wages
Conquer,
of
yep,
Pain come
correct.
out. We talked
Yep.
about that card. You are going to generate a
Gets
gold.
another gold.
And we've said so many times that 3 damage is just, it just hits so many vital units, and Card Sharp is going to come in for a comp.
So this is really big
see this
because
Call the
we
Weak
weren't
come
able
out.
to use a flash
Very,
to
very
respond
strong
to it. So the
turn out
Wages
of
of Pain
the
actually
Lux
being
player.
effective here, removing Diana. She wasn't able to
We
use
do
her trigger
love
ability earlier
seeing
because
Lux
we weren't
players
able to
here.
spend the mana. And the Cold the Week, this is
Yep.
absolutely brutal.
This is,
here.
you don't want the Diana is not allowed to play. That's the goal. So force the Diana to get rid of like the big engine in the deck.
And again, we talked about it before. Lux,
Still seeing
the
a
whole
blood
plan here is
money, I
just
believe, in
keep the
hand.
board
Maybe
stay
a
clear and work towards your win condition.
So
have the
something
Falling
interesting here
Comet
is we
Sprite
didn't spend the
Fountain.
gold, and
So
most
that's gonna be
viewers at home would
interesting to
say,
get some quick
obviously this is
points.
a misplay, why aren't they spending the gold? But take a look at the runes
Sprite
here.
Fountain's
We
good
have a single mind
next
rune.
turn, especially if you
this
can't
is
get
a big
anything
read that
in.
There is something that costs multiple mind runes in the hand because we're saving the gold
Yeah,
for
because
that
obviously
reason.
you get a Conquer, and then you're threatening the retake on the
Golden
following
Monkey
turn as well.
considering their next play.
As long as we don't see like a Vex Apathetic come down.
And losing Diana,
I think it was he wasn't playing Vex Apathetic in deck list. He was playing one Cheerless, but no.
There's the Cheerless. Cheerless, Starcross, and Stupefy.
Yeah, really,
I think
Starcross
Cheerless
is
is a good
interesting
card
this
in this
matchup
matchup
because it doesn't really hit a lot of things.
I think Cheerless is a good card in most matchups. Feels so good into Aurelia right now.
Spells that the Starcross,
Yeah,
I don't think
pretty much
that
anything
was
that's
what was
playing
here,
like heavy spells, but there are some decks out there that are super gear or just unit reliant, aka Hook LeBlanc or
Annie.
Yeah,
a lot
Annie,
of cards in hand. Looks like
Rengar,
we did have another Tide Turner and a Flash in
which
hand
is having a good showing.
I see a Sprite Fountain as well. One of my absolute favorite.
Sam's still doing well.
X1. He won a Rengar mirror match in round 9.
Really curious as to when they decide to kind of put the pressure on and start scoring the points. It looks like it might be right now. That's a gold. And is it Sprite Fountain? It is Sprite Fountain coming on in. We're going to get a readied Sprite
So Sprite Fountain, no Sprite Burst.
And there is the first point for Ray Bowser.
No draw one.
Turn has been passed. And there's a response. Gust. We're gusting away the Sprite.
So something interesting
6
about
runes
Raid
left,
Bowser
so
is
do you
primarily
hold
played
the Falling
Victor
Comet to
before
just kill this
the same
Fizz?
colors, kind of the same control idea.
And then you
I
can
would love
conquer
to
over
know
the
why they decided to go for
over the
Lux
Tide Turner on
instead,
the following
whether
turn,
it
as
be
long
for
as
a
there's no
best of
interaction
legend,
with
or
the Sprite.
if we just said, you know what, maybe Lux can make a deep run like we are right now.
I'm going to suggest that Ray Bowser's like, you know what, y'all sleeping on Lux. Watch this run. Because for me, I love
think
when
there's
people
a
come in with
blood money
off-meta
in
stuff
hand, if
and
I-
absolutely showcase the
I'm
capabilities
not
of
sure
the
if I saw
deck.
that correctly, but I think he doesn't want to play it so that he could play his Falling Comet on.
And there's going to be a 2-point
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't know if you want to play Blood Money here.
Yeah,
But
because
there's
he
gonna be
obviously wants to
response
get the
here,
draw,
and it is
and
going
he
to
wants to
be
kill this
the
Fizz.
Falling Comet here.
Maybe a defensive
Their
gust.
answer.
There is a gust in hand
Not the
out of
most
the.
efficient removal here, but as Lux, you have so many options for
I mean,
removal, and we did get that
defensive gust on Fizz is so good
Lux doesn't have a ton of units overall,
because
so
you
do
get to
have stand
replay
on your
Fizz and
opponent
get
over and over again,
the
and
spell
as we said
activation
earlier,
again.
Diana needs
But
to be
if he
the
doesn't
more
have any spells and
proactive
trash
deck
that are
here.
good, and it
So
doesn't really matter,
taking
like
care
his
of that
only
removal
spell and trash is
is
Gust.
Where's the Flash?
Now he's got Flash and Trash though.
So both being returned back. Does Diana have a response? Looks like it's going to resolve. Now, because they went back to the base, they're no longer
What a
valid
card,
targets.
Flash.
Falling Comet is expired.
Imagine if Riftbound didn't print enough copies of Flash because they didn't realize it was going to be as good of a card as it was.
I know. Who would even?
There is Vex.
Why, how would that even happen?
Exactly. I think he
So we've
just
seen a
tapped
lot of
too
Vex.
many
We've seen
runes for that.
Vex
Oh no, he did.
Apathetic. Now
one
we have
for
the
Flash.
Vex Cheerless. Now this was one that was kind of being slept on early on, and then I believe it was Alan that really brought it into popularity during the Spirit Forge meta.
I like the
We see a
setup here from
Vault
Golden Monkey
Breaker
with the Vex Cheerless and holding everything back
in
here
the
at
Lux's
the
hand.
base.
Very interesting
Is looking
tech.
to make potentially a strong hold here.
What
with
is
the Vex.
Vault Breaker? Why do I recognize that? Well, I thought about the red card, but I don't think that's the red card.
No, it's not a Vault Breaker.
Oh, there's Ash.
Okay, there we go.
Ash been a key card.
Why are they letting him use proxies inside of?
She allows you to reveal the hand and banish a card. Been a strong tech choice overall into the game, especially when we have such.
I was
high
wondering,
volume
because Vault
cards.
Breaker is a red card, also.
That's why I was
So
confused.
whether or not they want to respond, but I don't think they really can here. Yet. So they reveal the hand. We do have a Gust.
Oh, the judge issued a proxy.
Ride the wind and Starcross.
Is it because Ash is like bent or
So
something?
unnerving watching your opponent.
Is it because it's like one of them's a champion the pre-release version, one of them's not?
To get into, if you don't already, you will notice players
That
throughout
shouldn't
the
matter in a
weekend
deck
will be
check. It's still a
taking
legal
notes
card.
as they are allowed.
You guys can't see it on screen, but Silver takes notes constantly throughout the course of the game as you see cards.
I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, why is there a proxy?
It is the real power. Knowledge
We let
is what
proxies in
wins
main
you
event.
games at the
Exactly,
end of the day.
Daniel.
I love the ride the wind take because
I don't
as we
know.
said,
This is a
needs to
weird
be
one.
aggressive, needs to
Thanks
be
for
getting
coming
these
to
early
the
points,
stream.
and
I
ride the
really
wind is a
appreciate
great
it.
way just to take one of a battlefield after
I'm
the other one.
confused. I saw a
and
Vault Breaker
we
and
noticed that this is the best way for more
and I was
points
like,
to
what
be
is
scored,
happening over
and that's
there?
why that was the discard
But
there. I think that's a great decision from
interesting.
Raid Bowser here.
We're starting to get into the mid game here. Now, in your opinion, Golden Monkey only has 2 points on board here. Would you have hoped to have scored more points as a Diana player here? Oh, that's
Another
gust,
Gust.
so no point being scored there, and of course the Sprite will just dissipate as it cannot go back.
Is it windy out here, or is it just me?
It's only a 2-1 game right
I
now.
mean-
I don't
Okay,
think it's just you,
I'm
man.
gonna start calling you Christian if you make
It's
jokes
taking
like
out
that.
the Vex cheerless there. It is really important, and it's very strong against Lux because it makes you pay a power and an
That
extra
Sprite
energy
token was
when
gone
she
by the
is in a
wind.
showdown.
Just remind me, you're at 2 points?
Boo.
I'm at 2 and you at 1, is what I had.
Sounds good.
So once it's on a battlefield, it's going to be a major target for removal for our Lux player. Now we do know we have lots of options here.
I mean, I think if you're
Ruination
Lux
be one of
here,
them.
you're feeling fairly
Many
confident. You're
options
on
for
your
Ruination.
aspirants game.
3, in fact.
You know, you're
Revisit
slowly
battlefield
ramping
here.
up.
That's focus.
Yes, Golden Monkey is going
I
to
will
have
just
to
say, I
win
just
this
say, like,
game.
the
It's hard because you want to play
this is
smooth,
unfortunately
but at the same
not
time, you cannot
the
play into
like
Ruination.
very
In
quick
Lux,
Diana.
Ruination being granted the deck
Right,
is
last
very
game
common.
was
A lot
the
of
more
players
aggressive
don't play
Diana,
against
and
Lux
this
all
one
that
is
often, so it
definitely
might
a
not
more
be as apparent
like
as some of those
controlling
players would
Diana.
think.
If you're Lux here playing Diana, you would have preferred to see the quicker one playing aspirants first, but like, it is what it is.
So Christian said in the chat that for Lorcana, the judges issued specific proxies for certain players.
Tap 5 here responds to the Vex.
I also was seeing that in the other chat.
And there it is. Drag under. It's really just an aggressive removal.
That
you don't really ever play it from anywhere else other than your hand, but
yeah,
it's literally
there's
just killing it on a battlefield for 5 and a 1 power.
It was a judge issued proxy
Is there
for
a
some
response?
reason. Maybe there was a strong bend in the card, or
yeah,
you know,
Yeah, that's fine.
maybe it's because it's the pre-release version, because it is the pre-release version from what I can see.
Yeah, yeah, it does say pre-release on it.
Is there some type of rating on that Ash card? No,
I like
that's
that play
just the bow.
from Raid Bowser.
Just
You
looks a
definitely
little
don't want
weird.
that Vex sitting on a
Yeah,
battlefield.
there's
It is so detrimental to your
drag under on the Vex is super strong here.
Vex is just
but
such
that Ride the Wind will be
interesting
going back to
card. I mean,
hand
we've got these
unless there's a
different
way of
variations, and
removing
it's
one of
kinda
these
funny 'cause, like,
cards.
a Vex apathetic may not
with the
necessarily
Ash
do
conquering
pretty much
over the
anything
other one, the
against,
Ash Vault Breaker
the
conquering over
Lux
the
deck.
other
Actually,
one.
that's not
There's
true.
a
We
blood
do
money
have
in
a
hand,
lot
so you
of
can just
Sprite
blood
Speed
money this Tide
generators,
Turner.
void generators, so,
Interested to
for
see
the
what
most part,
Diana
any
has in
Vex is
hand,
problematic
but
for Lux.
you know,
So a
leaving
big
up
thing from
literally
Golden Monkey
9
on this
runs.
Diana is we know that the hand is very low on
From my
units.
position, I think this is
And
a
of course,
Lux
doesn't
favored
play that
game
many
fairly
units either, so
heavily
we
at
might
this
have
point.
a slower game go overall. that
I see a
starts to
Sprite
favor
Burst in
Raid
hand,
Bowser
another
as we
strong
keep going.
option. Actually, 2
As
blood
of right now, it
monies.
is a 4-to-1 tally.
I
Raid Bowser
really
has to start
just think that
threatening
Diana's kind of running
either
out of
clearing this board
resources.
or putting up some
I'll
points.
tap 5 for Sprite Burst.
Sprite Burst, so that's going to bring in 2 readied sprites.
Let me know if that results.
Yeah.
As well as the fact that if Golden Monkey is able
Gets
to
2
hold
sprites,
here,
draws
we'll
a
get
card.
that Ride the Wind back, and that could be a big piece if we were to find another way and then play
See what that
Way the
draw
Wind
was. Looks like a
and
Bellows
potentially
Breath.
start digging
No,
through
another
our deck a little
falling
bit more
common.
because we are so low on units to be able to score.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to let them.
Bellows
pull
Breath,
because
it's
that
too
Ride the
low,
Wind is gonna allow them to combo
It's
some
not good
things
enough
together.
for Lux. Needs to be higher,
Tap 2.
higher energy.
I'll tap the blood money. Return turn.
Okay, we got blood money coming
So,
down here.
Kill a unit.
So under 2 might, you kill a unit, you get a gear token exhausted.
Yeah,
If I
Christian
were to
basically
guess by
just
the
saying
number
it's
of
just
cards
up to
that
the
we've seen
judges. It
read
depends,
by
you know, if
Golden
they
Monkey,
like
probably has not
if the
played
card
into
is
Lux very
warped
much.
or bent
No, definitely
or
not. But,
something
I mean,
along those
that's
lines,
part
they
of the
can
fun
get a
here.
judge issued
I
by
wonder-
proxy.
I wonder if this
I mean, you do all
was
this testing, all this
proxied
preparation,
today.
because you're expecting
Well,
to
I
see
would
a
assume
GRI
they
roll
deck
for
checked
Sivers
like
and stuff like that,
him
and then you see
before the
Lux come
string
to the
match.
scene. It's expected that
Yeah,
a
alright.
lot of players haven't played against Lux yet.
Absolutely, and we have
Hard bargain
the,
going to
hard
hand is
bargain being,
really, really
ground
good
defense
option.
trigger.
On the side of the
Ravenloft
Diana, I
Conservatory,
feel like there's a very strong card in this matchup. You have these heavy spell costs on the side of the
See
Lux.
what Golden Monkey does.
Yes, anything that is playing a
and no
high
way of going
number
around the hard
of
bargain other
spells
than
is
just tapping
really
the
good for
runes.
the Conservatory overall, and also remembering that trigger right away shows that this player has played
Looks like
Diana
we might
quite a bit.
see, what, a Starcrossed here? Oh, that's a Moonfall,
Carefully thinking out their turn here.
which would then
Both
be
players
a
are-
3-3 trade
Okay,
as of right
Moonfall.
now.
Choosing this battlefield, and I will not move anything.
Choosing not to move anything.
He's not moving anything, which is
see.
kind
Makes
of,
sense to me.
for me,
The
makes it
text
feel like
does say
he
you
doesn't
may move
have
something.
any other interaction,
Doesn't-
strong
yeah.
interaction in hand.
He's got nothing behind it.
Passed.
So, these die.
Yep.
Okay, sprites
Now
black.
he can just move in the Ash, though, can he not?
Yeah, that's fine.
Raid Bowser is identifying that the Ride the Wind is banished and will come back if held.
You have 3 cards, right?
Yeah.
I think he's concerned about Ash dying in the.
I'll send Ash in.
All right, Ash coming
you
in.
know.
There's the trigger on Ravenbloom.
Ash dying actually doesn't.
Eclipse?
Oh, he hits Eclipse.
That's. I was gonna say, if you want a spell, why don't you use the Eclipse? Oh.
Can he play Portal Rescue?
This poor Ash.
Oh no, because he doesn't control the battlefield. So.
And something to note on Eclipse, it is not to a minimum of 1. It is just a flat-out -4 might.
Well, some really strong hits between the Hard Bargain and the Eclipse for the Diana player here. Now getting to see another card with the Eclipse predict.
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Really trying to get this hold here, really wanting to find this Ray the Wind back in hand as it is banished.
Yeah, kills the Ash here, and then he'll hold.
Portal Rescue.
We'll get back.
Banish a friendly unit, then play it to base, ignoring its cost. That is a card we don't see very often here.
Yes, and it is just a 1-up in the deck, so something that just comes up in situations just like this.
That was a remarkable turn of events there. Turn has been passed.
Now that he holds,
the Hard Bargain, yeah,
he does get his Ride the Wind back.
As well. Ride the Wind brought back to hand by Golden Monkey.
Golden Monkey, interesting name. I kind of like it.
We have 10 runes available to us this turn. A lot of things that Diana can do, especially if we are able to find another unit here. Looks like we're looking at potentially turning
somebody's saying
here.
he underpaid for the Moonfall. That is not true. He used his Diana Legend.
So we did find a unit. When we're seeing a low value unit like this coming,
I still think this
right away,
Lux is
we
in a
know
pretty
that we didn't
fairly
find
strong
those ways
position.
or
All
those
12
other strong
runes
units that we
still
need.
has Chosen
And that
Champion
is such
there.
a sigh of relief for Raid Bowser
Looks
here
like
on
that's
this Lux.
another
Of
proxy.
course, we'll have all the removal in the world to deal with a lot of this, but you
Is
know that
that-
your opponent's
that was
hand
a
is very
red,
low
that was
value
like
overall.
upstage combo.
Yeah, and they've been
What
getting a
are
lot of
these
value
proxies?
from the Ravenbloom
This
Conservatory.
is very weird.
Literally pulling spells that they're using near immediately, as we saw with the Eclipse. But eventually, against a control deck, especially one that is starting to really build up its runes here.
Oh my gosh, we're seeing a Ruination on just a Plundering Core on a
Start to take
Fizz.
advantage of the game state before you start to fall too far behind. And it is going to be the Ruination. All units are going to be
I think
destroyed.
maybe his cards are just super
I love
warped.
this read here of that there are almost
kind of
no
what I'm
units in the
assuming.
opponent's hand. Either that, or we could have a really big brain play from Golden Monkey saying, I want to
you
try to
remember
get
to
one of
draw
these
a card
Ruinations out by baiting it
We're
out by
back.
playing a couple more
You
units
missed
here,
a
threatening to
proxied
score 2 more
Ruination
battlefields
/ upstage
and put
comedy.
myself up to 7 points.
What the fuck is going on?
Done here,
I think
and
his
if
cards
that
are
is
just
the
like maybe
case,
super
I would
warped.
be
Sorry.
so impressed.
He did draw a card off
Stack
his
deck.
weapon,
Okay, so that's a Gust. That's a Hwei. I imagine it'd be
Double Hwei and a Gust,
That
so
was
he's
double Hwei.
Was that double
taking
Hwei? Okay.
a Hwei.
So I was gonna say you don't want you want to grab that Hwei, and I mean it was a really.
I mean,
fast
Ruination
decision,
Draw
so
1
that's what we're gonna
just
be
doesn't have the
doing
same
now.
ring as
And I
Time
would be
Warp Draw
surprised, too,
1.
if we see it paired
It
up with
doesn't,
Ride the Wind
but
as
it's
well,
still a
because
strong
we know our
play.
hand has been a little bit on
No,
the weak
it's
side.
definitely a strong play, but just it doesn't have the same ring to it.
And he has this Ride the Wind, which I think he's just going to cast now.
Here
Yep.
it is again. You can see the future.
You're probably going to get a double trigger off
Well,
this
when
as
you
well.
have a few options, sometimes you just know exactly what
Looks
you
like
want to
a-
do.
what, a
We did have the
Starcrossed
draw.
and
We will
Frigid
discard the
Jewel?
Frigid Jewel to ready 2 more runes, which is really interesting to see. We talked about Frigid Jewel over and over again, whether the value is there or not.
this
Because
has
you
to
have
be like a
Stupefy,
shoot
Wei, and a
on-site
couple
moment for
options
this
to actually get that draw.
Lux. You have
Sometimes
to
it
remove
is just
this
better to
way
discard
as
it
soon
to
as
get
possible.
more options from your
Or it's going to
runes.
cause you a ton of
Wei is
issues,
sitting
and
at
it's
base
going to
here.
allow your
This is on the
opponent to
battlefield.
continue to
I
draw
believe
cards.
We had
just
seen another
exactly
fallen
what
common
you
in
do.
hand from Raid
It's
Bowser.
the whole engine for the deck, right? Like, just don't let it get up and running. He's already ahead at like 6-1 in points. Makes it really brutal.
Is there no hand on the side of the Diana?
So
though,
something
at
that
this
Raid
point?
Bowser has
After
to
those
think about is whether this
No,
Frigid
he has no
Jewel
hand.
was discarded because we have something in hand that we really wanted to play for
Another
4 runes
proxy
or
in
less.
hand.
Specifically,
Wonder if we're gonna see
that
like a
3 and 4
Conquer
ring
into
threshold,
another
so
Ruination,
Moonfall
if that
becomes
is another
available,
Ruination.
For instance, if we had units in the battlefield, that is.
I
But, there's other
want to
cards
know what
that
happened that this guy
Singularity
has so many
available
proxies.
with the number of runes open here, or is it the fact that we didn't think we
What
could
is
actually
this?
get value from the Frigid
Progress
Jewel? I
Day.
think in this
Oh my
matchup
gosh,
is more
okay.
likely because adding the extra might isn't really doing anything.
This guy's
against the
entire
opponents overall.
deck.
So I think that is pretty easy read and make. As
Progress
more
Day draw
it's
5.
not really useful in this matchup so much, but it's
Not
still
as good as
something
Time
to
Warp
be
Draw
thinking
1.
about here.
that progress day is a
He has
draw
6
4. That's
runes
actually
left.
a draw 5.
Looks like he has a
for Lux, so that
singularity.
hand has rapidly been regenerated for
One
Rakoff,
card in
and this is a
hand, which
good,
he already used
let's
the hard
get
bargain
ready to
earlier. So
close
as
out
long
the
as it's not a
game
hard bargain and
hand.
abandon,
I
if
mean,
you
I
can
just close out
cast the
games at one
singularity,
point, but you do see the singularity here. That is
this would be
absolutely gonna be targeting
huge.
away.
Can he get this to resolve?
Found choice here. You got to get it off the field of play.
Found exactly what they wanted to find. However, does Golden Monkey have an answer here? It does have that star cross. We did
have
talk
to
about
save your
how
play.
getting those runes ready could make a big difference
Yeah,
here. In
definitely
the
should
same
have
way,
conquered
will make all
first
the
with your
difference in the
Plundering
world
Burrow.
here. Great play with that star
Gotten your
cross.
gold.
Just one card now.
But maybe he didn't want to open an action
You get the
window.
draw from the Lux.
And
perhaps
once
draw
again,
to
I
another
think
singularity to
the
punish
Lux just
the
has
play
this
later.
game
Really
in a
would
really
love
good
to find more
position.
ride the wins here,
He's down
because
6 to
we
1,
need
but
to
he has
find
about
a way to
12
score.
cards in
We know
hand
Lux has so
to
many
the
removal options. We're starting to get
Quay
deeper into
plus
the game,
1 on the side
and
of the.
with that, it starts to
now you're
favor
gonna see
Lux
an
if it
instant
is
call of the
able to
week.
stabilize here.
Just-
we are going all the way up to 9 points.
I
so
mean, from the
really,
Diana side,
Diana's
you
going to
almost
have
feel
to
like
find some
scooping
options soon.
when you see this call of the week.
There's so many cards in hand here.
Yeah, assuming you don't have hard bargain or abandon or something like that, it's
Neither
kind
of
of
those
cooked.
matter in this situation. Abandon, you just cast it again. Hard bargain, you just tap the runes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no response there. Even if there were to be a star cross, there needs to be a valid target on the other side as well, so we can't save the way there.
Yeah, this Lux control deck is all about keeping the battlefield clear. And we're starting to see it come into full
Oh,
force.
Ash to get rid of the last card in his hand.
Shout out.
And Flash is being banished.
Shout out
Is
Vault
such a
Breaker Ash.
And that was the only card in hand, so it was a
Such a
response
fucking
there.
control matchup.
This is a very
I bet
difficult
the-
situation
he
for
has
Golden
that
Monkey
8
here. You're
cost
sitting at
Signal
6
spell.
points. Raid Bowser at 1, but
That's
you're in
like
top deck
he's in a
mode.
commanding position. Doesn't
Absolutely,
matter in
we'll have to
this
see what it is.
I'll play stack deck.
situation.
Okay, that's at least an option here, but I saw Ride the Wind, I saw a Stupefy.
Stack deck off the top is
and
nice.
Whatever they picked was what I did not see.
You can go ahead.
I'm assuming he
So
took
something
the
to
Ride
note
of the
here is that we
Wind.
did see 2 ways
this
in the stack deck
position,
earlier.
maybe you could
So
double
we know that
conquer on
there's
a turn
one left
somehow.
really as an option,
And then
and
hope
with
to
Ride the Wind,
hold.
maybe we are able to do a little
Looking
bit something,
very,
but
very grim
it
for
is
this
a tough spot
Diana
here
player.
overall, just because we're seeing what Lux
Progress
Control
trade draw
does.
5. He has
It
another
does
Progress Day in hand.
outvalue at the end of the
Oh
day.
my gosh,
There's
another
very
Ash.
few decks that can
It's
outvalue this.
another
LeBlanc is
Vault
one of
Breaker
them, for
Ash.
instance. But
It's a
overall,
3
it's
I'm
just
pretty
a
sure in
tough
his
spot to
deck.
be in.
Yeah, I
It
would
gets
This is-
and
this
he
is
did
Liz.
take the Ride Wind, and the Ride Wind does go
And that
away.
is another banished card. Ash comes down.
Wow, he
Now
has
what
like
you
yeah,
really
his
get
cards
into
did
the
seem
battlefield,
really
even the
worked
Raven
there.
Bloom Conservatory is going to
It's
allow Raid
insane.
Bowser to start pulling
From the
additional
Diana's
value from his
side,
deck, 'cause there's
I
so many
honestly
spells.
do think you
And
scoop.
although these cards are banished and they can come
Just
back,
move
the
on.
only way to get them
I
back
think
is
you go
by
to
a
game
hold,
2,
which
you're
isn't
already
really going to
below
be
20
possible
minutes
here.
into
So more or
this
less,
round,
these cards
and
are
you don't
essentially
want to
discarded, although they
get
aren't
a draw when
technically
you're
so.
already X11, because a draw is basically done deal. You are completely out of
No
top 8
hand- no
contention.
cards in hand, or is there one card in hand we just don't see off screen? Because the Ride the Wind was probably what they had top decked on the prior turn. Then they had done the stack deck.
I want to see another Progress Day draw 5.
You have nothing open, right?
Seems like it could be a good card.
All tapped out, so we'll have to see if there
Just
is a way
saying.
to potentially get back into this game.
I mean, is
We
there
do
like a
have
1,000 tail
whole army there
Watcher?
for Lux.
Does that do
He
it?
definitely has
I'm wondering
that.
if they're considering it.
Wait, which player are you saying? Because
On
Lux
the
has
Diana
1,000.
side. Yeah, no, Lux has.
No, he had no 1,000 tail.
No, I'm saying like, what are his outs? Should just go next and save time, really. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Golden Monkey.
I agree.
This is looking
I think the Diana
increasingly
should,
difficult.
I'll pass
you know,
And it's going to be a
accept
straight up
that
pass.
this game
No,
is just over.
Hold to 5.
It's cooked right now.
And Lux doing what it does best here, just saying outvalue you. And the tough thing is, Way is actually really known for the card draw, but when it's removed instantly, it's really hard to filter through your deck, which this deck is so used to doing. So it's not a very common spot for Diana to find itself in. So Golden Monkey still playing this game out, seeing if there's a way to potentially sneak in.
Golden Monkey is an incredible name, by the way.
I agree.
The Ravenbloom Conservatory.
I'm gonna tap Lux to gain
And
2
Lux
energy.
is being tapped
I'm
here.
gonna tap 1, 2. So
Is it
6.
here?
She adds 2 energy.
Is it here?
Yep.
It
It
is
is.
here. Progress Day
Draw
draw
5.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So once again,
5.
a full hand becoming even more full here, saying I want to have every answer.
Bro, he's got so
possible
many
for
cards in his
anything you
hand.
decide to throw at me.
Can the Diana play for
And
deck
passing,
out?
here with number of runes available.
Just drop that
Looks
Tiana
like
Crown
5 or
Guard
6
on one
perhaps
side
even
and
more as we
hold
fan them out.
for a few turns.
We do also have that garbage grabber there that can potentially draw even more cards in the future.
Yeah, that's a stupefy for a draw here.
He's got 2 in hand. It's play whatever you got.
And just there's no gas in the tank here.
Still making a thought about this.
In actual
reason
progress,
that
they had no
people
proxy.
may play out a
True,
game like
very
this
true.
where it doesn't feel all that great. If you're not used to playing against a deck
Is
such
it out
as Lux,
down well?
you're able
Yes,
to
the
see
main deck
more
down well.
pieces of the deck come out. And it can help you for your sideboard for the
Themes.
next
I like
game,
that-
and
I like that
also
idea.
your game plan for next. So some players
Like
might
the
ask,
idea
like,
a lot,
this game,
Christian.
it doesn't look
Shout out
very
to Christian
great
for being
me.
in the chat.
What can I do?
Even
And
sick,
this
he's
is
still participating.
one of the things that you can do is say,
Shout
I'm
out to
going
Jay
continue
Medarda.
to see what my opponent is
Jay
playing and
Medarda.
how I can respond for it to the
My
next
goat.
game.
Christian's
Last
goat.
rights is going to be
Everybody's goat.
a pretty
Wow,
solid
Fizz and
build.
Last
The problem
Rights
is, though,
are
unfortunately,
really good cards
recycling
here.
those to
I
be able to
mean,
go
do
to
you
the
dare
trash, use a
ride the
Fizz.
wind with Fizz?
Have to target a spell.
Oh, the ride the wind's in trash. Doesn't he have another one?
Was checking those
I
banish
think it
cards,
was
just trying
forced to
see
be discarded.
The number of cards left in the deck. We will
It
see the
was
stack deck.
off the edge,
So
but he played
the
one.
stack
He played a
deck,
ride the wind
can we find
earlier
a
on the
way
way.
potentially? Because that would be the way to win this game.
A Mind Splitter
Oh.
would be hilarious into the 12 card hand or 15 card
Golden
hand.
Monkey considering their stack deck here. I
The
think
problem is
I
that,
might have
like,
seen
we don't know
Mind
what's fully
Splitter,
in
but
that
that's
hand.
not
There's
gonna
got to
do
be
pretty
so
much
many
anything
duplicates
here.
in that hand that,
So,
like, if
I
you
don't
take
know,
one
they're
thing
entire
out,
deck.
it may not matter.
So
Somebody just said react with
probably
salvage,
not the card.
bro.
It's a big
Wake
body,
up.
but it's just not
salvage
what you're
is an
looking for right
action.
now. It's just, but like at the same time,
So
this seems
you
like
can't.
a very, very difficult position to be in.
He does have one in trash. He does
Card
have a
has been
second. Yep.
selected, and you are right. Way would be the one you'd want to try to get and just
He
start
chose not
generating
to
value.
play
But
it
something tells me in
because
literally
there's
the,
just no way there's no
the
interaction.
cluster of
with
cards in Ray Bowser's hand.
Yeah, when you have that many cards in hand.
Yeah, it looks like we might be trying to potentially set up a Conquer onto this Aspirant's Climb in the future. So first
Sounds
off, we
like a
are
Plundering
recycling
Poro
from
and
the
Hard
last
bargain.
rights, trying to get more units into our deck.
And even if you pull away, we had seen singularities in the main deck. I
So
believe
the
it was
Lux
a
now
3
goes up to 7.
And singularity, it's not going to be safe.
I was like, fortunately, this is to 9, so Diana will get one more turn.
There's a good chance at this point that they've drawn another.
Yeah.
There's also Thousand Tailed Watchers in the deck. There's Imperial Decree. There's Bellows Breath.
He's
There's so
gonna.
many
Oh my
options
gosh, he
for
just drew
this
Rocket
units
Barrage.
overall, and with this
Oh,
stack of
Rocket
cards
Barrage,
in
fourth
hand,
card.
we expect to see just
Call the
about an
week.
answer to
Oh,
everything,
salvage.
including a salvage coming down, hitting that last rights, a card that we have talked about over
Now
and
he's
over
gonna
again
drop
as being a
the
main
Rocket
board,
Barrage
and
or the
from
Call the
going
Week.
from text to main board
He's
because
gonna go
the
for Call the
amount
Week.
of gear in the game right now.
And Call the Week clears the board once again.
He's
And
gonna
now,
kill
because
the
this is an
Plundering
Aspirant's
Poro.
Climb game, you're at the very critical
This is game 2, right?
7-point
Like,
marker
you
here.
just...
Yeah.
This is scoop.
Golden Monkey
Next two,
is
going into the
not
next
giving up.
turn, it'll be the end of game 1.
I'm not sure why, but
I mean, shout out for not giving up, but, like, give up.
never surrender.
What
But
exactly the
also
deck is
sometimes
playing.
maybe surrender.
So once again, taking
Like right now.
time, probably taking some mental notes here too to figure out. how
Okay,
to
there we
get into
go.
this
Good
next
job,
game.
Golden
And saying
Monkey.
I'm not gonna say
Maybe you
that
just
the
wanted to see
reason
more of the
why
deck
it's a
list.
full
I don't know.
next
X1-1
game,
Lux. He
or
was
next
actually
turn.
X1 coming into
So
the
we're
day.
going
Got
on
a
to that
draw,
next game.
a draw, unfortunately.
Game 2.
In
What's your
round
strategy
9,
for
so
Diana?
first
You've
round
obviously
of
seen a little
today.
bit of
You could
what
obviously see
Lux's
why
game plan is
he
here. Ray
potentially got
Bowser
that
did an
draw. It was an
absolutely
Ezreal
remarkable
versus Lux
job
matchup.
of controlling the board state. And unfortunately, even something like Moonfall, because the board
Oh
isn't
my gosh,
necessarily
somebody just
alive, it's
commented,
such a control
you
centric
voted for this game chat,
strategy.
we could have gotten Alan's Diana,
How do
instead
you
we got
catch up
Diana
when
from
you start to fall
Timu.
behind on the board?
That
Because
is
that's
mean.
essentially what
We should
happened
have
with
scooped
the
like 10 minutes ago to
Monkey.
save time.
So
I
many
agree.
resources to try
I
to
think
stay
that
in the
game.
Yeah,
it
but
was-
but we
when it was
got
6-1,
Lux.
I think
So
it was just
if I
over.
were Golden
Like,
Monkey,
when he hit,
I would
like, the
really be looking
Ruination,
to add more
and
units
then
from my
he just
sideboard
ashed
into my
2
main
times
deck.
two turns in a row.
The big thing is
and then he was
we
top
needed
decking
units
the
over
Diana.
and
I
over
think you
again
could have
to
just scooped
try
run.
to actually put pressure
And
on
that
the
was
board.
legitimately
There's
like
so
10
many
minutes
removal tools
earlier.
for our Lux on.
So
So we have to
I
find
understand
ways to
resilience,
say,
but
okay,
game 2,
we
man.
will be
Yeah.
fine even if all
While
our
they're
units get
sideboarding,
removed
I
over and over
will
again.
step away just
So
for a
I'd really
second
be looking to
and
find
be
more
right back.
units to put into the deck.
That's illegal.
In the main
This
deck,
guy
we
just
did
keeps
see
keeps
two
walking away.
star-crossed. If there is a third in the sideboard, you might consider it as well. Could be used as a save. save.
Oh.
Yeah, and something else for Golden
What are
Monkey.
they siding in? That's the question. If you're Lux, how do you side this game?
Versus might kind of matchup. We're not doing a lot of unit-on-unit combat, so Frigid Jewel might be something that you look at citing out here. Is holding on to what we got a glimpse of. It looks like an unchecked power in hand. Not something that's particularly great in this matchup because Lux is pretty low on units overall. The only way it would be good if it really was.
I don't mind setting out unchecked power here. I think it's good, but
the first game where we did see
you may want to do.
And what's interesting as well is like
You would, I would see setting in unchecked power seems good because Lux runs so little units. Like it's a double-edged sword. It doesn't run that many units. It may not get that much value, but it hurts even harder when it hits.
It's just a very difficult position to be in, and like even something like a mind splitter, like you just saw your opponent draw literally. I'm gonna like not joke here, like half their deck. So it's a very difficult position for Diana to be in, and I mean that game was extremely well piloted by Raid Bowser. It was their Aspirants Climb game. It's kind of what you expect here. So we'll have to see what their second battlefield of choice is, and if Golden Monkey can turn on the Jets and be aggressive to shut out the game before it gets too long.
Yeah.
Exactly here. Also, I gotta ask you a question. Are you someone who shuffles their entire sideboard into their deck and then just removes cards, or do you select one by one?
So first of all, I'm the one that likes to shuffle my champ unit into the deck every single time, then apologize to my opponent. But no, I like to keep them separate. And then I always have a plan. I like to have like a chart of like what I sideboard against what matchups, because in the moment I feel like being prepared and having the exact sideboards per legend is very helpful.
It's
one of those things I try to do preparing to go into the summoner skirmishes. Helps take some of the guesswork out, but then again, like sometimes you're against unique decks, and sometimes people have different flavors. And the deck
I'm interested.
The personality of each
Intrigued.
player and how they incorporate the spicy choices of their deck designs can throw a curveball into the way you sideboard. So what Golden Monkey did prior there, which extended the game, stayed in the game as long as it can, to, as you said, see as many cards as possible, was definitely a good choice.
And we do see that Targon's Peak coming in for Golden Monkey, going to be likely going first, which means that you're likely the first person to conquer. However, this can be very good for Lux as well, as they both are high spell decks.
Forbidden Waste is interesting as well. It's going to reduce the might of the units there at the battlefield, which is fantastic for Lux, because if your whole game plan is to remove, you have a 5 might unit there like a Hue, all of a sudden, Wages of Pain is enough to wipe it out.
Exactly. It looks like we do have that Ravenbloom student in the hand for Diana, so we'll be able to get on the
board gets one drop.
Nice and early.
2 drop.
Trying to push for those points because this game will need to be quicker than the last one. Oh, we had the Plundering Poro, also a great option.
Good old Pirate Poro coming on down.
So also being able to generate gold if we aren't removed, that is, but being able to set up for potentially a way turn, the Lux not finding anything, but will likely maybe a Wages of Pain in hand is a potential here.
Golden Monkey knows they have to start scoring these points early there. Plundering Poro comes in, is going to generate the gold token.
So that was a quick yes, that's fine. So an easy read here for Golden Monkey is that there is no Wages of Pain in hand.
Vex and base on tap 2.
Vex does come down, and that looks like Vex apathetic.
So something here is we aren't playing Vex at a battlefield, which means her ability isn't actually active. And there is Sprite Fountain in the deck of Raid Bowser. So Sprite Fountain is
So-
could do a lot of work here, but the Sprite Burst
Yeah, it was a side card.
Yeah, it is, because those
Side in card.
Oh, I guess, yeah, because you have the Sprite Fountains and the Sprite
hard bargain
Bursts.
here.
Yes.
That hard bargain being completely tapped out is going to be enough to completely counteract that spell.
Which almost feels like a bait, a trap that was just set up here by Golden Monkey.
Great play and then I think they were saying that unchecked power was either brought in or brought out because of low unit count in Lux, and I actually think if it was brought out, that's the wrong call. Lux has so little units, I think you want to kill them. Like, you want to get rid of them. It comes a point where she literally cannot score points.
We do see the down under in hand. We'll be able to be cast this next turn here unless something.
Is there any way to
changes.
recycle
Vex is sitting
on this
actively
side of
for the Forbidden Waste there. And of
I'm
course,
trying
it's
to
gonna
think.
have
Yes, there's the I'm printing the name of the card, the recycle 3 draw 1 gear.
Oh, garbage grabber.
About the number of
Yes,
units on board. We are not into Ruination
Forge of the
yet, but
Future.
we will be quite shortly. So I know we want to score these as much as possible and early on, but this is a lot of units in a deck that
Drag
doesn't run
under,
a ton
I see a
of units,
cold
so
week.
maybe our hand is just very unit heavy
No singularities
For
early
Golden
game
Monkey, your
again,
hand is definitely
which
a
is
resource.
really
We
tough
literally saw that
because
game one. And so I think you're
you
right.
know, that is such
Having
a
a little bit
strong
in your
card
hand
in
there,
this
even from the
matchup. Do you
champion zone,
just
right, be able
play
to
the
have that
progress day
access
and go down
to a unit is super
a
valuable because you
tough
might quickly
5
run out
to
of steam, which is exactly what happened in the
0.
last game. Now, they are looking to perhaps remove
5
that
to
Vex.
0 is
Vex
going to be
gonna shut down a
brutal,
lot of those
though.
strategies from Raid Bowser here.
I
We
mean, I
they
don't know
have
if he has many
options.
other
You're
options
right. We're not in Ruination
currently.
territory, but you can
I think he
definitely
kind of
punish
has
Vex.
to.
You can drag under Cold a week, but that's only going to get rid of Plundering
because
4-0
you have to
plus
play around
Vex.
Ruination, though, you also have to play around a much cheaper card, Cold a Week. So having these other units to go ahead and try
Is
to
he
protect
gonna
this Vex as much as
call?
possible.
Not sure
Keep her on
why
the
he
board.
would play
We know
Plundering
our
4-0
opponent
when he
is
has
running
Cold a
things
Week in
such as
hand.
Sprite Burst. So the Vex being
He's
And
just
then he
passing.
just passes, so maybe
against Cold
he's
a Week
looking
with these smaller
to
units is really useful.
So we have the
drag
Plundering Poro
under
come on down for Raid Bowser.
on
Golden
entry
Monkey is on turn.
for the Diana. I don't know why you wouldn't want to get rid of the Vex first, but
Vex does remain at the battlefield here.
The Vex might not make that, because like other than Sprite Burst, Sprite Fountain, like what is he really? He's not using ambush. Like how much does the Vex epithet really affect him?
he's a
a lot of players would think about just sending
body.
one in, but you're getting a lot more
Yeah.
value into
That's the
this.
only
And
thing
against a
that's,
deck
like,
that does
an
have
issue.
heavy control, has multiple ways to remove these units, you potentially get value.
It's on Forbidden Waste though, so it's not.
Oh yeah,
Looks
it's
like
a
they're
2
reacting
only.
here.
So you can trade with the Plundering
They're
Poro,
gonna
and then he
hit
can
Diana.
Cold a week after that.
That's going to be a drag under.
That's
Using that
probably the
that,
better way
that
to
window
do
there
this.
to respond.
Or drag under. So drag under on Diana.
Gets a draw off this. I'm not sure what that
We
card
will
was.
still get
Looked
the
like it
Conquer
might have
from
been
the
a
Plundering
Conquer,
Poro,
which is not
and
what
we
you
will
want to see at
create
this
a gold
point.
with that as well, which can be very useful in this deck.
Gonna call. He probably would have done it before
Vex
playing the
remains.
Poro. Yeah, that's what
And there's
I was
Mind
saying. But he went with the Poro.
It's been
Drag
one of
under.
those gold, the other one is still exhausted.
Mind Splitter. I
but
think.
still very efficient overall.
I think Ruination is a scary card, but it might be too late for Ruination. I think you get rid of the Progress Day, honestly.
I need to write down the rest of these, but
Listening in on the conversation.
Double Poro in hand. Rough.
So we do have the Plundering Poros of our own. We have Cold a Week. We have Progress Day. I would actually have to think about taking out either this Ruination or this Progress Day even. The Progress Day because we saw
What do you
how
take
much
out
value
here?
it got,
I
and
take
if
the
game is
Progress
going wrong,
Day.
The
I
other
think
option you say is I'm going to put so
I
much
agree.
You have Ride the
You'll
Wind in
never play this
hand.
Progress Day, so I'd actually be
The
less likely to do
Ruination,
that.
he
This
can't play it
Ruination
on
is
his
probably the
next
scariest
turn.
card in the deck.
Which means
Yeah, we talked
that
about before, the
you'll be
Ruination
going
It's dead
to
card.
7
blows up all the cards. You've
by
got
the
4
time
units
you
on the field of play.
pass.
I don't know if you want those 4 units to just disappear.
I put one.
Exactly,
Yeah,
you
put
can't
one
win
to
the
the
games if you don't have units at the end of the day.
I'll take
And
Ruination.
Raid Bowser having that history
He
on
goes for the
Victor knows that
Ruination.
very well, that usually on Victor you can always have access to a unit. Lux, not so much.
I think,
Well, the monkey
yeah,
does
that might be the
choose
correct play.
To get rid of Ruination, I would tend to agree.
I guess, but it is a 3
Yes, I
of.
love
He
that
could play
decision
Progress
there
Day
for
here
sure.
and then still have
And
Ruinous
this Mind
Ruination on
Splitter
the following
can
turn
very
because he'll be going to
handy.
9.
I don't.
I like the decision.
Gold Monkey may not
Would be
know
the
that it's a
Raid
3
Room
of. I will
student as
say.
the Forbidding
That is
Waste will no
true,
longer
but,
apply its
I
negative
mean,
power. It does provide some utility there.
I guess that's true.
Brings the
You
Vex
can see
out
a
of
Wages
range
into
of
the
some of
Raven
wages
Bloom into
paid.
Plundering Poro trading, unless there's a Stupefy
Exactly.
that he drew or something. Into a Call the Week. You can kill
So
clear
from-
3 of
from
these
hand
units
here,
for only
we almost
5
had a glimpse
runes,
of it.
and
Oh,
you're Plundering
there.
Poro.
A Wages of Pain is in hand now. We have a hand read that there
Or
wasn't
you can
one earlier,
Wages the
but,
Plundering
as
Poro on the
you
other
said-
side, Conquer.
Oh, there it is,
Nope.
right there.
Okay, so he's gonna go for
Raven
Wages on
student.
the Raven Bloom.
And that is then going to
Can we
drop
see
the
a
Vex
Star-Crossed
down to
here?
3,
A Star-Crossed would
by
be
2,
kind of
provided this goes through. There
terrible
might
for
be a
the
response.
Lux player.
So we'll have to see here if there's a flash available
Not gonna
because it
happen.
is at a battlefield only.
Okay,
Looks
gets a
like we
gold.
won't be having that. And we do create that gold from the Wages of Pain as well.
Vex now debuffed by 2.
Yes.
Still has 3 up for this Diana. Has access to things such as Moonfall, for instance, if this Plundering Poro does move in. However, there we have the
Yeah, so this
debuff
is the
now.
trade, yeah. I should clarify that when the unit has
Gus.
to be
You have
defending
in hand, right?
to receive the -2
I
debuff.
will stupefy.
Stupefy.
Oh, this Stupefy coming in very handy here. Vex now winning the Might Showdown just by a little bit. Just by 1.
Good use of Stupefy.
And I think that's game.
Gets the draw as well. That was something that we
Just
saw in last
move.
game. An issue,
I
the
think we
hand
go game
size. This
3.
time, not as much of an
Especially if
issue.
you're a Lux
Feeling
player
pretty
because
good
you
for
know
Diana
your
here.
win con
Got
is
rid of
going
that
to be
Ruination. Looking like a
later
very
into
different
the
game than our
game.
first one.
Ray
So
Bowser
play
planning a
out
response
Lux.
here, and it's going to be Lux coming into the play, into the battle.
I guess if you could draw a
into the
Ruination, there is
Lux
like
is
a
one of those
slight
cards that
chance
you
of
have to
coming
kind
back in
of
this
get it out
game.
early if you want to.
I also think with 22 minutes
However,
left, you're
we are
okay
at
to play a
7
little bit.
points already here.
I'm kind
So,
of
Diana has
surprised
to be
he
feeling
didn't
good,
go for
where
the
Golden
Progress
Monkey
Day.
has a
I
ton
think
of
that was
runes
probably the
available to
best
him.
option
Ride the
for him
wind in
there.
hand for potential stealing the game later, even if there
You
were
know,
to
the
be a
wages
Ruination next turn,
into
which we're not
going
expecting as we
is
just
one
saw
thing,
that
but if
Lux
you see a
getting played
Stupefy,
here.
if you see a
Really
Gust,
looking
a
at potentially
Moonfall,
getting
a
a unit to
Star-Crossed,
contest the battlefield,
there's
or
just so
more
many
so
outs
adding
from the
that extra
side
spell
of
energy from the Lux in the future.
Golden
Let's
Monkey's
have a
Diana.
big play planned
So
in the future to be able to take out these battlefields and potentially slow down Golden Monkey.
And unfortunately, you're starting to get to the point where Golden Monkey is threatening to end the game within the next turn, so you have to be able to make a play here. You have to have a response.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see if we do decide to retreat these units. I like this a lot personally because you don't care if there is a sprite burst or something that takes points from these battlefields or not. It's not an issue for you. What you really need to focus on is double conquer next turn, and if you conquer once too, you can get that extra draw, potentially find that last bit. I like keeping all the runes open here. You're able to protect things. Star-Crossed is a potential here if the removal goes down. Also taking units off the battlefield keeps things like Wages of Pain out of reach as well. We did just see a Cole top deck there, so we do have 2
So he does
Coles
have double Cold a
available.
week, which
However, we
means
would
you're
have to
probably going to
lose
get
our
rid of
own Lux
X,
for
and
it.
you're probably going to get rid of the
Very difficult position here. Ray
Poro.
Bowser
You can
desperately wants to clear
conquer,
this
potentially
board
try and conquer
and
Targon's
reset.
first.
And I can't help to
So that you can
notice the
untap
salvage
those
is a
runes,
bit
or you
dead
could
in
just
mid
use
here.
Lux
For me
ability.
personally, I would have probably
Yeah,
cited
before
out the
using
for
call.
jewels for Golden Monkey, and I would have looked to potentially take the salvage
Salvage
out.
to
We are just
draw is
getting a draw
interesting.
from it. You don't have to target a gear.
Honest Broker, not
may
what you want to
target
see
a gear,
here.
So we do still get the draw from the
Probably
salvage.
just double call.
It's too late to Progress Day. You have to have the answer now. And it looks like that Mind Splitter that had gotten rid of the Ruination.
I think you double call
really
and then you
showing
Progress
itself
Day and hope for like Ruination.
Exactly. With that Ruination, there would be a chance to reset the board. Here comes that first Cole. Poor Lux will be dying, and we'll see likely the second Cole as well, just trying to remove that board.
I'll play the second call of the week.
Yep.
A big note here is a double conquer does have to happen to end the game. So by potentially removing one of these units, we need to either find a Ride the
think,
Wind
yeah, you just get
or
rid of
a
Vex
way
here.
to accelerate our units.
Is there a world? Yeah, you get rid of Vex because Fallen comes.
Hey, Raid Bowser still going through the their turn here. And it's going to be a Plundering Poro.
See, I
and
don't
a
agree with
Honest
this.
Broker.
You have to cast Progress Day here. What are these 2 might units doing for you? Absolutely nothing.
Get the draw.
And then I'll
Can't
ride
close
the
out
wind
game there.
over.
And ride the wind over.
Yep.
Okay, you would have lost either way,
With
but
game two. Going into game
Good job. We
Very
got
well
it.
I
played.
just don't
And
understand
I
why he
like
held
that
on to
Golden
that Progress
Monkey
Day for so
clearly
long.
made some adjustments going into game two, not just with obviously their sideboard and stuff like that,
And
but just
before
the
he gets
overall
unchecked.
strategy they
No
wanted to
unchecked power
utilize.
came out.
That extra game against Lux, I think, really
Yeah,
made
that
a
hard
difference.
bargain was huge.
Exactly, and did
on
end up
the,
adding
what was
more
it,
units
Sprite Burst,
because
like turn 2.
Golden Monkey doesn't actually run Vex Apathetic.
It's a
in
huge
the
swing in the
deck.
game.
So we did see that Vex
Something
Apathetic
that
be another
Raid
unit
Bowser has to
for Raid Bowser to
attempt
deal
to
with.
play around
And so
best
by
he can
seeing that, we
going
know
into
that
this
the
game
strategy
3.
of adding more units into the deck was part of the strategy here from the sideboard.
And I want to mention, Mind Splitter. We had kind of joked earlier about Mind Splitter being a little ineffective.
British?
First game, and it was actually the
Sounds
key
pretty
card
British
of
to
this
me.
game because what it did was it got rid of the Ruination, which prevented that board wipe from occurring.
not hear.
And so I just want to shout that out because it was one of those things that seemed so.
Also, just for your
So
awareness,
first game,
I've done
it's
some
like,
more
well, he's got 40
Googling.
cards in his hand. Like, what's the point?
The
And then
Quebec
second
event,
game, he
not
targeted
in
the
Quebec
exact
City,
card
in
he had to
Ottawa.
hit to keep his board alive.
Yeah,
I'm
that
also
doesn't mean
wondering if we
anything to
took
me
the last
because
rights
I
out
don't
of
know anything
sideboard
about
for Golden
Canada
Monkey here
other than
because
maple
Okay.
syrup.
really, we're not. If we are that far behind, we're probably
Okay.
not going to be confident in getting things back.
Yep,
You know
those
what?
two
So I
places are
wonder
the
if
exact
that
same thing
was
in
a
my mind.
Consideration here, and knowing that there was
All
salvage
right.
available for
Understood.
Lux as well, it really
I
does become
am
mind games in
just
this third
straight
game
American.
potentially.
It's going to be interesting. We didn't see much pressure from Raid Bowser in that prior game. And with that Vex Apathetic now being shown, I wonder if he's going to want to be a little more aggressive with his sprites, the Sprite Fountain. We'll have to see. And again, but he has so many answers to Vex. You have the Singularities, Call the Weeks. Like, you have ways to get rid of it. We have the battlefield selections. We have Abandoned Hall and Sigil of the Storm.
Abandoned Hall, Sigil of the Storm.
Sigil of the
Abandoned Hall
Storm
can be
is
a
an
good
interesting one. A lot of control decks really love doing it because the
to get
reason
around some of these
is that you have to
falling
recycle
comets,
a rune whenever you conquer it. And decks that want to be very
or like damaging spells, wages as well.
Are forced to
you know,
lose
a wage is coming down on a Raven student,
so
and then you can see
it's a really strong
Stupefy onto something
We've been
random in base,
Abandoned
and all of a
Hall
sudden
in
that
the
Raven
meta,
goes up to
primarily
4.
with Irelia, but of course Diana loves it too. And might I
Don't
suggest
know any
even
of the
the
slang,
Raven
eh?
student can catch
Only
people
maple
by
syrup,
surprise
eh?
on something like Abandoned Hall.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I would say Abandoned
You should
Hall
say
is
A a
one
lot,
that
and
you
that's all you
use
need.
battlefields here.
Yeah,
so
I'm pretty sure they would
does
hate
help
that.
them out quite a bit. Sigil of the Storm also doing a lot of work as well.
I'll be honest with you, for Diana, all 3 of these battlefields I think are remarkable. It really plays into the game plan. It feels like you have a very consistent kind of power spike on each of these battlefields at different points.
Yeah, we'll see what will happen here because a lot these players
Interested to see what happens
need
next.
To
It
get
would be
this
cool
win
to see
continue
this
their
Lux,
hopes at a potential top 8 here.
you know, move on. Still a top 8 contention. Couple of proxies in hand, so we know the Vault Breaker is a Lux, and we know the
no, the Vault
Breaker
Breaker's Ash
is a Runation, or yeah, Ash. And the Upstage Comedy is Runation.
And 3 purple runes there with Chaos. Not going to matter too much here. We have Diana. That
Weird
is
to me that they would use other Riftbound cards, like instead of like blanks or like I don't know.
Lux, nice and early here. We have both champions coming out of the champion zone.
Lux early. Obviously, Moonfall is scary,
I really like this
but
because we'll be able to see
if you
a lot
can
of
get
spells come
some
out
Lux
Lux.
abilities off,
however, though, it does say likely no wages of pain in hand. So this Diana does get.
if you can get some Lux abilities off
and also gets the
and get value out of her, then that's obviously super strong.
To worry about it being contested.
Vault is Ash. Yeah, I misspoke. I said Lux. He only plays the 1 Lux, so.
How to decide there, was it worth taking the gamble onto the next one or not? Eclipse isn't exactly what you want to see in this matchup.
I see a Ride the Wind,
I
see an
a card
Eclipse.
is never that bad, but decides, you know, drawing the card
not
is
sure what
better
else
taking
Diana
the
has in
gamble
hand.
and seeing what
The
my next
Runation
top card
already
is.
in hand from the Lux's side is obviously really strong.
Was potentially
we
looking
see
at
a
getting
Vex.
stack deck there since we saw the one, change his mind, says I need
Nothing
more,
up right
which I
now.
like this play quite a bit.
Yeah, nothing up.
However, we are tapped out, so if Lux
I don't know if he wants to swing it with Vex or with Lux, but he could.
I don't think he needs to. I think he has the wages. Oh, there's the call.
Instance,
That's
if we
super
do see a
strong, but you really don't want to get rid of your
singularity,
Lux
this
this
game
early.
I mean, it would be really tough from here on out, but, it
But
looks
getting rid
like,
of that Hui,
luckily enough,
I mean,
no
that Vex
singularity in
is
the
obviously
hand.
We have a Sprite Burst there, though.
super good.
That Vex Cheerless does make everything a little more expensive
You
once
could
it's
go
in
Sprite.
combat for the Lux player.
For Sprite Burst.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you could just
5
Sprite
runes
Burst,
activated
go
here
into
for the
Diana,
Sprite Burst,
conquer,
yes.
kill her, and then you could play
And I
the
like
Call of the
getting this
Week
down
on the
nice and
Sprite.
early too, because we know that Vex
Yeah.
Apathetic is part of
This is a
the
super strong turn.
deck
I
now,
like
as
where the
we
Lux
saw
is
in
at.
the
I
previous
like
game.
his
Getting the Sprite
Vex
Burst
Cheerless.
out, as we
If
saw
he
it
has
get hard
Singularity, it
bargained
would be so
earlier.
good.
With it being
Yep,
tapped out,
he has
we
another
don't
way
even have
of
to worry about
basically
that now.
doing Singularity without recycling 2 runes. We'll only have to recycle
Raid
1.
Bowser thinking about how they want to.
He's opened with
make
like
their
all
next
blue
move here.
runes, which is rough, but not sure what he's thinking about here. You just go in, you conquer, you kill Diana.
Okay.
2 sprites into Diana.
That's fine.
Had to do a lot of math there too, because Sigil the Storm, although
And
always
now
bad
you
for
just
your opponent,
cast
it
your
could
Call
be
to
bad for you as well. So they are looking at their future turns as well. A lot of players get stuck on thinking, what is good for me right now? And a lot of players would say just getting the point right now. However, that's not the case here.
Really strong start for
I
Lux
like
here.
that use of Call the Week. Vex Cheerless is now in the trash. Yeah, Sigil of the Storm is.
I see a Fizz,
if you're playing
Eclipse,
control,
Moon.
right?
No, Moonfall.
You want to
Ride
get
the
to
Wind.
your major pieces
Stack
as early as
deck.
possible, but at the same time,
I just
it's
don't
like you
think
wanna
this is the
punish these
style
aggressive
of
decks,
game
because
that
you're
you
gonna
really
be
want to be
removing
playing
those cards
when it
very
comes
often,
to
and if they have to
the
keep re-entering and reconquering
Diana.
the Storm, it can be punishing.
I know he
I
just hit a
wanna point out
moonfall
here
off that
that
stack
Lux
deck,
is only on 9
which
runes right now.
could be really
So
good
it's
at
going to have to
removing this
find
Lux.
those yellow runes to be able to potentially place some of the cards in hand. Cold of the week, you know, recycling one of those yellows. So we'll have to see. There's no rune, or there is Ruination in hand. So if we want to play that in the future, which could be game changing here, especially if we don't find another Mind Splitter, we need to see those yellow runes coming up here pretty soon.
Fizz on the stack deck. I see Hui. Just off camera there. I'm assuming perhaps.
Fizz for stack deck, I feel like is an overrated
There's an Eclipse
thing.
and
I see it happening. I see people playing this all the time.
Still allowing us to get a lot of value here. It needs
I don't
to
think it's
find a way to
particularly
make
good. I
this
agree.
way to stick. Making way stick here just gets. That's it. It's our engine.
But
We need it, and it will
I
help us
guess
out a
if he had
lot.
nothing else to
However, against
play-
Lux, that is always a tall order.
I will channel to 2.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what
Ooh,
Ray Bowser
another
has
blue
this year.
rune. Wow.
If you have something like a progress day, which I'm not sure we saw.
Singularity.
Okay, there's a singularity.
Can just clear the board here, but
The Singularity is something that we
Six
would be
cards in
looking
the
at doing
opponent's hand. I'm
potentially
not sure
because
if that's
we do know
exactly
Hard
what you wanna
Bargain is in
do.
the deck. Since we are tapped out, there's not always a great time to play Singularity
I don't know what the
because
rest of
Hard
his
Bargain
hand is, but-
existing. And if you are hard bargained and aren't able to actually pay for it, it can be a blowout turn. So
Somebody
the
asked, is
Singularity
this
has to be a
finals?
consideration here for sure.
In my heart, it is.
Lux.
Actually, I'm gonna.
Golden Monkey considering.
Oh, is he gonna
perhaps-
gust?
Yeah,
Oh,
okay, they're
he's
gonna use
gonna
stack deck on the
okay.
trigger.
Yep, a showdown has begun, so Diana can be used with the 1 energy.
We saw Hui Vex, and I think that
Interesting
might
that
have
he's
been
choosing to conquer with Lux instead of use her ability
Maybe
to
found something good.
tap runes.
And
Maybe he
there's
doesn't have anything to play.
I love the Singularity play, as mentioned before, because it can't be
With those extra
countered,
2
and
runes,
we know that
plus
there's
the one
only
that's
so
still
many units
remaining.
in Diana's
Gonna draw a
deck,
card
so
here.
I think this is a really big
Opponent
play
has
for Raid
Way
Bowser.
Ride the Wind in hand, and now
Ray
as
Bowser's
Lux,
basically
you only
saying,
have
listen, I
one
know that
card,
eventually you're going to run out of
or
people
one
to put
rune
on
up,
the field to
so
play.
I could see
and
that
so
being
we're
the
gonna
line
keep
of play
punishing
here
if
for
possible.
the Diana player.
Lux is going to hold on this next turn unless something gets accelerated out.
And by playing the Singularity too,
You would
we
have
don't-
to tap
we
out,
start
but
to get closer
still
to
a
solving the
strong-
Ruination problem that we don't have
strong
to play
line.
Ruination anymore. So the yellow rune is less of a problem now.
Excuse me.
There's Way.
And we'll likely see Ride the Wind paired up with
I'll
Way.
ride the
There it
wind
is.
way to move him here.
I just want to note here that although
Trigger. He's
Lux's
also gonna
time
get
is likely
+1
done
from
with
the ride
us,
the wind here.
it got so much value these last couple turns. Was able to get it out nice and early, spend a lot of energy for this Lux as well.
Unfortunately, it looks like this Lux may be in danger here.
Yes, I don't believe we have a
Starting a spell
retreat
to get another
that we can
spell.
play on Lux. It's
Rest in
not
peace,
really
Lux.
a frequent card played on Lux because
Yeah,
you
it's
say,
still
oh,
very
I got the
interesting to
value
me
from
that he
her,
was gonna
I
sacrifice the
got
Lux.
a point with her, and that's about all I need.
Not
Way
really
back to
agreeing
base.
with that decision
Won't be
there.
safe
I
from
don't
us-
think you
another
need
singularity
points.
from that, position, but I don't think we see another in hand yet.
You do. He
Yeah,
had
staying
Ride
away
the
from
Wind
that drag under is the
in
biggest
hand,
thing
even
here.
though
We've
he's
seen
going
that
to
card
7
come out
runes. So
multiple
Vex,
times now.
Cheerless, Quay, even a Ravenloom student, they all get over your Lux, and you know he has the Ride the
Lux
Wind
is
in
going
hand,
to
so I'm
find
very
he defined a
confused
bit
by
more
that line
enjoyable here.
of play
Silver
by
only
the
at
Lux,
2-2, plenty of
but
game to be played.
And the power cost of the singularity being felt
I
here
think
on
this is a
next
development turn for Lux. I think you play card sharp.
Absolutely. A necessary one, but definitely being felt.
Can go
Nice
card
7 runes
sharp,
available.
hold up for blood
Not
money.
many units in the hand. We have a Lecturing Yordle. It looks like that was sideboarded in just to give another unit and some draw.
You definitely want to deal with these 2 units at base here because Golden Monkey is really going to start chipping away at the score and you're going to run out of time. The Ashman's Climb game was just
an Asher.
absolutely phenomenally well done by Raid Bowser.
I'll be right back.
And it looks like we have Ash focused coming out. Reveal the hand.
So we got the Stupefy, the Vex, Flash,
Flash is notable.
Eclipse,
Okay, yeah.
and the last rights is still in the main still in the main board.
Surprised to see that, to be honest with you, but
Maybe saying because the game can last long, maybe this is the exactly what I need, or more importantly, it can actually put way out of range of Singularity.
it's actually an excellent point.
Is it okay if I look at your
Yeah.
You do only have 1 unit in hand. Stupefy represents a draw. So I think Raid Bowser's taking a look and saying, you know what, I can start to exhaust the resources here. Raid Bowser needs to make a plan for what these next 3 turns look like. Because if they can punish the board now, and if that Vex is all that's really left in hand outside of the Stupefy that can draw, he might be able to take control of the game again.
I really like taking a look at the trash here as well. Just using every bit of information to make the decision. In flashing it, we know there's Wages of Pain in hand, so that could be a bit of a hand read for Golden Monkey here, saying if the flash is taken back, we have things that want to deal damage at battlefields. So we'll have to be very mindful when wanting to hold a battlefield.
That flash was an absolutely excellent call there.
What did I miss?
Plundering Poro.
You haven't missed anything.
Perhaps being considered. Let's go with the way first. Let's see what gets discarded.
This is a very slow game.
And we're on that abandoned hall, so we have plenty of options to protect this way if we do have damage-based spells coming out. We do know that from this card likely does have things that target things at battlefield.
I just have more of those champagne gummies I gave you the other day. Champagne hug.
I'm having some Moe's right now.
Some Moe's queso would go so hard right now.
And it was Eclipse that was discarded from Hoyt.
These are the same fruit snacks from the big box I bought at Costco for the Pittsburgh trip.
But not really wanting to take it, so it makes sense as a discard here. Love Tide Turner being able to protect Way just a little bit more, giving the move trigger as well.
Last Right's being discarded here. That is going to allow him to ready 2 runes. Very good turn from Golden Monkey here.
And we're really seeing
I think we're going to see a Ruination the next time.
That's something that we love about
I kind of hope, like...
Also, like, we actually got to see Way be played and not removed instantly. That's actually a huge piece here for Diana.
Yeah. Blood Money does come
Blood
down.
Money's actually really strong here. It keeps him on odds.
so far does.
And then also, you get that gold,
it might be
so you can cast, you know, he has a Ruination in hand, he's going to
negatively impact the sprite-based strategies for Raid Bowser.
So he can't cast it this turn,
and
but
we
we're getting closer to that big Ruination play.
Here, as we are wanting to protect that abandoned hall, it makes the Ash going in not that great. On top of that, if Ash were to want to score a point here, has to say, all right, we're recycling
now he has
something,
what I believe
and
is
then on
double
top of that,
Ruination
Way can easily take her out. This makes the choice for Raid Bowser extremely hard.
He has a drag under, so
Raid
maybe
Bowser
you drag under the Vex
player.
and then go in with the Ash to kill the Tide Turner, or attempt to kill the Tide Turner.
Still has that Wages of Pain in hand. Could be looking to do that.
Okay.
Just passing focus, making his opponent play something first.
Ash does come in.
Ash focused.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Does
and
he
they
have?
Just trade. Okay. They trade
Does he have another Blood Money potentially?
I think that's a fine trade to make overall.
And Wages of Pain on the Tide Turner. 3 runes up for Golden Monkey though.
So we saw that Moonfall was being represented, but it isn't actually in hand. So it is an attempted block that did not work out.
A gear is ready to
does get flashed here.
Chooses to flash his Tide Turner. I don't know if I agree with that.
Has to try to clear these units.
Because even if you double conquer, you're still on odds anyway. So.
It has to happen, but Way is just going to get so much value.
So yeah, no.
If he doesn't have any other units in hand, I guess.
And with the Tide Turner, the
where
Ways
you do it,
moving in and out of the
flashing your
battlefield,
play and getting extra.
5 being tapped here.
Getting extra draws off that is obviously a really strong play.
I'll play a second Ash.
Okay. Second
Place another Ash.
Using the gold. Reveal the hand. So we have a Rainbow Student.
Get rid of Ride the Wind.
And of course,
yep,
the
that's
Ride the
pretty
Wind
obvious to me.
That's going to prevent Way from generating a little extra value, which is exactly what Raid Bowser had determined.
And we have to note that if we are able to hold as Golden Monkey, we will get these cards back, and they are huge pieces that we would love to see once again.
It's a great way to rejuvenate your hand by getting that hold.
I like where the Lux is at. It's only 3-2. The issue is you're running out of time, and this is why.
Maybe not
for both.
There's definitely like a running out of time situation. Like this feels.
So Way will be able to get some value here potentially through.
If this
is why he's 7-1-1.
Yeah, if they had unlimited time, I 100% feel like this is a Lux winning game as of right now. You never know what could happen.
Interesting discard because it has the potential to save
with the fact that they're running out of time, I think
this
obviously favors Diana.
So I wonder if we have a
being
second
up in
one
points.
in hand potentially, but we don't because we saw Ash focused already. So
we could be seeing another draw here potentially. Mind Splitter coming down is huge.
Mind Splitter, this was the
So that
MVP of
means-
the last game here, game 2.
Doesn't matter as much because those are both Ruinations.
2 Ruinations, card sharp. That looks like a, is that an Honest Broker? And I can't quite make out, that might be a pull under. Drag under.
It's drag under, yes.
I think you might get rid of the
Oh, we
unit.
have the safety
Yeah, that unit.
inspector
I forgot his
there.
name. But he's basically a call the week.
That's one that a lot of people have kind of looked to sideboard in at times.
You could get rid of the.
So safety inspector is you may pay 3 XP as additional cost to play him, and if you do, with that additional cost,
I
you
don't
get
agree
to
with taking
kill
a Ruination. I don't think
unit,
there's
and
any
then you
world
don't
in
have to
which he
kill your own
casts
if you pay that
2.
additional cost. We're not an XP based deck, but it's a tech card that
Maybe
a
he's
lot
planning
of
to
people
hard
are putting
bargain the
in
first
these
one,
yellow
and then,
decks overall.
you know,
Or that was not in the main
do that
deck.
to the first one, then hard bargain the
Sideboarded
second
it.
one.
Yes.
Move here,
Yeah,
conquer.
You go to 5?
5. I'll recycle this rune. Conquering there.
And of course that Mind Splitter hitting one of these Ruinations.
And I will pass to you.
But this time there's a second one.
Yep.
There is a second one.
I want to see some speed out of this Ash.
Well, this is a
Lots.
very
Keep
important
mixing them
turn
up
for
some
Raid
reason.
Bowser. Because you want to prevent the hold here. Ty Turner and Hui holding
Looks
either
like he
holding
drew
would
another
be
upstage
devastating as
comedy,
the Ride the
aka
Wind,
Ruination.
and it's a flash as well would come back into hand.
No.
Oh boy.
I think it might have been a
See the
Plunder Inquirer when he
Ruination
just
here
switched
has
them.
plenty of access to the runes. I don't know if it has a 2-drop available to them or not. But
Cast
I wanna
Ruination and
see
hope
what
that he
Raid Bowser
doesn't
decides.
have-
Is looking at the disc
Hard bargain?
trash here,
Yeah.
and I think this is really
You can
important
go in
because you want to
first.
figure out how many units does my opponent
your
have
Ash
left.
over the
Am I
Tiger
getting
Knight.
the value I need out of this Ruination to
Because
be
you do
able to
need
win
the
the
points
game
at
or
this
not?
rate. There's only a
Now, do
minute
you
left.
think
Yeah.
about perhaps trying to use the Ash, score the point on the Ty Turner?
If he has hard bargain, you
with
just lose.
Ruination?
Or Ben, and you just lose.
Oh yeah, definitely would have to look into that for sure. Because any extra point that you can chip away here makes a big difference. However, the one
Is he gonna
downside
attempt
is
to drag
with
under
the
the
Sigil
flag?
of the Storm, you have to get rid of one of your runes.
Not necessarily what you want to do when you're playing control. Looks like you're not playing the Ruination yet. It's going to be drag under. Wait, does pay the price there.
And that's a big piece of the board to get off.
And Ash does come in to score the point there.
I'm losing the rune sigil right now. It's
So
relevant.
no hold there. So Ride the Wind and Flash
Lux is now
remains banished.
pretty much
The
playing
big thing
for
of why not to
a.
play the Ruination too here is you don't run that many units yourself. So killing off your own Ash,
feel
one
like
of your
he's
bigger
playing for
bodies that
the
you have available makes a lot of sense
draw
here
at
too.
this
And we
point.
do have the Safety Inspector coming down here to kill this Mind Splitter.
Yeah, I think you
What?
have to kill
I
this.
have to say, look at that art. I absolutely love it.
And on top of that, of course, the 3 XP cost was not there, but he can
They're
just
gonna go into turns
kill himself
on
instead, and so he
Diana's
is in the
turn.
trash, and Ash gets to remain
Which
on
means
the board.
that
What a great
Lux
play here from Raid Bowser.
Ooh, another Ride the Wind and another hard bargain. Which one do you pick here?
Golden Monkey. Now
Frigid Jewel,
on
Last
turn.
Rites, and a Ravenbloom student. I think you picked a Ride the Wind.
We see it looks like a Last Rites in hand, the Frigid Jewel in hand as well.
You are now turn
We're
0,
seeing
Diana.
what we saw kind of in game 1 too, where maybe we aren't going to have the gas available here, but with stacked deck, that
Christian
helps us
calling
out
out the
quite a
line
bit.
before.
This third game is turning out to be
yeah,
an
before I said it.
absolute
Somebody in the other chat is saying Diana
just
trolls game 1,
example
which
of what makes
honestly,
Riftbound incredible.
kind
Kind of.
It's so intense.
Ravenbloom student.
We won't disagree.
Ravenbloom student into
Alongside of the
Ride the
Last
Wind
Rites.
is.
Are we seeing a Ride the Wind here, potentially?
Yeah, this is.
That would
GG.
help a lot because we could get the Conquer and then add some units. But likely won't be seeing that. Let's see, we get Last Rites from our
This
trash.
is a good game.
Because to equip Last Rites, we have to take 2 from our trash.
Because
and
he will go to
cycle them.
6.
So the Frigid Jewel also coming back as well. These can be really important, especially if we are to get another way online. Maybe we do see the cards again if we're expecting to have a long
Hitting
grind
the
here.
Ride the Wind
But
off
that's why
of
you see
that.
players do take that. On top of that, because Fizz can play spells from the trash, you don't want to put your spells back into your deck either. So that's why we saw gear there instead.
So I'm seeing 5.
Ride the Wind does come in. Ravenbloom student will get a +1.
Yeah, no.
And it's enough to take out the Ash.
Cycle a rune from conquering there. I'm up to 6.
So now the board has
If
now
you can
moved
remove this
here, with the
Ravenbloom
exception of the
student,
Ravenbloom
I would
student.
definitely retreat my Ravenbloom student
And
if I
once
was
again,
the
we won't want that
Golem.
Ravenbloom student
I
to
don't agree with
hold,
that. Okay.
as those banished cards will
Um,
return to hand.
I think if I move this
Golden Monkey a lot of
No,
options
you
here.
already passed.
It is readied, and they could consider.
You already
moving it
passed.
back.
Ask a judge.
I guess he passed the turn first, and now is deciding whether or not he wants to make the decision.
He already passed.
Yeah, he
And
passed
let's
turn,
take a
and
look
then
at what these players are saying here.
You want to
There's no change on the board state technically, but he did say
He
pass turn.
untapped.
It looks like the judge may
Yeah.
be.
He untapped and said pass
Technically
turn.
untapping.
Further clarification. It looks like what happened was that Golden Monkey did demonstrate that they were passing their turn. Raid Bowser then activated the runes, and then Golden Monkey said, "You know, I want to pull this."
I mean,
Raid
this
Booster
Diana
back.
really
And I
kind
think
of
that the initial
screwed this
reaction
for
from
both of
Raid Bowser,
them
like, yeah,
because
it's no
you could have
problem,
finished
but then
game
they're just
3,
doing their due
and
diligence,
now they're
checking
both
with
going
the
to get a
judge,
draw.
make
They're
sure
going to be
it's
out of top 8 contention.
Well,
I
because
mean,
we
this
are in
looks
such a high
probably
stakes match,
has
too,
best
it's
of
understandable
wrapped
for
up at this
to
point.
go in really either direction.
But from the
I've
Diana's
done this several
perspective, you're
times
pretty much
myself
playing for an
because
invite,
you're
I
just
guess,
so
at this
quick to
point.
be like, oh yes,
I just
score,
don't understand
and,
why
oh,
he
I'm
would
also
waste
ready.
so much time in game
Yep.
1
It
when you're
happens quite a bit,
clearly in a
yes.
losing position.
I didn't channel yet, so.
But however, something that's important here, we talked about holding being potentially important here. So there's a chance that this works out even if it is
Yeah, I
left.
think that's a,
So this could
that's a
actually be
bad judge
good
call
for
from,
Raid Bowser
from me,
instead.
in my opinion.
It's true, because now you're not going to hold, but at the same time, I want to just mention
once
here,
you
we've
say
seen it so many
pass,
times.
so then
the
say,
absolute
actually,
sportsmanship,
can I
Raid
do
Bowser's
this?
like, yeah, that's okay. You know, you do what you want to do. Don't worry about that. And it is going to be Singularity coming down.
Didn't matter anyway.
Didn't matter anyway.
Singularity, then you can play 2 units, and as long as
regardless.
the opponent cannot
Now the question becomes though,
ride the wind
that Singularity has
again,
proven to be
this
so
should just be a draw.
valuable. Now we got a quick glimpse at.
It's not a
Raid
draw
Bowser's
because
setup. We saw a
he's up by
second
more than 2
portal
points.
come down here. And another
He
portal. We have 2
deluxe
portals,
gets
so
the
that's
final
going to
turn.
establish the board here. And it's
So
gonna
he'll
allow
double
him to
conquer
conquer 2
from
on
3
the
to
next
5.
turn.
It'll be 5 to 6.
Let's
It'll be
see
a draw.
if Golden Monkey has any units available in hand. Is that only 2?
Thank you so much,
3 in
Tony,
hand?
for
It's
your
hard to say. Golden
insight.
Monkey keeping their cards close to chest.
Sorry, I was a little behind in the stream.
Nah, you're good.
Yes, not too many
That right
options
there,
here
best of
available.
Renata
Is
at
there a
Atlanta.
unit is
Yeah,
the
of
big
course.
question.
Oh, thanks, Logan. Thank you so much.
We gotta give the context, okay?
It's the exact same situation of that last game, so it's a hard pass here.
Yep,
So
it's
I
just a
don't think
pass.
we saw a unit, and now these
So as long as he can
little
double conquer,
poros are going to go in, they're going to
could see a
plunder, they're
gust
going to
come
generate the
down.
gold tokens, which is actually significant for
You have to
Lux,
play around.
because that's
You have
going
to try and
defend a
play
lot
around
of those
gust.
power
You have to try and
costs
play
that a
around.
lot of the more expensive spells do pay.
I mean, if he has a gust, it's just over for looking at the
Exactly
opponent's
here.
hand.
And with this, still
Oh, wait.
taking a look at it.
Oh no, because Abandoned Hall doesn't matter. You're not at
I
Abandoned
will
Hall.
conquer here.
Yep.
All right, going for that conquer on the abandoned.
Is it
Is
good
he
for all?
slow playing with the
That
gust?
gold
That would be
generator.
hilarious.
Sorry, I need 2 points, right? Or it's 2 points, so I'll conquer here.
Right. Yeah.
So I'll go to 5.
That's
And it's a
So
So if I
yeah,
end my turn,
5
we
points
tie.
here.
Yeah.
Okay, we tie.
Okay.
Oh, I think, yeah, because they're on turns here. Yeah,
Yep.
so they're going to be tying the game here.
Alright.
So it ends
The
up
commentator's
in
finally,
a
unless he has a
tie.
gust. Yeah, that's what I was
Raid
thinking.
Bowser
If he has a
on
gust,
Lux
that's kind of
taking
crazy.
the first game. Golden Monkey with a remarkable game
Interesting
2.
matchup.
And then
I'm going to check
ultimately, it's
some
going
of
to be a
the
tie.
bigger
Neither
names,
could
see
win
what
by
they're
2.
doing in round 10. Alan, 2-1.
That's one of those games that honestly, I find incredibly fun and entertaining. First of all, getting to see a control Lux. I hope that the people at home did enjoy that. It was a great demonstration of what that deck is capable of. Is it
wow,
something
there's a
that you'd be interested in
Victor
playing?
that's going to
Well,
be in
Lux
the
is
top
actually my
8
favorite champion in League of Legends,
so
it's
far.
someone that I've been wanting to play
At
for
least.
quite a bit
Yeah,
now.
there's what,
And
3 more
I
rounds
was
today
concerned
before
about
we
its
get
spot in
there.
the
Top
meta, but after seeing
this is
that, I
round
can
10,
see
so
why
yeah,
it
3
does
more rounds.
better than we expected.
There's a
It
Victor
was
that's
one of those
currently
games
in
where
top
it's like
8.
you're seeing
there's
how
one
both
LeBlanc, one
players are
Victor, one
trying to
Sivir,
feel out each other's strategy.
one Aurelia,
And it's interesting because like each game had its
and
own flavor. The
2
first game was
Dianas
very
and
much
another
a
Sivir.
learning experience because
2 LeBlancs
you're taking
that
the
are in
opponent's
top
cards,
10
you're reading the
as
Lux
well.
cards
Randy
for what might be the
lost,
first time for some players. I'm
TSS
not going to say the
houses
first
are big.
time, but you don't see these cards very
So
often.
Randy is
He's
out
playing
of the
Ornn,
As a result,
isn't
you
he?
have to start making up a game
he's
plan.
playing
You're
Master
seeing
Game
your opponent as a Lux
versus
control the
Randy's
board,
Aurelia.
go far ahead. They have 40 cards in their hand. You're
Alex,
thinking to yourself, well, how did this happen?
2
How
O's
can I
on Azir,
respond?
so he
And then we
is
saw that in
still
game 2.
X1.
Exactly, and
Prismaticism
of course the sideboard's
loses
came
to
play
Sam D.
multiple times there.
Sherman's
That safety
Rengar.
inspector was a massive.
All right, we gotta see the
that
we
haven't really
gotta.
seen that card shine yet.
For Diana,
Wow.
one thing
There
I
might
wanna
there might need
put
to
you
be
in
some
I'm gonna pull this up
Rengar.
on
It's
screen
very clear
right
that
now.
Hui
Alex
has been an
loses
absolute
to
remarkable card
Alex
for Diana.
Prismaticism loses
Why
to
do you
Sam D.
think that it is
Sherman's
such
Rengar,
an important
who
target
is
to remove
still
off
sitting
the
at
board
X1.
for
Shout
for
out
anybody who's trying to
Rattly.
Well, not
Still
only does
sitting
it
at
filter
X1,
through your
beating
deck by drawing
Flex
cards, it gets
Dulon,
value from
who
its
has now
source
lost
cards
back-to-back
as well.
games after coming
So
into the
being
day
able to say, you know what, I need to
undefeated,
look through my
which
deck a
is
bit
really
more,
rough for
and we
him.
saw how
No
you can
veggies
discard
on Poppy.
Spirit and ready
2
Rings to be
O's
able
of
to have
Master
access
Yi to
showing
stay
more on
X1.
the table overall, saying
And
like, oh, I can
Dizzy
beat
losing
Moonfall, I can beat
2
Starcross.
games in a row.
It made a
2 matches in a
difference
row.
in that game.
Really rough for him.
Fizz is another card that we've been seeing quite a bit in Diana Shells. Obviously, we're
Golden
seeing a lot
Monkey
of
and Ray
stacked decks
Bowser
being
right
brought
there.
back, stacked deck being utilized to kind of take a look through and often pulling the ways. For you, how valuable is stacked deck in these decks?
Oh, for a lot of players have looked at cutting
That's
stack
pretty much
decks,
it.
especially like in
I guess I could
Aurelia,
look
but
up
in
some
Guyana,
of
it's
the
been
bigger
a key
names.
part to finding units
CTVZ.
because you play so many spells. We saw what it
Win,
looks like
win,
when you
win,
lose out on
win,
too many
win.
units. You can't actually win
Loss.
the game anymore. So
Loss.
stack deck is a way to filter through your deck a little bit farther to find specifically units in specifically way. Something like Aurelia, you always have access to Aurelia, where you don't always have access to Way.
Probably getting a best of right there. Could be getting a best of here. Definitely getting a best of here. Most likely getting a best of here. And most likely getting a best of here. Actually, there is another Kha'Zix though. There's Z-Rob.
How would you approach
So
the
that's
deck
gonna be
building
close.
side?
They might
What
actually
would you do
pair
to catch
into each
people
other.
by
I think they're both
surprise?
X2
Well, first
now.
off, I would say find a deck that you
That would
love
be-
and that you're ready to
Diwali
play a
has
lot of
beaten
and test
Ali.
and have fun with it.
So
because that
that
makes it all
means
the much
that
easier
there are
when you go
only
into it with
2
the mindset
undefeated
of, like,
left, which
I'm
is
going to go
Diwali
play this
and
deck because I
LMZQ.
enjoy it. And that makes
They
it
are
all the
1
much
win
fun.
away
Or
from
if
a
you enjoy
guaranteed
just
top
winning
8,
a lot
I
of games,
believe,
maybe you play
because then
something
they
more
could
meta
just
like
ID
Diana.
twice.
Either one.
I think.
The big
No.
thing is enjoying the deck and
2
being
wins
ready
away.
to spend a lot of time with it.
I think we do.
They can only ID the last round.
For instance, is playing
Is
Andy.
Veggies
Obviously,
East
Andy
Coast?
has
I don't know
a
where
very
Veggies is
large
from.
representation.
Florida.
I met him in
However,
Houston. He's from
very,
Florida?
very
Okay.
well practiced.
Florida.
Yeah,
Right?
Diego.
Very well
Nice guy.
practiced. Knows the ins and outs. Knows the
He,
matchups very well. And I think
is
one
a
of the key
very
advantages, like if you're on Rumble,
insane player.
right, and I'm on my
So good.
my Teemo, right? That is going to be a
Yeah,
situation
that's
where I'm like,
what we're
well, you know
looking
what?
at right
I actually don't know this matchup
He-
as
he
well
was,
as I'm playing against Diana's when I'm playing
He was a
against
Sivir player
Ravens, when that was
pre
part of the meta,
like
I
on
was
Shovel.
very well versed. I was very well
Then went over
prepared.
to
My
Aurora,
notes
and
were
now it's
long.
been Poppy Aurora.
But then I see a Rumble or I see a Lux, right? And I've even seen Lux.
Hell
running,
yeah.
Like Vanguard armories. That type of approach.
I'm gonna check
and
on
so I think that
the,
when you're very creative with your deck building,
Rebound tournament,
the person
'cause I would
could
love to see what our
absolutely
boys are
take
doing,
the
'cause I
meta
haven't
by
been typing
surprise.
in
And
the
I mean,
chat
we
so
saw that
far.
with this Lux. Let's take it to the
I think
desk.
The rebound starts at the same time. Or does it start later? It might actually start later.
All right, we are back, and thank you guys. So I know we don't look at Lux games very
Original
often,
rebound,
but I think it just shows
starts
a
at
lot of
11
like the
a.m.,
feast
so
and
yeah.
family we get from this. At
They
the end of
are
game one, look
in
at how many
round
cards
2.
are in Raid Bowser's hand. Like we've got a whole stack of cards there, and really just this kind of idea that we're able to not only draw cards off of our legend ability here, but being able to use our cards to trade one for one. Let's make us get to this end game scenario where we have cards like the Ash, which we saw being able to use that to get cards out of their hand and just make it so they don't really have any plays. Like it's 6 points to the 1 here. It's really behind for Lux, but since we were able to stabilize, you're able to just incrementally get those points time
He may be
again,
they may be
kind of force that
grinding
game too.
sides.
So that's kind of how the deck works, but we did see, going into this round, Raid Bowser was 7-1-1, and with the, infinite time, I do think Lux has a lot of chances to win games, but that's not just necessarily what happens in these tournament settings. So we can go into the last game that we had here, and, it was pretty tense, a lot of back and forth, a lot of value, especially in game 2, we did see the Mind Splitters come up and try to get that value, but we have to use the Singularity, right? We were able to use it to get the removal here, and we do have the Raid Bowser keep going forward. The point totals right now were 6-3 here, and we are in time.
We'll
so
be back for
we kind
round
of
11.
did stabilize for Raid Bowser here, and we were able to put out 2 of these Plundering Poros as seen, which will be able to offer a chance to get to 5 points here. But even with all that, no resources really for Golden Monkey because we were able to get to the 6-point total. We just weren't able to close it out in time. So with that, right, no really interaction from Golden Monkey here. We could probably skip forward. We see Raid Bowser say, hey, I'm going to move these forward. We're going to get to 5 points, right? And given a couple extra turns, that could have changed the winner for this one. But, time is a resource in these tournament settings, and you do have to make sure to use the best of them. So that's kind of how the game ended. We see both these players at a 7-1-2 record, still in contention for some good prizing, and looking forward to seeing, if that's able to be the best of Lux.
That was awesome, Eggman. Thank you so much. And guys, that was an absolutely remarkable round 10, and we got more coming in round 11, so stay tuned.
I'm out here on the floor here at the regional qualifier here at Vancouver, and of course the players around me are all playing in their own events. I believe a sealed event's going on right at this current moment, but I just want to talk about all the different formats that you can play for Riftbound. One of my favorites being 2v2. Now it's one of these formats that we're starting to bring up a little bit more at all these events and playing more of these sort of scheduled, sanctioned things, because 2v2 changes the way the game is played completely. You have to play to 12 points instead, and anytime a card refers to friendly units, you're allowed to target your friendly teammate ones as well. Completely changes the dynamic and the way that deck building exists as well. So many things just like 2v2 and sealed. Plenty of events here at Vancouver, so make sure you check them out.
All right, Nick, we have 2 new friends here. Your names?
Brandon.
James.
And how long have you guys been playing Riftbound?
Never.
Whoa, 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 hold on. Is that allowed?
You must be into League at some capacity.
Oh yeah. League, absolutely.
Lots of League.
So what got you into Riftbound?
Well, I have a couple of friends who actually got into League in the first place, and they're big card game players. So I got them to League, League got them into Riftbound, and now they're trying to get me into Riftbound, so we have another thing to share between us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Poppy main, and there's a Poppy card here, and I just really wanted that, to be honest.
All right, I'm here for that, okay. That's awesome. All right, question number 1. First to 3 points is going to win a pack from our judge here, Nick. Question number 1. What is the name of Riftbound's first ever set?
Origins.
That's 1 point for you. There's no buzzer, you gotta just yell it out.
No clue.
Sorry, I was assuming we knew that we get to just yell out answers here. You don't have to put up your hand, there's no buzzers, no invisible buzzers here. Okay, all right.
Okay, whatever, you get that point.
All right, you guys, now this is a bit of a lore question, a little bit here.
Okay.
What is the first champion to have 2 different legend cards in Riftbound?
Draven?
Lux?
Now, Draven did have 2 champion units, but specifically the legends. He has a sword, Wuju Master. The Blade Master.
Yi? Master Yi?
Master Yi is correct.
Why did you say Wuju?
Well, hold on, Wuju Master is one of the legends, one of the versions. You guys are so close. Who gets the point, Nick?
I gotta say this guy right here.
All right, that guy right there gets the point. It's 1-1. Question number 2. This is a little more Riftbound oriented though. What is the name of the primary resource we use to put spells and units on the field of play?
What is runes?
Runes.
What is runes? Yeah.
What is runes is correct.
I forgot we're playing Jeopardy actually.
Question number I can't remember. What is the highest rarity card currently available in Riftbound?
Mythic?
He's big. He's from the pit.
Baron.
Wait, you just gotta finish his name. You said Baron Nashor is correct. Nick, what's the score thus far?
We got 2-1 right here.
It's 2-1. I was gonna say.
Okay.
See, I wasn't even sure. It's a little bit of a
They're doing
chaotic
some
episode here.
trivia right
I
now.
lost track too. All right, this one's for all the marbles. Whoever gets this one right is gonna get an Unleashed pack here. What is the name of the league?
I must say the answers are completely wrong. As a Baron connoisseur of myself, it is ultimate rarity.
Yeah,
This guy starts
rarity.
talking as soon as they ask the question.
Okay, Jake.
It's yours. Read them out for the people at home.
Downstage Thematics? Prepare Neophyte?
No one cares
Double
about
Trouble? Demacian Diplomat?
the comments.
Lunar Boon? Oh my god. Loyal Poro?
Has this guy ever opened a pack in his
Argonian
life?
Visionary?
No, they literally said they weren't Riftbound players.
Oh.
Black Flame Altar? Disposal Order?
They're
Ooh, Shining Disposal
League
Order.
plays.
Oh, Master Yi!
Show the camera.
So Master Yi, Wuju Master.
It was one of the questions in the thing. That's why he's excited about the Master Yi.
No
Yeah,
way.
he's showing the camera a legend.
Yeah, and an Irresistible Faith Oak.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for playing. That was a ton of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed
Thank you so much.
Hopefully.
We're gonna now learn how to play.
Yeah, we're gonna play right here.
Thank you so much.
Take care, guys.
Interesting,
Thank you.
interesting. Good for the new players.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. Rewind.
All right,
Rewind
we
the
are
stream.
back for round.
Hey.
Wait for
Why
it.
did we-
Wait for it.
Irresistible Faith Oak.
Wait for it.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for playing. That was a ton of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed
Thank you
it.
so much.
Hopefully.
Hold on.
We're gonna now
Hold
learn how
on.
to play.
I'm watching the delay.
Hold on. Come on, cut to the next screen.
Take care, guys. Thank you.
Shout out Judge Greg. Shout out Judge Greg right here. That's the homie. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're watching it on stream, so you're about to.
Well, I have my own stream up, so
Yeah.
I had to go to yours to figure out what the fuck you were talking about.
Judge Greg, dude. That's the.
Well, I don't know Judge Greg.
That's the local homie.
It's a local homie? I didn't know we had local homies.
9-1 on Poppy, really impressive there.
Yeah, really impressive. Just so many names that we can recognize here from those two regional
great judge,
qualifier winners.
and he's
Wally,
also from our local scene.
No
Where's does he play?
I believe Rocklow as
No,
well.
he's a.
I mean, there's another of those secret sauce members.
He is
Houses are big
a-
up at 11 playing a Master Yi. I've heard it's a
whatever
very
it's called
interesting
player.
list that he's got his own
One
secret
Piece.
sauce
One
of
Piece, thank
Master
you.
Yi, some might say. Obviously, Sam D. Sherman that we know very well from that Las Vegas
Tony's a
win
fan.
as well.
A friend.
And
fan.
CTCG Alexander the
Yeah,
greatest.
he plays One Piece. He also is a high-level judge from
We've got
Yu-Gi-Oh.
that there, so exciting to see. I'm happy to see Rengar 9-1. That's really
Don't close
exciting
my head.
as well. And we do have, we saw Zezetto yesterday. We've got Flex Dual Land, so we do have some LeBlancs for you there. Pretty good.
Side by side.
Two side by side with the 8-2 record, so still in contention there. We saw Prismaticism earlier, still on an 8-2 record there, so pretty good. And we do, I think, know our first match for this round. We are going to see a battle of the two teams. We've got the Secret Sauce Houses Are Big with their build of the Master Yi.
Yeah, I've heard so many. I've been talking to them a lot this weekend, and supposedly this is a really special list of Yi, a little bit different from both that mid-range or Aurora list. And I mean, I'm seeing one of my favorites.
Why the fuck are we
spells,
playing
if I'm being
Primal
honest,
Strength
from
in
set
this
one,
list?
Which is Primal Strength.
Oh, yeah. So being able to use that, I mean, we're already so kind of good at leaving these runes open. We've seen Rengar be something.
I was trying
to
bet. To say.
Oh, you know, they have 5 runes open. They're going to use Rengar. That's a +6.
Yep.
Primal Strength's +7.
We're playing it.
Right? So that difference can make
One of the cards of all time.
One of the cards of all
Yeah,
time.
100%. +7 is hard to account for, especially when you are trying to figure out if you can take someone's battlefield or not. And I mean, leaving 4 runes up, even if you don't have that one of Primal Strength, you still have that threat of it.
Yeah, for sure. So looking forward to that. We've seen the Battlefield Star Spring be very good. Seed of Power, the Emperor's Dais, which is also a really unique ad, but being able to use these battlefields to our advantage.
Yeah, no one will ever expect a 4-claw spa.
Yeah, I really do like it. It's going to be interesting to see how well it does.
Looks
I mean,
like Dwali and
a couple
Allen
different units in here I think are
ID'd.
going to be really important to help in this matchup.
Yeah, well, talking about Sand
They're
Soldier
both at
tokens, we're going to see
how many wins?
on the other
10
side what
wins.
Challenger
10 and 0.
TCG has with their Azir deck also trying to qualify for that top 8.
Which
so
means
looking forward to
they
seeing
would
what
have-
the build is from Alex.
Yeah, I think it's so interesting that we're going to get to watch TSS versus
Still
CTCG.
running a
We've
Sacred
been following
Cheers
them
in
so
the list?
closely
Other
this weekend,
901.
and
So
obviously,
yeah,
I mean,
technically,
Azir
if they
is definitely
ID
one of
out,
my favorite.
they win, but they're
what's
not
my
going to
favorite
be able to
set
ID
two
out
legend.
because their opponents
But,
next round are
I
going to
mean,
want
what
to play.
a cool list here as
Yeah,
well.
they needed to do one more round. They need to win one more win before they could ID both.
Yeah, I guess. I guess they're gonna ID since they can technically just go 1-1 in the final 2 rounds and still make it.
Standard, we've got back off. The new Vi also
But
from
if you
Unleashed
go
has been
one,
very helpful. Generally, we're
and then
you
you
know,
get-
a
yeah,
deck that
I don't
doesn't
know.
run a lot of units.
We have Diana,
but this Vi
Diana,
just ends up
Sivir,
being too
Sivir,
good to
Aurelia,
pass up.
Annie,
Yeah,
Kaisa,
100%. I think
Azir,
CTCG has
Poppy,
been
and
talking a
Azir
lot about
as the
this
top
Vi,
10
even
right
in their
now.
LeBlanc list they've been playing.
The
They
first
said this
6
Vi is
decks
just
are
so strong,
purple.
so really cool to see it included in their Azir
Sick.
list as well.
Yeah, and we do see again another Seed
no
of Power for
LeBlancs,
both
which
these. We've got the
is
Trifarian
really
Warcamp
sad for
and
me,
the
'cause
Hall of Legends.
the highest
so,
LeBlanc
you know, a
is,
pretty standard build
I
of
mean,
Azir. A
tied
couple
for
tricks
third
up their
at
sleeve,
9-1.
and really curious to see who's going to take it.
But he's
This is going to
currently
be a
sitting in
really fun match to
19th.
watch for sure.
Definitely. So I think we're ready to go. If so, we're going
And
to
then we have
switch
2
on
more
over there.
LeBlancs
It's
that are
going to be,
sitting at
again, a
2.
battle of the 2 teams. We've got the Secret Sauce versus Challenger TCG. We're going to see who comes out on top.
I am excited, and it looks like Seed of Power
Alex,
and
who
Hall
is the
of Legends are
final,
going to be our starting battlefields here.
player from
And,
Challenger
you know,
TCG
Seed of Power,
who
with the
could
battlefield
potentially
that we
top
have
8,
for both sides.
facing
Again, houses
off
are big
against
on the left
houses are
with
big.
Master Yi, and we've got
Should
Alexander
be an
the
interesting
Greatest
one.
with
You know,
the
I do agree.
Azir
Houses
here.
are in fact
And
big.
another thing to kind of mention, these are both, you know, have a
Our
lot of
local
mechanics
Ratley
for battle,
is
making our numbers a little bit
playing
bigger, try to
against
make
a
our might as
Kaisa
large
in
as
this round.
possible, and we're
Sinzara.
going to get on into it.
So we should
Yeah, I think both of these
see how
battlefields
Is
that
that
we're really gonna have
the
to look at.
is that the
Obviously,
undefeated
Hall
Kaisa
of
or
Legends
formerly
is
undefeated
gonna
Kaisa?
be really
I would
interesting,
assume so.
especially for
He
the
only has
Azir.
one loss now.
It's kind
His
of actually
6-1, so.
neutral for Yi. When you conquer
And then we
here,
have no
you pay
veggies
1 to a Azir
Diego on
legend,
his
but
Poppy.
Yi does
Literally on
not
table 3 or
get
table
tapped, and it
27
doesn't
because
right,
round
but
11, so we
Azir
started
can use
25.
it.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
having
table
some of
3
those
on Poppy
battlefields
is
that
kind of
only you
crazy.
get
Going against
benefits for,
Azir, I feel like that's
trying
a
to
pretty
find
hard
those situations are really
matchup.
nice, and I think Azir, you know,
Wait, they
Azir
start at
is
table
like a Hall of
25?
Legend for this Now they do. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like
Why?
a nice.
Why wouldn't they just start at 1 still?
Because the regional
or
rebound started,
battlefield for sure.
and the tables are marked.
All right, we've got our gear, and yeah, being
So
able
they need the
to
space.
have these additional
Okay.
turn 1 gears to then use with our Azir ability is strong. If you guys don't know how the legend works, is that you can pay 1 to play out a Sand
This is how you can tell I
token.
haven't
You
been
have
to a
play
regional
the
yet.
gear this turn. So having more options for turn 1, being able to have an early 3 might unit ends up being pretty snowbally, and I think Azir ends up being very aggressive because of it.
Yeah, I think it's so nice to be able to make all these Sand Soldiers, and especially with the ability of that Weapon Master, like you mentioned. There's some really fun gameplay that you see, especially with some of those hidden
The
cards
top
that
rune looks like a
aren't
Fury
on the
rune, even
Switch,
though I
you
know it's
still
not.
get the Weapon Master onto it, and it can really kind of make it a toss-up
the
of how much
orange
might these Sand Soldiers might have.
Yeah.
And we've got a first mate on Houses Are Big, not necessarily the best.
In the light,
cards.
it was looked like it was shining red.
Having an
Here,
issue
we've got,
with the audio
4
from the
runes
noise
open
cancellation.
for Alex, and there is a fun play with Hall of Legends if we do have
What
another
is?
1 cost
It's having some
equipment
type of
here.
issue
So
with
we
the
can play an
noise
equipment for 1,
cancellation.
play the token, and it looks like we might be able to see it. We do see the Sacred Sword.
The fact that you noticed
And,
him, of course I
we're
would
going to
notice
put there
Craig.
on the token, and
That's
we
one
can
of our goats.
conquer the Hall of Legends. When we do, we can pay 1 rune to ready our legend, and then we can pay 1 again to play another Sand Soldier token.
I mean, that's going to be so nice, really, just to build out this base, especially in some of these decks that are built to generate tokens instead of having units in the list.
Yep.
It can kind of get bottlenecked, right? But in this case, we're actually going to get 2 every single time that we can trigger
We're going
that
to see
Hall
a
of Legends.
discipline here, potentially.
So, we already kind of have the unit advantage here. We already have 3 of these Sand Soldier tokens, and yeah, it's going to be a huge kind of tempo for Alex off the gate.
Looks like a unit. Oh, okay, the
That'll
buff.
be a good start.
Really
It does
strong
look like we
play
are going
for
to be
the Master Yi
buffing
here.
that
Goes
first
in,
mate
conquers Hall
with
of
Pit Rookie, so it is
Legends.
a little bit bigger than normal for Might.
And now it's
going
going
to
to be
go
a
up into Hall of
6 might
Legends,
on
taking
defense,
it,
which
but again,
is
not really going to get to
a
use
really
that
big issue for
battlefield for
Azir.
themselves.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the additional
I'm not
thing
well
with
versed
all
on this
this,
matchup,
this
but I would
gear
feel
too
like
and
it's kind of
equipment,
difficult for
where
Azir
we're able to, still gain the
because
cost,
you're
right? The
looking to
fact that it
cheat
goes
out a
back
lot of
to your
points
base,
early
you
with
can,
these smaller
equip it
units,
later,
and it's just really
for
hard to
some
do against a
additional,
whole deck
might
that can
boosts
just
is
sit there
great,
and say,
and
hey,
we're
my
just gonna
first
pass it
mate is
back.
now
It's
6
4
might on
for the
defense.
first mate, but since it will be defending alone, that's 6 might, which is a little bit tricky to overcome.
Have you played this
Yeah,
matchup
for
before?
sure, and I'm excited
Logan?
to see how
I
these
haven't
Soul
played Yi in a
Swords,
while,
scale
so I
up
would have had to
and
play it on
you
a
get extra
Azir, but
might
I haven't really
if
played
you
Azir.
get, to level
So like
3.
not really. I've played it in the Lee versus
Thinking on
Azir,
our 6
but it's a very
rune
different matchup
turn
than Lee Sin
here.
even.
I
Well,
do see some
it's the
extra
same colors,
gear,
but it's a different
equipment
matchup.
in hand. Obviously, that Brutalizer, some extra might in hand as well. I think Brutalizer is an interesting equipment, definitely in basically every Azir list, but the might that it gives to your unit changes based on the turn that you've attached it.
Yeah, and I'm kind of taking a quick peek on the hand for Alexander.
2 for
Obviously, you're
Brutalizer.
kind of you want to play 1 gear return, right?
And
That's
then
the
he's
big
going
thing.
to
So
equip
you
that
make
to the
sure to
already
just keep your
equipped
tempo
Sand
going.
Soldier.
Equip here and then pay 6. Yep.
Yeah, and so we're going to go to 6 here, and then we
Soul
are
Sword
gonna
is
play
good.
out the Sand
Soul
Soldier
Sword,
token
good card.
here. So with the Brutalizer, we do
Themed,
get
good card.
+1 might, and then if it's the turn that we equip it, we do get that extra +2 to make it a 3 total. So we do have this potential 6-6 here, but with 3 runes open, there could be some scary business. We're going to also equip another Soul Sword, so we've got 3
7
gears
into
here, and it's going to go
6.
7-6.
Now this is much bigger, right? It's
That is one
1,
big
2,
Sand
5.
Soldier.
It's 7.
Yeah, so
no, it's 7 total.
we'd have to pay.
7 total.
Yeah, but
the dice are.
Oh, no,
The dice don't
because
represent.
This is the indicator for the actual mic. Yeah, so that's the plus 2. Yeah.
I understand now. I understand.
I understand it now.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
All right, so it looks like it is currently a 6th first might.
I think
with
discipline
the,
into
Sand Soldier
defy
token,
or
7 might.
unguard
You
into
have
defy.
the unguard here.
If you defy this unguard, oh, you have a discipline of your
Unguard is gonna
own.
be nice, making that first mate just a little bit bigger. I
You
mean,
see a
a
discipline
lot
of your own.
these calm decks
No
do
discipline
have
from the
that
side of.
might in hand, and hopefully Alexander the Greatest will have
Oh,
it as well.
Yeah.
Alexander was just
Alex
making a
joke about
joke.
cheating
From there,
from
get the
it.
card draw.
Love to see it. We'd love to see it.
Only one open, not
I think you're a little behind, by the way.
using our
Just so you know.
ability there, but
You think you will be what?
we
I think your stream's a little behind.
Oh, is it?
Did I?
Yeah.
Click
Yeah, I think
behind.
he used the. Yeah, I think he made the token already. He already made it. Okay, you could have paid one.
I'm gonna refresh real quick.
We do have the other token here that can get the seat of power to get a potential draw.
I have it at
But yeah, if we're paying one,
52.20.
we can ready our legend, but we don't have the extra one to play out the token again, right?
Yeah,
I'm
that
at
makes a lot of sense, and I think
52.07 right now.
It'll be really important
Yeah,
to try
so
to
you're
get
about
this
8
seat of
seconds
power.
ahead of me.
That
I don't
draw
know.
Okay,
is
so
so important.
I won't
Are you
spoil
watching
I feel
on the
when I
Riftbound
play
channel?
the deck, a
Yeah.
lot of times the problem that I have
I won't
is
spoil
that a lot
anything.
of times I run out of cards.
So we got one open. I think I see that there is the potential of like maybe a charm. If we charm the
Hidden
Pit
Blade
Rookie,
BF
it
Sword
really means that we
guards
kind of are safe
charm
on the
all in
next turn.
hand.
It does mean we're going down to 3 runes, starting at 5 runes next turn, but being able to keep our pieces safe could be
You
important. So
charm
you know,
in the
Alexander
Pit Rookie
definitely
now to
thinking
potentially
here
stop it from conquering
on
Seat of
there,
Power.
and yeah, passing Pit Rookie survives another day, and there's going to be
Decides
7
not
runes
to.
for
I think
houses
that's the
are big.
correct move. I don't think you have to rush
Yeah, we
into
definitely
that.
are kind of leading in this rune resources as well, since we had to spend so much on Alexander the Greatest side last turn. We kind of hand attached some of those equipment, meaning we had to pay for it.
Yeah. And so the
So this is
Brutalizer
only
gets
a
the
5
boost
might
of might on
Sand
the turn
Soldier
that you
on
play.
Hall of
So
Legends, even
currently
with
the
all 3
Sand
equipment, they
Soldier
are
at
all
the
just +1.
Hall of Legends is only at 5 might, so could be interacted with the Pit Rookies at 2, so you could
So
collide
if you
with the
can
Sand
conquer
Soldier
over
in the
that,
seat of power,
that does
but
feel
we'll
pretty
see what
good
Houses are Big is
because
gonna do.
See, it looks like we may be playing that Chosen Champion, the
interesting to
Master
play out the
Yi.
Chosen Champion here. So is he not
would
planning on
cost
contesting
4
either
here
of these
for it.
battlefields?
You know, one of the new cards from Unleashed, which is super helpful to have a, you know, just kind of a tempo champion kind of way of calling, right? If you've got nothing better to do, you can just play it
Just
out.
passes the
but
turn.
just
It's now
passing
5
from
to
there and not
1.
going to interact with Alexander. So
You
Alexander
probably
the
want to
Greatest here,
retreat your
5
Sand
points due to
Soldiers
the double
here because you
hold,
know he's going to
and,
double conquer
we'll
next
see
turn
the
unless you have
decision
really
here.
strong interaction in
But
hand.
both of these,
But
you know,
green-orange
battlefields
can
really,
just interact
incline you
in a
to
stronger
conquer
way.
them, right?
He
So
also
when you're
draws
holding them like
Defy,
this,
which
there's not
means
really
that on
any,
attack,
bonus effects, right?
you are going to
Yeah,
be able
that's
to
like definitely
stun
one thing
something.
that is a little bit of a problem, I feel like, with these like conquer battlefields, because do you then retreat back to your base, or do you try to hold it for another turn? Because obviously, as you said, you kind
Making
of want
more
the
jokes
effects.
about
Yeah,
the.
but then there is the decision too on Master Yi.
Bro, we
where
should
if
always
you're
be
at
making
the
jokes about
battlefield,
this.
It's more difficult to interact with them too. So like, you know, you
Should
can
be
get
making
another,
jokes
token,
forever about
activation.
fucking
You can get another
about
seat of
the
power
cheating.
if you want to. But then yeah, you have to be worried. So it looks like we're gonna put the Sand Soldier token into the you know, seat of power here.
Is he gonna go for this BF sword?
Yeah, so it kind of seems, I mean, it definitely
Interesting to
seems
see
like we
him
may
throw
be
the
trying to
Sand
hold
Soldier
the
into
seat of
the
power
seat of
at
power.
minimum,
Don't necessarily
trying
agree
to
with this
kind of like
decision.
reinforce that top battlefield.
I think he's
but we
going to
do
get double
still need to find
conquered on the
another
following turn.
equipment. It's going to be right there. That
Is he gonna
BF sword,
tap the-
if we
I mean,
want
he has
to
the
generate
hidden
another
blade.
Sand Soldier,
Now he
and it
cannot
looks like
play
we
the
will.
hidden blade.
Yeah, so we're gonna play another
You
one.
need to tap
into
one
the
more
base
rune,
there,
sir.
and we're gonna use the Weapon Master
He did
to
it.
equip the BF sword.
He got there.
This
there,
really
and
leaves you
extra
open
one. We've
to
got one
some
open.
shenanigans. I guess he could hide the guards, which
Big fan of
Looks
shenanigans.
like we are going to hide a card at the seat of power.
he's trying to get to 6, which obviously is a sweet spot for
Yeah, I feel
Azir
like when you're
specifically
going
because
into
you have
Azir,
your
a lot of
classic,
times these hidden cards
you
can be
know,
so dangerous.
Azir.
Their one
removal
rune
your
is
Sand
up,
Soldiers play,
obviously, so we do
on
have to account for
acceleration.
that as well.
So you send
but
them all
if
into
it's
one
one of those
battlefield
hidden
and
cards that
pull them
could
all over
generate a
together.
Sand Soldier, you could pull one of the equipments
see a
off of
challenge
another one,
in hand
including like that
from the
Brutalizer, that
Master
BF sword,
Yi.
and suddenly there's so much more might on that battlefield.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know if
it's,
that'll
you know,
help
could also be
much
Hidden Blade,
at
right?
this current moment.
You know, fantastic card for
I
order
think you
too.
have to
So
just
you have to be
attempt
really
to go
careful
in at this
on
point,
you know,
though.
what you're trying to play around.
100%.
So I'm looking at 6 over here. 5.
5.
That is 5.
Would you like an indicator? Or?
No, you're good.
Yeah, and yeah, as mentioned, the northern
He does have
battlefield,
action,
Power does have
which was
4
nice
might
to
across
potentially
2
steal
tokens,
that
and then,
BF
the
sword.
bottom one, the Hall of Legends, has 5 with a Sand Soldier with a mini armory attached to it.
That is for sure. It looks like a little mini armory.
Does he
right
want
now.
to do that? It's such a bad place for the Yi to be right now.
Full, what looks like, I think, 8 runes for houses are big here.
I think if you go in with your Master Yi into the Seat of Power,
it looks like 9 runes
at just past focus,
got some ways to
you can play reactionary,
like
and if he does flip over that guards, pull over the Brutalizer, that's plus
these
5.
Are so close, right?
You
4
can punch first
enough
and
to
potentially trade with 3
without
Sand Soldiers.
You like to win, not to trade.
Yeah.
4 is bigger than 5, so they can't immediately.
Because he does have the punch first in
that
hand.
one could be an unguard as well. To
He also
the
then
Sand
has a
Soldier at the
challenge,
Seat of Power,
which
a big 7, but
he can
looks like
challenge
we are
the
trying
other
to
side.
Attack
and then still clear. He can actually clear
and
both
Houses Are Big has
battlefields with
so
that
many
one Yi if he
options here
does
as well with
that line
all
of
those
play.
runes. We talk. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
punch
punch
first
firsting
is another
ahead.
one of these spells they have that just allows them to buff up their units so large.
Yeah, and normally we kind of see it more as like an action.
Yep.
But we're gonna put it on the Master Yi. So currently it has 9 might, big plus 5 here, and we're gonna go into the Hall of Legend here. And yeah,
Bro, thermo beam needed right now.
Yep. And there goes the all the loot. After you kill a unit, right, just explodes with everything.
Does he go in with the pit rookie and then
goes back
potentially
to
challenge
the base with those? We do have a second point there for houses are big.
The
and
Brutalizer
if they're able to
guards.
conquer the northern battlefield too, they will be able to get a pretty strong
Gonna be
draw
recycling
one. So we've got
4
Akshan
orange
here,
runes here.
has Weapon Master, but you can pay the additional 2 body runes and recycle them. When you do move an enemy gear to your base, you control it until I leave the board. If it's equipment, you can attach it to me.
Yeah, it feels like Akshan is going to be really nice
have a
against
BF
here.
sword.
You can try and take one of these equipments that kind of is doing a lot potentially for Alexander the Great. Obviously, though, Akshan in some other matchups could pull things like Aurora,
a little
which would be really
yippee
interesting.
from the Master Yi
so
player.
we do get to equip it,
Yippee.
and I think they were mentioning it
Azir
too. It
not
doesn't
knowing action.
target.
Yeah,
you just get
that's
to
a
move
bit
the gear
weird.
on resolution. So nothing to
But,
really interact with.
Never bad to
That makes
read a
sense.
card.
And we'll see.
The Zero player has never been auctioned before in his life.
Don't preemptively challenge, please.
Oh
Put in
my
your-
god.
Put in your pit rookie first, please, sir. Please,
So we're
sir. May I
potentially
have some more?
looking at.
Oh my god.
Another action,
Akshan,
and he
wow.
steals the
And we get
Brutalizer.
not only the BF sword, but the brutalizer.
This is brutal now.
And, those are your
No pun
big
intended.
Kind of
And now he
might-driven,
yeah, but he's at
equipment here.
6,
So
and he
we do
still
hold
has a
2
board,
6,
and he
which,
still has
if
a
we're
lot
trying
more
to go for
runes.
game next turn, that's kind of the number we
I
want.
don't
offers
know
a
if
double
I
conquer to
necessarily
8,
agree with this line
but we
of
are
play.
a little bit kind of weaker in this spot.
Yeah, 100%. I just have to think about how much potential might got removed from Alexander the Greatest's side.
He actually
I'm just thinking,
recycled
like,
6 orange
potential
runes that
new
turn.
Sand Soldiers. If we see a Rise come down, you have
Yeah,
ones that
I mean,
can
you just put
pull
in
some of
Sand
those
Soldier, drop
equipments,
the
But now
Vi.
they don't have access to it until we can
Go to
remove these
7,
options.
which means he has to break
now, a
both
couple things in one.
battlefields.
These are definitely cards I think people would expect in games 2 or 3, but game
think-
1 double Akshan
I think this game is just
a little bit
over.
unexpected, I would say.
Can't
the other
lie.
thing is that it was expensive. We had to recycle
It was a little
4
cooked.
body runes
Yeah,
to
I
be
think
able
go
to
game
do
2.
this play here. And the kind of funny thing is like the BF sword, we don't have a way to re-equip it, though if the Akshan does leave, we do get the swords back and such. But
The houses just need
this
to
is
move a
kind
little
of
bit quicker.
A weird spot for Alexander the Greatest, I feel.
Joel is now 2-0, has not dropped a game yet.
All right,
in
and
the
we
regional
will
rebound.
see this Vi here. We talked
Which
about
is
it, one
awesome
of the
to
newer adds
see.
to the deck. And so we are going to be able to stun
Elijah
the
is
Master
still
Yi
playing.
and get a 7
Here
to
is
their
still
6.
playing.
So we will be going to
Here is
7
in a
points
Cosmic
right now.
Smear match. Elijah is
But
facing
getting rid
against
of that Yi, I think, is a priority
LeBlanc.
for us.
Yeah, and it's so nice to get that battlefield back, putting us up to 7. This is additional, like, threat that we're putting onto Houses Are Big now, because next turn he's going to have to take at least, well, he's going to take both of them. Otherwise, we're able to win the game.
Looks like we are going to recycle 1 and put the Soul Sword onto the Vi.
Question. If I get my weapon back, does it count as playing a weapon? I assume not, but I want to make sure.
It does not.
Yeah, you don't play it.
Okay.
Yeah, just confirming also. Yeah, Akshan, being able to, borrow your opponent's cards offers some interesting ruling interactions and just making sure on the playing. Likely there's a way
just
to
think
maybe
this game
remove
is
it,
over.
and then, you know, you want to be able to use your legend ability again.
Yeah, I thought that was really
He
interesting.
still has a
and
hidden blade, so you can just
very
hide
smart
that.
for sure when it comes to Azir.
Right, we are going to use the charm here. I see, and so. Yeah, so wanting to make sure, going to get rid of the Sand Soldier token, but we do get our Brutalizer back, which is quite nice. Again, wanting to be like, hey, I didn't actually play a gear this turn, right? I can't just use my
Let's drop 10-1 after a Juan Soto Grand Slam.
If it would count as that, otherwise we would do it, but we'll have to still play
great
one
thing.
this turn if we want to summon another Sand Soldier.
Yeah, and here we go. Alexander,
Just
the
go
greatest
next.
here, saying, well, I think I can hold here. We've got, you know, 2 hidden cards. We've got some pretty stacked boards. Also, you know, there's no fear of punch first here since they have no body runes. So that is
one
a
week
good
worth of practice, and he's X1 because Azir is
Alexander.
a completely brain dead duck.
Yeah, if one of these holds, we're going to game 2.
I'm going to watch the Juan Soto.
Yeah, also not really having to worry about Primal Strength either. That one also
Good Grand
costs
Slam.
a body rune. So, I mean, I feel like, just like looking here, obviously 5 runes, you can still do a lot with that, but we have a lot more information since it's only of 1 domain.
Yeah, and I kind of got a little bit of a sneak peek on Houses Are Big's hand.
433
no copies of specifically, I think we've got Challenge,
a lot of feet.
which unfortunately does nothing here.
Another spell that's going to cost a body rune that we don't have.
Right, and looks like Akshan, thinking about here, Akshan with the BF sword is currently at 7 might. We've got 2 hidden cards.
Is that in the rules?
Yes, when you end the game, you get to see all hidden cards. I mean, Judge?
Yes, you have to reveal.
He's thinking about conceding and just
play Magic.
You get to.
Yes, you have to reveal your hidden cards.
All right, yeah, I can see. Just making sure that the cards that are hidden are valid cards for it. So it looks like House of the Big conceding, saying, I want to go to game number 2, and Alexander the Greatest takes the first one.
Bro, it seems like fucking Alex just does not know Riftbound rules.
These are 2
apparently, and yet he is now 1 game away from being
doing so well
10 and
in
1
Riftbound right now.
being
So it's
1
really
win
cool
away
to see
from
these 2
a
players
guaranteed top
interacting
8.
and playing such a great game.
Yeah, and you know they're discussing it. This is a game where a lot of players with a lot of backgrounds are coming, saying, you know, this game is really competitive. I want to play it. I'm having such a great time with it, and yeah, just like this combination of against so many players.
Yeah, 100%. It's so cool to see, especially like sometimes you have friends from different backgrounds as well that like get to re-meet at the Riftbound event. It doesn't look like we're going into game 2 though here. We're just finding out our battlefields.
Yeah, so it looks like Houses Are Big has
Star Spring,
already
good battlefield.
locked in the Star Spring. We've seen this earlier with Master Yi's.
No, not much more we need to say on that.
Here for Master Yi
Star Spring real good.
So being able to put a unit at the battlefield you already own, being able to push back
also
something that was holding next
kind of
turn,
bad
and
for
being able to be
Azir
aggressive with
because
it on the other
tokens do
battlefield
not
has been
trigger it.
really strong.
Correct.
Yeah, I was thinking earlier, obviously, it seems to synergize well with
So
LeBlanc, but it
Vi
also
will
seems
trigger
to do
it, but
so
that's
well
it.
with that Master Yi legend ability because you only want 1 guy at the battlefield if you want to get that +2.
For sure. And Alexander's going to have to think on their second battlefield. Looks like the choices are either the Seat of Power, which you know both are playing.
We got
or the
1
Trifarian
dislike
Warcamp.
on the watch
Generally
along
speaking,
yesterday.
Trifarian Warcamp's the one I like to
1
go
dislike? Who
first
was
with,
it?
just 'cause I
Who
know
did it?
Generally, it's the one I feel more confident with. But if you are kind of
I want to know who it was.
Good to see. We do
if
have.
you know you're going first, it's when you want to use it.
31 minutes. Of
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like obviously Master Yi still will be able to use it.
12.5 hours.
It is units here, so that includes attackers. We'll be getting that +1. But again, those Sand Soldiers, we really kind of like to swarm the Sand Soldiers into spots sometimes, so we can get more of those +1s. Whereas Master Yi most of the time is kind of just 1 unit going into
energy level's a little low today.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I'm like half falling asleep here.
Red Bull.
For win for Master Yi. It's so difficult to get that
for a little
You're
bit,
usually
and
trying
then
to win
come
by
back
just
for
going,
top 8.
6, and then you do
we'll have to
a
see.
double conquer to 8. Those kind
I'm
of
game to take a
situations.
break
We're gonna
after
use
this
the
game.
Trifarian Warcamp here, going second.
Finish the
Generally
series,
speaking, you're gonna have
obviously.
more units on the board than Master Yi generally. So I do think that it's something that you can get the better.
Can't just leave mid series. That would be rude.
I definitely think so as well. I'm interested to know
Yeah, down
or
to
try
take
to
a break.
figure out here
And,
what maybe what Houses Are Big is doing to kind of beat Azir,
Give me time
right?
to
Obviously, they had a little bit of difficulty in game 1.
got to clean a bathroom, and more importantly, I need to get back for the ranked game I lost before we started today.
Even more about how Alexander the Greatest plays his deck, and hopefully we can come back from it.
Yeah, and also you've spent a good amount of time with the Secret Sauce and Challenger TCG. You've interviewed both their teams. What's kind of the vibe between the two? How would you explain it?
I think both of them are very excited today.
Yes,
They're always laughing, which is a lot of fun. But I think they have a good, healthy competitivity right now. They're definitely excited to show who's the best.
Yeah, and you can correct me on this one. I think Challenger TCG has already secured some best ofs, right?
Yes.
We did see our volleyball player be able to get there. But looking at Secret Sauce, I think going into day 2, their records were a little bit better, but not necessarily securing anything here, right?
Yeah, I think their records may have been better. A couple of them were definitely coming into day 2 leading for a number of legends or just in second place for a number of the legends, but I'm not sure how they're doing later in the day at this point. So, I mean, both teams also competing for those best ofs, and they are neck and neck for it.
Definitely, and I think we saw the Secret Sauce, their team Poppy is doing very good with no veggies. So, definitely, Houses Are Big. I think they're tied with 9-1, so they're both kind of seeing who's going to be the best of even just the Secret Sauce team.
Yeah, 100%. I was talking to the Poppy actually before this game, and No Veggies was like, somehow I want to get.
I would love to see Poppy in top 8 too, random commentator. But that's mostly a financial reason.
Like a pretty dynamic
so you just sell your Poppy.
We'll see if that ends up getting there.
I mean, I'm keeping my SIG, but my over number can get sold.
Back foot with Star Spring, and we've got CTG's
over
Alexander the Greatest with
Francis
the Trifarian War Camp trying to get one
on
more
like
game
day 1 of
ending
release,
this round
and then
with
he
a
sold it
10-1
to
record if
Saf.
they do.
Yeah, and that would be such a
2
great
hours
spot
later
going into that next round.
in
They
front
do
of
just
me
complete those
for
mulligans.
$5 more, and I was like, you know what?
Love
Everyone's
mulligan
happy.
in
Saf got his
Riftbound, very
card.
unique. You do put those
I got paid.
up to 2
Francis
cards
got paid a little bit
deck,
extra,
and then draw the next two. So even if you draw into something that you don't really like, it would have
There
been
you
a
go.
card that you would draw into either way, just getting
Yeah,
further and
I had the
further
Poppy
into
over
the
number, but I have a Poppy SIG now, so I don't really care. Like, I'm willing to get rid of the over number.
Just from it too. You have a lot of ways for openings.
So if anyone that's listening right now is looking for a Poppy over number,
I've been really happy with the starting
Choosing
games.
no to contact.
play the Soul Sword
We do
and tap
luckily
1
get
instead
those
of
starting
the
units for both
Brutalizer in
players
hand.
here.
Very interesting because you're not keeping that rune up for any reason.
That equipment for Alexander the Greatest to be able to make a Sand
He's not
Soldier and
actually
that
going
Lonely
to
Poro.
use it
I love
for
Lonely
anything
Poro. I wish he
specifically.
wasn't so lonely.
Yeah, well, unfortunately,
you can drop
almost
the
every
Master
card in
Yi
Master
on
Yi's
Star
deck, I
Spring
think,
and
is
send the
lonely,
Lonely
right?
Poro
We're
back.
just so
Which then would put a
pressed
6
to only
body
play
on that
one
battlefield.
card in an area. Looks like we're
I think he kind of will. I think he wants the Poro to die, though.
Yeah, he is just...
You'd rather have the Poro defending right now because, yes, the Yi is larger, but you want the draw from Poro.
But Lonely
I'm
Poro's
just gonna say
death
Alex
knell
does
is kind of why we
everything
like
in the
that
wrong
Poro
order.
just so much. Does help
He
us draw some
channels
more cards.
first,
Drawing
then
cards means
draws, then goes
consistency,
back
and
to
consistency
Awaken
means a happy
Fish.
card player.
So instead of A, B,
and,
C,
right
D,
now
he
we're at
goes
4
C,
might with
D,
this Lonely
A.
Poro,
Don't know
due
when B
to
is.
the Mastery when we're in a combat, right? Not in generically, but
Very interesting.
That is tough when there is only a 3 might Sand Soldier on
About halfway through this round, absolute war of attrition these tournaments
that
can
is
be.
difficult, but there is that open
we'll see
Trifarian work
what
camp
happens here.
at that southern battlefield. We'll have to see if Alexander the Greatest
Obviously, a better
does
start
try
this game
to
for the
just,
Master Yi, getting out a Lonely Poro, being able to play this
easy
Yi to
path, or if
base.
he wants to try to take out that Lonely Poro.
Yeah, it looks like we're thinking about paying 2 here. Could be like a Brutalizer, or yeah, I guess Brutalizer. And we are actually going to equip it to the Sand Soldier here, and we're going to go
Brutalizer
a big
and then
one,
equip.
5
This could
to
be the reason
4.
why he chose to
I think that's
play
such
the Soul Sword the turn
smart and
before.
interesting play to see him choose to
Taps
do
one,
the
taps
Brutalizer
Azir,
first,
brings
pay
up
to equip it,
another soldier.
because it does mean we're creating the
choose
Sand
to
Soldier,
hide
and
his
there's the
guards?
option as well, right, to potentially move one of those equipments back onto that new Sand Soldier, though it does appear we don't decide to do that.
Yeah, and we
He has
do
a
end
Sacred
up using,
Shears in
the legend
Interesting
ability.
to
We don't
see,
necessarily have to equip it when we do
It's
that
a one of an.
to make sure that there was.
It was a so it was one of an Azir,
was played
in that deck, and I don't like
kind of
it.
weird for this deck because you kind of
Yeah, I
want
think
it
it's
to
just
fall
way
off
too
so we
expensive.
can equip it again. It's very hard to kind of juggle.
So a buddy of mine was playing Azir last night, and he like doesn't
Yeah,
actually play the game. He just comes down and
mean,
plays every once in a while with us,
but it
like
does
kitchen
feel nice
table
when
kind of
also
stuff.
you get
And he had his Azir deck from last set, and I was like, "Here's your upgrade. Here's one Galio and 3 Soul Swords, and there you go."
If
We just didn't have any buys, otherwise I would have given him buys.
You look at
if
this
it
unit
didn't
and you're like,
cost
man, it's a little like I have to recycle
2
one,
power
and
to
it only
play it,
has the,
1, and then
2
equip
might
it
there, but
for
getting
the other
rid
one.
of that brutalizer is huge. It offers an additional 2, you know, or what 1 to 3 might so much throughout the game that just getting rid of it is just
a good card for.
Yeah, it is going to be so nice. I mean, not
LeBlanc.
to have to worry about that brutalizer because I don't know.
Because you
Definitely
get
some
double
of
death
these
now,
different equipments
so you
that can
just
like
draw
change
more
the amount of
cards.
might that,
That would be
something
fun,
has
right?
can be a little
Drawing more
tricky
cards,
in
guys?
figuring out how the math.
Big fan of cards.
Big fan.
Yeah, so
But
we do end
LeBlanc
up
is
taking
already
the
super
Star
power
Spring, and then
heavy,
I think
so
houses are big. Is
you don't
thinking
really
about
wanna be
using a
doing
challenge
that.
here.
Ooh, a disarming rake on the brutalizer. Good value early on.
Do love disarming rake. I also think it's really good specifically in Yi because just because before instantly.
Charm clears the board. This looks like a very big Yi game right now. Channel, draw, awaken.
Yeah, I definitely think taking out these early Sand Soldiers, making sure that Alexander the Greatest has nothing really to be able to fight with here is going to be
This is a rough game
House's
for the
our
Azir.
best way to be able to win.
I already think we're going to be going to a game 3, but you never know what could happen. Gotta still play it out, see how it goes.
No, I also think we're going to game 3.
I think playing the Sacred Shears here probably would have been the best option because.
You said it's already tapped.
No. Azir. No. You're good. No, I don't need to do anything.
Yeah. So thinking about if we want to equip it with the sword or
I probably would have
the
went for the Sacred Shears here.
Always a choice, I think, for a lot of situations here.
I think
but
his
gonna put it on the Soul Sword. We're gonna play out the Azir
Ooh.
champion for the first time this match.
You really don't want to be playing out the Azir champion this early.
I actually love this.
Yeah, this feels bad.
This definitely
Sovereign, who it is. He has a really interesting ability where when he moves into a battlefield, he can move any of those Sand Soldiers up with him.
Yeah, and just really any token. So unfortunately, right now we've only got an army of 1, but that can definitely change in the next couple of turns. Houses are big is at 3 points and 4 XP, so an additional 2. We do get level 6 for our
Punch first in hand, challenge in hand.
There does get ganking and
tapped out from the side of Azir.
So
if you could play a unit to Star Spring, you could send the Master Yi back and then send the Master Yi into Trefarian. That will give him his +1 plus deflect. Oh no, the +1 is from the legend.
Looks like we are going to play out
right?
the
I know Maul
first
Stomper gets
mate,
+1 at level 3.
Potentially.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're going to play it out there. It's going to move this back. We're going to move it up to the Trefarian War Camp.
Yeah, almost giving it little pseudo ganking right there. Just being able to push it back with Star
Now he gets
Star
deflect and
Spring.
ganking.
But also still have a unit.
Oh, he gets +1 from Trefarian. That's what I was thinking about. I was like, I know he gets +1. Why was I?
War Camp is whenever you are at a battlefield, you get that +1 might, and so getting that 5 to 4 means that you do get rid of their Azir without losing your Mastery. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that is going to be so nice, and it's so important to
Good to see these guys having fun.
When it comes
Yeah.
to going up against
laughing,
It's just been 2 lopsided games so far, so.
don't want the Sand Soldiers moving as easily as they would if Azir was
We saw some games that were very serious, very kind of like, nope, you missed the trigger because it's just going this way, and that way, and that way. Which I understand, you're playing for a lot of money out there. But at the end of the day, it's cool to see 2 guys at the highest level just enjoying themselves playing some Riftbound.
So it's effectively a 5.
It's just a game, man.
It's just a game. It's not just a game. How dare you.
It's a lifestyle.
Looks like Elijah is still playing.
Swords and shields are great to fight with. We will need more
Mahir
Sand
unfortunately
Soldiers.
lost the mirror match 2-1.
Oh, and I guess additionally on the Trefarian War Camp, we do get that 1 extra might as mentioned too. So it's uniform to everything that goes there, but potentially having 7 might on that E by itself is pretty tough.
Yeah, for sure. We are moving up this smaller Sand Soldier right now into that Trefarian War Camp. I believe it is currently 4 might with Trefarian War Camp, but I do assume they're... Oh, We come in with that ambush.
Very good card.
Yep.
Just incredibly good card.
Last turn as well. So currently we are at 7 might for Yi. The Sand Soldier is at 4 might, and the Vi is at 6. So currently it is going to be a, I believe, 10-7 here.
Yeah, this punch
that
first
is
is
going
going
to
break the back claws of
we
the
have
Azir.
at least one rune up.
That might be
mainly of on guard with that number of runes, but I'm sure there are other options as well.
Yeah, I think it has to be a punch first if we are trying to get any difference. I see one kind of sneaking in the hand there. It would make us a 12-10. Now, the Mastery is still stunned.
I mean, there's no maps to be done. Just play punch
kill
first.
any of these units, but it would survive and stay on the Trifarian War Camp, which means that Houses Are Big does get to keep it.
Yeah, I will mention that the punch first is going to take obviously so many runes.
What?
And there's still runes up on Alexander's side, so I kind of think it's a smart decision here. Like Houses Are Big chooses to do, just goes on.
I mean, I
and
understand he
up
won't
that
lose his
mastery.
units, but
yeah, but I understand like why it was the decision there. But yeah, that's stunning from the Vi made it, a little bit tougher to get the value.
100%.
Interesting. Okay.
Like not on stream. Okay.
All right, we've got 3 runes left up for Alexander the Greatest. We have 2 points here, and we're on our Trifarian War Camp. We're actually going to play out the Shears here.
Yep.
Shears was my favorite equipment when playing Azir. Again, I always found a lot of trouble with, keeping a good hand size, and Shears is so nice with that. It gives your Sand Soldier or whoever it's attached to death nil of draw 1, which doesn't seem like
I think commentator is just wrong. Say Shears is a bad card.
Yeah, and I think
to say it's the
Riftbound
best
very good is
one
it
in
has this choice. Like you
is
can
kind of
draw a
insane.
lot,
Brutalizer
but you have to recycle runes. So like
exists.
being able to find the
on
line.
that card
Sorry,
is-
fucking Soul Sword and D-Blade exists. D-Ring exists. D-Shield, whatever the fucking card is. D-Shield. One of the D.
I have the Herald. Very underrated.
I love Eye of the Herald.
It's all the one drops, basically.
So much card draw.
100%.
But I think Brutalizer overall is just so versatile.
So that does give tank to
Brutalizer is great.
So keeps our Vi a little bit safer. And we've got Houses Are
But
Big
either
at
way,
7 runes right now.
Ooh,
Trying to see
are we going to see a
do
punch
with them.
first into an Alpha Strike? A punch first into an Alpha Strike would be hilarious.
All right, and thinking on here. So again, without the with the Trifarian War Camp buff, the Vi is
I
at
think he
6
just
might,
retakes
and
it,
then
and
the
then
Sand
that
Soldiers
makes
at
sense. What is
5.
it,
So
6,
there's
7,
11
8,
might on the
9, 10,
Trifarian
11
War Camp right
over
now,
there.
and then we do just have the first mate.
So yeah,
at
you
the
just punch
Star
first,
Spring,
you go to
currently at
7,
3,
you
but
Alpha
5 when
Strike,
defending
kill
by
the
itself.
Vi, and then go in and kill the Sand Soldier, and there's no
That
counterplay
+2 just
because
feels like it makes the units so much larger. I mean, it obviously does, but it's crazy how it scales.
Yeah, and we are going to use the Akshan, and we are going to get rid of the
Assumes that way when he kills, it can't draw.
the effect of Star Spring to move the first mate
get
back.
no one?
The nice
What do you
thing
mean?
here is we're just incrementally kind of like growing the unit on Star Spring. We had 3, was 9 in
Well, the unit, it's a replacement text of the unit. Like that's the way equipment works. So when Akshan dies, you would get the draw, and then the thing would be returned.
211.
Yeah, because it's replacement effect. It's literally adding words to the card.
It's bigger number. I think only one unit's going to survive this battle.
So it's 12 to 11.
Yep, and then you're, yep.
So you choose one to live, which I assume is the...
Yeah, the rake will, yes, that will die.
Yeah. Okay, so the rake survives.
Yep.
That huge battle, got the punch first, but again, we had to recycle, I think, what, 4 body runes? We're down to 3 runes for
I think
Houses
this
Are
game
Big,
is
so
over.
a little bit of a scary situation.
And we go game 3, and then we take a nice couple-hour break,
5 might would
refresh,
be 7 when
and see what
defending
happens
alone.
going into top 8.
Currently, the rake is at 3, but will be a 5 might while defending alone.
16 minutes left in the
these are
round.
some good numbers
not
that,
in this
that Alexander
actual round,
has
but
to
in
try
the,
to navigate around.
not in the stream round, but in the actual round.
Yeah, we don't seem to have a lot of units to do it with right now. We are, it looks like,
That's
at
questionable.
6 runes. So, I mean, I'm interested to see what Alex can do here.
Yeah, and it looks like we are going to play out a Soul Sword, considering maybe using our Legend ability now that we can. 2 open could mean double on guard are a copy of the Discipline. Luckily, no body runes, so punch first is not really in contention here. But again, that rake being a 5 on defense is a little scary.
Yeah, and this time we are going to be attaching that Dorian shield, it appears, which is, I mean, really nice and does, I believe.
Go in here, we'll trade.
Yeah, so offers a.
Yeah, we're.
Yes.
Yeah, there's so many additional numbers, right? There's the war camp, there's the Yi, there's the gear there. So, but yeah, it ended up being a 5-5, and so there's the trade there. But the thing is, if there's another unit in hand for the Akshan, can move back and then go to the Teferian war camp and get a, the 2 points that we need next turn. So we're going to defy, and yeah, Alexander's just like, well, I hope they don't have a unit to play.
Yeah, fingers crossed here for Alexander.
We're
holding up to 7, like you mentioned.
Because he could just play the unit 2, Star Spring, and bounce the Akshan back, and then Akshan
like 4 runes, I believe, on House's big side after he...
I have you at 2.
Yep, perfect.
All
right. Good. Yep.
All right, so going to 4. Yeah, just confirming on point totals. So holding to 7 here. Star Spring can help this Akshan move all the way over to the Teferian war camp. We're going to start with a sabotage, though. Yeah, goodbye, Arise.
Yeah.
On the top.
Probably. Go ahead, man.
And but no unit. Okay, and this is it. Like we do have these situations
Does
where
pass.
you have to.
Let's go.
Your opponent to have it,
and we're going to game 3.
To see it, right?
100%. Taking out that Arise, I think, is so important with it. We are at 6 runes on Alexander the Greatest's side, which means we could have potentially played it had 3 more of those Sand Soldiers and potentially 2 that ready.
So it looks like you top deck a Hidden Blade,
I wish I knew the answer.
which is actually hilarious because the E player only has 3 runes and 2 cards in hand.
But also, when Akshan dies,
I mean, he'll draw 3.
So, we're going to have a judge confirmation on. I don't really know who gets.
You should get the cards.
Yeah,
I believe you are correct because it says when Akshan leaves the board, and he doesn't technically leave the board until after Death Knells are seen.
So it looks like we are thinking about a Hidden Blade
here. Just making sure where it's going. I guess it has to go there. I'm dead. So
yeah, Hidden Blade there on the Akshan. Yeah, saying yeah, there's the Defy.
Okay, I think that kills me.
Yeah, and I think
yes, it does.
With the Defy, I think we're gonna force.
So smart.
Another game, perhaps game 3, right?
It does look like we may be forcing that game 3 here. 2 runes as all houses are big has left though.
It do be like that.
They're swooping up here and just cleaning up the board to get into it. So, really exciting.
Trying to continue
and you know what? This is obviously a really close game. It's quickly becoming one of my favorite games of this tournament, right? The fact that we're getting to game 3, we've got 20 minutes left. Both these players know what their deck are doing, right? It's back and forth. We've got the battle of these 2
I'm gonna start doing this, by the way. The fucking you shuffle your sideboard into your main and then you take out 8 cards.
It's so exciting to see who comes out on top here. I mean,
that's what I always do.
Really?
I've never done that before. It sounds so toxic, and I'm so excited.
Just facing it off.
No, you do it every time because it keeps your opponent guessing.
Going to
They don't know how many you're siding.
That are left. We've got Seat of Power, I believe, for Alex. And then also
Turns out you didn't side any cards out at all.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard.
No, I've literally shuffled my whole sideboard in and took the whole sideboard back out.
Bro, I think we're overthinking it at this point.
All right, but hold on. If I go back to Hybrid Yi.
Yeah, that is going to be so interesting, and I love that Azir still gives weapon mastery to basically any Sand Soldier. So, I mean, what is that going to mean for houses that are big when...
I mean, I get mind gaming. I appreciate a good mind game, but like in the sideboarding phase, you're just like, just shuffle some cards back. I guess. I don't know. I feel like it would be so annoying to shuffle those 8 cards and then look through the whole thing and then find the 8 cards. It's like, especially in big tournaments, you're gonna spend 2 minutes doing that. We need this time. We need to go.
Yeah, well, think about it this way: it's late in the tournament, you're up the game, and you want to mind game your opponent and be like, "What the fuck is he doing?"
Control the tempo for that.
Or if you're playing Hybrid Yi. That's what I'm saying.
I barely pay attention to what my opponent's doing while sideboarding. The only thing I make sure is that they're not pulling shit out of their deck box. As soon as I see them have their 8 cards, I'm like, okay, those are 8 sideboard, then whatever's in your main board, cool. Go ahead. I don't pay attention to how many of their sideboarding.
And we do have again these last battles.
Whatever. At least not that often.
you're able to get a potential draw 1 if you conquer it.
Unless it's Tony.
And then Emperor's Dais.
Then you have to.
Yeah, of course.
Create some more
Or
Sand
Elijah
Soldier
if he wants
tokens.
a
It's gonna be
sideboard
little
out
bit
of his
tough
deck
to get,
box.
I think the full value from that from Alexander to have a unit.
He sideboarded out of his binder, dude.
Sometimes you're just making a Sand Soldier token to play
Straight out
another
of the
token
binder.
kind of thing. But there's that.
100%, yeah, it's going to be difficult with the Sand Soldiers.
Elijah
With Sand
just-
Soldiers,
oh
when
yeah, I
your
forgot this was
unit
actually
gets
in my sideboard.
bounced, or the token gets bounced,
Against Tony, no less. Tony deserved
kind
it.
of
I'll
just
allow it.
Yeah.
Right, Tony?
Replacing it here, but I could see some
I don't know if he's still
weird
in here, but-
situations where, like, maybe you want to.
He's here, but not here.
To then be given to
Yes, the
something else to
classic
conquer the
Tony.
other battlefield. There could be some
There's Tony.
situations where you bounce
Hey.
your Vi back to then use it again next turn. Since with that reaction.
More gloss
and ambush, that is
sleeves
really
on
nice. But
stream.
we
You
start
gotta
with
love it.
Alexander the Greatest, just saying, hey, I have a turn to play. Ooh, and we haven't seen this.
You want
gear
gloss
yet.
sleeves?
Yes.
One of my
Gloss
favorites.
sleeves
Why?
are goated. Matte
Yeah,
sleeves
this
have
is
been,
another really nice gear when I move.
you know, all the
Do you mean the
rage
back
for
of the
so long.
sleeves or the
my
front?
recruit token, which is going to be so nice to really
The
build
back.
out the board.
Oh no,
However,
I
this is a
can't.
rig says,
I
no
have to have
siree,
like
my
the.
disarming rate will
You
go
felt my
straight
sleeves. They
to
feel like
your
sandpaper,
trash.
man.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
awesome.
Like,
Gloss
yeah, I
sleeves.
agree. It's a really cool equipment. I need to get rid of it. We can't let stay there. So we'll see if there's some more equipment to be playing here. Honestly, look at the hand from Alexander though. It's not too terrible. There are some good situations. The fact that we have another gear, I think if we want to, is great. But yeah, this disarming
Dude,
rate
you don't like the
has
Dragon
spoiled our
Shield
plans just a little
classics?
bit.
Come on now.
Well, at least we do have another equipment though.
I don't like
Classic.
Dragon Shield dual mats either. They're too smooth.
Another Sand Soldier out.
Unbelievable.
I'm here for one.
I love the classics.
Yep, going into the Seat of Power too.
Go ahead.
Not equipping the Brutalizer and recognizing that it's going to be stronger the turn that I
Nothing better
equip
than
it,
a
so
nice
I'd rather do that
gloss
instead.
sleeve.
And we're going to go to the Emperor's
Trying to
Dais
find
here,
them on Amazon. They're
and
actually
this
really
is
hard to
going to
find.
offer a chance to put this disarming.
Yeah, 'cause nobody
rate
likes
back in the hand.
gloss.
And guess what? I think this Brutalizer's not meant for this world.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a
Sorry.
problem getting to bounce this
Gloss
disarming
sleeves
rake. And
bad.
again, that
Gloss
Brutalizer
Yep.
may very well go to trash as well. It will, and I feel like houses are big are saying, look, this house isn't big enough for all your equipment.
Yeah, and that could have been a slight decision change for Alexander, saying, you know what, I gave them a free removal for that one, but we're gonna hold to 2 with
forgot
the
about him.
power.
He forgot about disarming rate. Why would he conquer Seat of
I
Power?
love hearing them laugh with each other. They're having
Actually
a lot of fun.
trolling.
Yeah,
for
they've
that.
got some really good banter, and love to hear the back and forth. But yeah, being able to have this access to reusing
Does Sacred
our,
Shears
on
have Death
plays
Knell
a really
also?
strong win.
Like, if
for
he
the rake,
disarming
we are
rakes
losing a rune
Sacred
every
Shears?
time we play it, but taking
I
these
do
2
not.
gears have been really strong.
The Sacred Shears? No,
I mean,
it's the
just to
unit that
see
Sacred
houses
Shears
that
is
are
on.
big will want to give up that Emperor's
That's how
Dais
gear works. Is
for
the
a turn, being
equipment
able
works? Is
to
it adds
use
it to the
again, 'cause
unit.
It seems just so
Yeah, but if
strong.
it's not equipped.
Yeah, and
It doesn't
we've
have the
got
effect
some
itself.
decision-making. Looks like we have the
Looks like
potential for
he has
another
a
gear, but I think it is
charm
the
to try and
shears,
get rid of
so it's
this
a little bit
disarming rate
expensive
from
to do
continually
so.
just going into
We have potentially looks like another Vi
Emperor's
as well.
Dais. He's
And
gonna
we're
go
just
for the
gonna
Vi
use the Vi there.
instead.
We could return the Vi to hand, as we kind of mentioned, too.
For me.
Yeah, that would be really nice to be able to protect it again, not letting it stay vulnerable at that battlefield. But also, if we free up the battlefield too much, you're potentially sending that disarming rake back in Emperor's Dais, back to Houses of Big's hand, back to the base where it could kill another.
I kind of would have liked the idea
and probably
of sending the
thinking,
Vi
all right,
back with
there could
Emperor's
be access
Dais.
to a charm here. Would be you trading.
I really like Emperor's Dais.
Yeah, it's a cool design battlefield.
And thinking about it real hard here for Alexander.
Cards in hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, and we've got
This
1
is
point to 3,
table
5 cards in
6,
hand for houses are big, and we are going to use the charm on the disarming rake, and just say we know it's
whoever
happening.
wins this
2
is in
for
a very
2.
good position
Vi
to
is now
potentially.
defending alone, but unfortunately Azir doesn't get any bonuses for that.
Yeah, too bad for Azir not doing that, but
Yo,
at least
the
he did get rid of
Riftbound
the disarming
organized
rake.
play account needs to stop tweeting about
Bit of a
Poppy.
problem, obviously, for Alexander the Greatest.
Okay? I have
Now
been
we
saying
have
this shit has
Houses
been
Big.
good.
We only have
For
a
months.
Rengar.
unlike some of our earlier
That's
games,
a huge play.
Rengar will be able to
That
beat
is a
out
huge
that
play. If
Vi.
he doesn't have a hidden blade or something to remove this right away, this Rengar is going to sit pretty on this battlefield for a while. No equipment on board, just the one lonely Sand Soldier. Looks like a lot of interaction. So we have Sacred Shears, Guards, Death Grip, and Back Off in hand. Really nothing for Alex to do this turn. He could, I guess, play out his Azir, but opens himself up to a potential charm.
Yeah, 100%.
You could play your Sacred Shears and maybe equip it, which would cost you 2 power, but you really need to try and get those draws. You can go into the other battlefields, go to 4, so you're ahead on point tempo.
Houses are big side, meaning if we want to get rid of it, this is probably a good time
Man,
to do it.
oh man, that Rengar came in super clutch for the Master Yi player. And this is why I like bouncing back the Vi. Personally, that's just me.
Sorry,
but,
8 might while defending because it's 6+2, so that is such a high total there.
Yeah, that's gigantic.
Would have left you tapped out and would have left that disarming rake on board with the potential to try and conquer Emperor's Dais, but you had no equipment to protect anyway, so they're
looks like we are going to be
really not that bad.
Those shears, though, even though it does cost 1 power, it can give +1 might. But we'll
and he would have had
to
to have multiple interaction on your side unless he's just going to play punch first.
Yeah, sure, we can play a token out, but then
I think you take that trade anyway.
The shears onto our other token that we're probably moving up to the
really not what you want to see when you look down your hand, down at your hand with only 1 equipment on board as an Azir player, 3 spells.
A lot of decisions. And it looks like we are just going to pay 1 for another token. And we're going to put the equip the shears with the Weapon Master afforded from the Legend ability. We're going to move the Sand Soldier token to the Seat of Power here, going to 4 points to 2. And thinking about this 3, yeah, passing it back.
He can play back off from hand here.
We're going to let that Rengar get a point from holding then, but...
I think you probably just develop from the side of Mr. Yi here, unless you have like a challenge, obviously. You definitely want to remove and not let him hold.
Yeah, and it's,
holding to 5 isn't the biggest deal. He does have a first mate in hand, so he can go retreat into first mate into Seat of Power. Obviously, you have to be careful of the back off, so he's going to sabotage first.
Let's see what you have. And
you get rid of the back off here 10 out of 10 times.
We do have the guards, and we do
because that is only 5 might on the other side, even if he death grips.
Escaped me in my head, right? It's the
he plays guards from hand.
Yes, so which is not
that would be
too much here.
Same thing.
Could be like death grip
so
into
it's
the
definitely back off.
It's
definitely back off.
But yeah, I think the back off specifically is
Who brought Dais?
Is the scary one.
Yeah, for sure. Stun's
Dais
is
Master Yi.
Shows on the
so it'll be
shows on the thingy.
Get rid of that back off sabotage, though, so strong into Azir in this deck where it does now, I guess, run a unit being that Vi, but for the most part, it's all spells.
You almost always get value from it. So
just get rid of the back off.
We'll see. Yeah,
yes,
looks like it's going to be the back off here.
I saw somebody throw it in their trash yesterday, and then they used it with Fizz, I believe, and I was like, that is supposed to be at the bottom of your deck.
There is a first mate that can offer some good removal. And
there is a first mate.
I see one at the far right of the hand.
And there's a charm, so you retreat.
Yeah, it would definitely be nice.
First mate, send in the Rengar.
Runes, though, but we know exactly what is in Alexander's hand.
Conquer.
So hopefully, Houses Are Big has a plan.
Seat of Power, charm in the other Sand Soldier, or you can charm in the other Sand Soldier now.
Thinking here, yeah, it should be. Yeah. Oh, just
oh
another
my gosh,
Rengar.
it's another Rengar.
So okay, this offers an interesting.
Or you could just do that.
Other Rengar in hands. This is just GG. He's gonna conquer to 4, hold to 6. And it's just game.
And getting rid of, that back off is really important here.
Another yippee from the Master Yi player, just needling his opponent.
How do I yippee?
Imagine losing when you're X1 in round 11 and just having somebody hit you with a yippee.
There could be some ways to get rid
he draws in a rise.
Rengars here. Those are really difficult.
Yeah, that E+2 is going to be really hard for Alexander the Greatest to overcome. We could potentially find some of those spells in the future, like Hidden Blade, that might be able to deal with it.
Honestly, I didn't even notice that until like
you know,
the last
hopefully
regional.
something that allows us to kind of avoid that 8 might, but we'll have to see.
I asked the same question actually, and I think somebody told me they were like, "Dude, it's on the screen." And I was like, "Oh,
a game
yeah, it
changer
is."
in a lot of situations, but when you only have
Yes, your
one
hand
gear,
is so bad.
thanks
This
to that
is GG.
disarming rake,
It is over.
doesn't get as much value
on that first
Yeah, if we had
It's
three,
Jover.
I feel like we would be in a lot better spot for that Arise, but this does not feel good. It looks like we are just going to send that Sand Soldier with Shears directly into a Rengar just to let it die and draw us another card.
Yeah, and I think I got my numbers wrong for that. If we used the Death Grip, it would have been 5 to 6, because for whatever reason, it's a 5 might, 6 might Rengar with 5 power, so or 5 cost. So yeah, it would not have been enough if we did the Death Grip. But we are going to play out the Azir. And
what is your preferred way of passing the turn?
There, so
fling right hand out in the direction of them.
And definitely kind of forcing this.
There is no chance.
Like
but yes,
it definitely
that would
feels
be
like
mine.
houses are big.
Mine would be
kinda has a
pass.
pretty good foothold
And I
here.
usually say pass
Really
with
kind
the
of
hand
just
motion.
steamroll
Yeah, I say pass with
points.
it too.
It definitely doesn't feel good as Azir to be
just gonna
summoning
put it out
Sand
there.
Soldiers.
The
I mean, you're one
go,
Sand Soldier per turn with
I'm not a
guards
fan of it.
versus actually
When
getting
people
an
just say
equipment
go.
set up.
I agree.
If I know the person, like Mike says go all the time.
Once again.
Another
This disarming rake has done so much this game.
Brutal
Obviously,
and a
it's different,
charm.
but like disarming rake, kind of the MVP of this game.
Yeah, and we're just going through the motions.
Go ahead is
Alexander's
different.
still playing it out, but yeah, 6 points to
Or in the
4.
case of Joel, go.
We'll see what we can do with a single token here. But
Play the
no
Arise,
green.
laugh, and then accept that this is it. Challenger TCG will not be making top 8 at all. The entire 9-person team has fallen short.
You know, I've played a good amount of Azir.
So
one of
some
the
would say
kind of
that
footholds for
Challenger
this meta is
TCG and
that,
Team
Fury is
Edge
less around,
have the
so
same amount of
you
top
can't
8s
like,
at
Thermal
this
Beam
regional,
is kind of
even though we only
I would
had,
agree.
we only had
not
3
much
people
presence.
representing our
This
team,
disarming rake
and
is
not
doing
Yeah,
its
but
best
that's
to
captain.
pretend
But
that is a
percentage-wise,
I think we've gone
We have the same conversion rate.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
keeps getting value.
Yeah, who needs to
Into
kill all
top 8,
gears?
so.
Do it one at a time.
He got me good. Yeah, bro got
This guy has
free
4
card.
trap
I wish
cards.
I could play
So
Scuttlecraft for free, man.
Alright,
was I-
taking the Doran's shield here, so we'll offer us
Oh,
you
that.
know, another token. Sure, it's good value.
I've done deck edits.
Charm, put the Rengars hanging out together.
New Lee Sin deck ready to rock
Yeah,
and
that
roll.
does save us another turn if we do that, which is going to be nice. It's a good use, especially of Charm. I mean, a lot of times I feel like we think of Charm being used to loosen up to kill it, but in this case we're using it kind of
this guy's
defensively
barely
to
paying
give us
attention.
an
He knows
potential extra turn.
houses are big.
We've got,
Knows he's got this locked
5
up.
points to 6 here. We're going to use our
Team Edge
effect,
bat-
our legend. Yeah, we've got
Batchist?
6 runes open.
Sure.
Oh, I paid
Don't know what that means, but sure.
Oh, sorry, 5 runes open. Yeah, just making sure on the Azir. But yeah, this is going to be really tough, and this could be the houses are big. Taking this match, 7 points just need to conquer that seat of power.
Just retreat. One of your Rengars first made it. Send it into the Sand Soldier. Call it a game.
Yeah, I mean, we are up to 7. As you said, all we have
So.
to do is take that seed of power. We do have that disarming rake, and obviously 6 runes are up. We have that discipline, and those 4 runes to the side seem really
know your
scary to
opponent has
me.
Death
It
Grip,
kind of feels
so
like
not
it's saying,
sure why
I
he's
have
taking
more to
this
play.
route.
I dare you to have it.
Why
Yeah,
is he
and
doing
looks
this?
like we're going to try to press a...
Thank you.
Unclear.
You know he has Death Grip. What are you doing?
+2 with the discipline.
Just retreat one of your Rengars and play fucking first mate.
We're going to move a Rengar back, and then we will play the first mate here, so that we'll be able to active this Rengar. And I think we're going to go in. This is going to be a big 10-2.
Go.
We're going to give the three might to our Sand Soldier, but not.
Wow,
gonna be enough.
no
House
Challenger
secures the
TCG
win
in top
and
8. All 9 players come up short.
this round.
What a fantastic job by Houses Are Big. Fantastic game.
Yeah, and really just kind of showed off some of the kind of more
Obviously,
unique
a
picks,
surprising
I think,
result
for this
after they
deck.
had
Obviously, the
Pokolobas
Akshan
making
in the
it all
main
the way
helped
to
out a
the
lot.
finals.
We did also have the Disarming Rake and the Emperor's
Kind
Dais
of throwing
to
the finals,
have a way to replay that
as admitted by himself.
Disarming Rake, just be able to eat up
No-
all that
no
gear and
shade
equipment,
being
ended up being very strong.
Yeah, I
but-
was so surprised by how much they really got with that Disarming Rake.
All right, I am going to
Emperor
pause this and just go over some of the final matches before we close up for the final 2 rounds. And then I will be back on for top 8, or maybe if there's a real banger on stream for round 13 to see who goes to top 8, maybe I'll watch that one. I'll stream that one. Looks like No Veggies dropped to an Azir player. Ali bounces back with a win. Obviously, TSS, by the way, TSS, the secret sauce, apparently is doing incredible against Challenger TCG so far. I think they're 3-0, at least in the matches that I've seen the results of. So that's very interesting. Their first time, I think, at an event like with this many players as a part of the team. Sam Sherman's still playing against an Aurelia on his Rengar. That's really interesting. See who comes out of that. Still have the Oh, Randy dropped another game, losing 2-0 to Victor. Gotta wonder if Tilt is getting involved there.
So this is the Victor I'm pretty sure he lost to. That's on the screen right now.
Oh, I'm actually not. I paused this.
So it's a Spray Fountain aggressive Victor. Its
Oh,
arena is Rock Ball, Forbidden Waste. It's just a quite aggressive build.
Yeah. Looks like Gelman's got a win, which means he probably locks up Lilia, because I haven't seen any other Lilias anywhere close. Colin Kaiser losing another game, dropping to X3. D Zidane
Yo, hold on.
dropping
This
another
is
match,
important.
going to X3. What is important?
Set losing.
Oh, yeah,
Important
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Local set players want to
That was
try and do sets.
Was another loss for him, so surprising results for sure. Where is that Kha'Zix? Where's that guy that's playing Kha'Zix? That isn't Z-Rob. Am I missing it? Is he the top Kha'Zix guy right now? Yeah, he is. I thought there was another Kha'Zix player that was up here, but I could be wrong. Oh, right here. Oh, yeah, Viggs. He lost, so that's kind of big for the Kha'Zix best of. But yeah, thank you, Logan, for joining and all that good stuff. Thank you, everybody that was in the stream in the last, 4 hours, I think we were live. Christian, Saf, Danny, Tony, of course. If I'm missing anyone, my bad.
All right. See ya.
See ya. Don't have an outro.